You know what? We're all a bunch of fucking assholes. You know what? We're all a bunch of fucking assholes. You know why? You don't have the guts to be what you want to be. You need people like me. You need people like me so you can point your fucking fingers and say that's the best.
Money gone, fuck friends. I need a homie that know me when all these motherfucking guys be on me. I got problems, ain't nobody calling back. Now what the fuck is happening with my ball and cat? Remember me, I'm your homie that was down the road. Sipping Hennessy, hanging with the clowns and all we used to do is drink brew and screw. And coming new, we had bitches by the dozens. Oh, we fucking cousins, you can bring your little finger if you feel me low. A nigga just got paid and we still was broke. It took time, but finally the cash was mine. All the rewards of a hustler, stuck in the ground. Look around, and all I see is snakes and fakes. And like scavengers, waiting to take a hustler's place. And when you stuck, where the fuck is all your praise? They straight busted, can't be trusted. Fuck yo.
I told you, man. I told you. Don't fuck with me. Don't fuck with me.
Fuck all y'all.
Right? Come in, fuck. Blow you now. Blow you now.
Fuck all y'all.
I told you, man. I told you. Don't fuck with me. Don't fuck with me.
Fuck all y'all.
Right? Stupid fuck. Blow you now. Blow you now.
I'm sipping Tangeray and juicing what's the use, cause I'm a hopeless thug. Ain't no love, reminiscing on our close we burned way back in the day. Before they put the crack in the way. Hey, how much money can you stack in the deck? It's getting rough to let calls.
What is going on, guys? Kind of an abrupt start to that one. We're just kind of starting it early. Were fucking sitting here already talking, already chatting, already kind of going over just kind of stuff we want to start talking about, conversations we'd rather be having and stuff. So why not just kick it off a little bit early? This is Fight Guys. This is episode 22. Here we are. This is a big week coming off a nice break with my co-host as always, Lieutenant Dan. Dan, how you doing?
Great, man. Yeah, well, yeah, I said we're eager to get started. Like, even though there was good fights last weekend, without a UFC card, it always just feels kind of weird. Always just feels
It does,
forever,
and
even though it's 2 weeks.
Kind of one of the weekends where, and it rarely happens for me. I don't think I watched a single MMA fight last weekend. Not one. Not one.
No. And missed out if you want to get straight into it. Probably some of the greatest Cage Warriors, the great cards. The Saturday one being probably the greatest Cage Warriors card. It was awesome.
Yeah.
Like, obviously, like, we know it's not these guys aren't fucking. There's some of the matchups aren't the fucking most competitive sometimes. Like, especially these are some up and coming guys, and there's like some narrative, like a bunch of them obviously coming out of like MMA. I think it's called what the same camp as Pimblett. Like, he and McCann were there on the Friday card.
Mm-hmm.
He was looking huge too, like a balloon already. You just saw it, like looking like ridiculous. But yeah, like, we don't have to get into it too much. But yeah, I think I did have one play that I actually ended up putting out on my track bets, and it was like a guy who was an underdog. Ended up opening by the time the fight went live. Yeah, I got him at plus 120. By the time it went live, he was the favorite, and he just absolutely smoked the guy. So I was pretty sure it was under.
You were flying. By the way, your connection's a little choppy. If you can get somewhere a little bit better.
Oh, sorry, I'll be able to check the app or something like that. But yeah, man, I think it was like the XMA card as well.
Way better. Yeah.
Yeah. It's like, keep fucking tabs open. I can't fucking. I don't know.
See,
or
you go back and
tabs with fucking fight pass and shit.
Oh yeah.
But did you didn't even catch any XMA? I was like, oh, I love XMA. I got the shirt.
Man, I don't know. I kind of had a weekend where I didn't do much.
They don't often get breaks. It's 100%. Like,
went out Friday night, went out and kind of partied and
yeah, so did I. Friday.
Yeah, but I just like I don't
Saturday,
fucking.
You just think it was fun?
It was a zombie. I don't think I did anything Saturday. I don't think I did a fucking.
Out of commission. You were out of commission because you went. Oh, it was a good night on Friday.
Pretty much. Just crazy night on Friday, and then just was out of commission Saturday. and kind of played a little bit of Tark and just was like fucking just done with life. And I was just like, holy fuck, I'm exhausted. And I was just
I did go out, but I wasn't as out of commission on Saturdays last weekend. So, or like the weekend before, obviously, I was absolutely dead during this.
And don't even get me wrong, I was sitting in bed on Saturday, and I was like, fuck, like I got nothing to do. I was like, I've been out. I was like, I have no desire to go out. I was like, but I was like, I wanted to do the fights on Saturday. I was gonna do them. I was like, fuck, like I kind of want to do them. And then I was like, fuck, like if there was some better boxing on, that's what I was kind of saying to myself. I was like, if there was some, if they had the like say in a different universe, the Triple G Murata fight was this past weekend, which I think it should have been, or there should have been a big boxing fight this past weekend.
Yeah, it's surprising how they don't capitalize.
No offense to Michaela Mayer, but that she was the big.
I don't know.
She was the big. She's just a big, like, she's got some belts. She's not a bad fighter, but
no, but you'd think that like people would be like, because the UFC schedule is pretty laid out in month in advance. Like you'd think some promotions would like Bellator, like because we're not going to get to it because that's next week. But next week they're going that event that's not the most under advertised event. With one of their biggest cards, which we can maybe get to later. But then they're going head to head with.
We'll definitely be able to get to it. We're gonna fly through the card. We're gonna
like
fly
when you have
through.
those gaps, and you know the fan out there, right? Like, there's gonna be people that want to watch fights. They just aren't. But that, well, fair enough. The MMA, big cap. Like, it is a pretty big organization, so you're not gonna. I don't know, but I guess the couple that guy actually did get the guy that I bet on. It was a 30-second knockout, so he just came out. And
I saw it. I didn't see it. I read the like the run.
Anybody that
card.
really wants to watch the cards, just go to Cage Warriors Twitter. Let just watch the highlight. Like
that's pretty much where I saw a lot of it.
Yeah, there were like a handful of decisions across the two cards. It was
when
very,
you did, and when I saw the highlights, I was like, Dan wasn't lying when he texted me and he said, "Pat, you should turn this on. This might be the best MMA card I've ever watched." Or like, Cage Warriors card.
Not MMA card, Cage Warriors.
Cage Warriors, right? And I was like,
yeah,
we've seen some pretty. We've seen
on a guy that was undefeated. The Shelley brothers, both the Shelley brothers got to win. There's a guy who. He's got to change his nickname. It's not going to go well. His name's Malad Ahadi. His nickname's the Baddie, so it's Malad the Baddie Ahadi. It's not ideal.
It's all definitely not ideal for such a weird nickname.
The other one I want to bring up from the Friday card is the Justin Burlinson, because we saw him on Cage Warriors, just let me refresh my memory of who he lost against. But he put on an absolutely beautiful performance, showed beautiful striking and takedown defense. At only 24 years of age, like we'll definitely see him in the UFC at some point. Mm-hmm. He's not like an unbeatable kind of guy, but I think he's very solid. That fight he had lost to Johan. What? I don't remember that fight. Actually, he got smoked though in 1 minute and 30 seconds in the Contender Series. And we don't really need to go through the XMA
No, we're
card,
not gonna.
Christian Leroy Duncan, that guy, we're gonna see him in the UFC very soon. Maybe he might have like 1 or 2 more fights. He's a middleweight. I don't know if we saw the flying knee knockout, but like it was also a very weird fight though, where like. The other guy was a very wrestling heavy fighter, and then he had like a weird situation where he had like a contact lens fall out and like couldn't get it back in. And I was like, I forgot that. Like I think it's something about the UK Commission where they allow people to have contact lenses, because it was just such a and like he was pretty much couldn't see. He was just getting fucked up before he got lying kneed. But regardless, the other guy is talented.
What? So you're telling me there's a chance he was kind of
Oh, before he got
Look at
flying
it
knee, yeah, but he was gassed. He was done either way.
My glasses! My glasses! Ping! Those are your glasses, bitch. Kind of one of those.
No,
That's
but it was like
awesome.
between rounds. No, but it was like literally between rounds.
He lost
Oh,
it in between rounds, and they didn't have extras. Eh?
No, but
That's
he was
kind
like
of the killer.
trying to put it in between rounds. Like I was like, that's gross. Like with your fucking gross fingers. This is why they shouldn't be allowed. Obviously, like it was ridiculous. One of the the guys that actually looked pretty good that was coming out of Pimlet's camp, Luke Riley, that fought on Saturday. But I think he's extremely young. These are obviously all contenders. They put on great fights. That's why it's one of my favorite organizations to watch outside the UFC. But like, yeah, all of these guys are so green. They need so much time, and it's
normally a circuit that we've come to see. It doesn't always lead to being a proven fighter. Like fighting through that circuit. I'm not saying
it's a lot of like, especially grappling wise.
It's super.
It's hard to get tested. It's not like one of these things where you're gonna get like a Brave or like maybe like even Eagle FC now, where it's like you're gonna be fighting grapplers probably, like especially a lot of these guys in the UK. They like to swing and bang, but hey, that's probably gonna lead to a more friendly fight, right? So
it sells, definitely sells. But yeah, so I guess we're gonna kick off the UFC 273 picks.
We'll get right into it. I'm sure we're gonna have a very long-winded breakdown as always, but these are going to be some great fights, and especially the final three. But might as well start at the bottom, get that over.
Oh, absolutely.
There's a couple fights where I'm like I haven't really put too much interest in.
Yeah, and there's just a bunch of
I don't even know why they're there, to be honest. But
exactly, there's a bunch of fights where you go, why are they there? I don't care, right? So Julio Arce versus Daniel Santos, not the best fight, not the worst fight to start off the night.
No, this is a banger. This is actually a banger.
I think it's going to be a good fight, but I don't think it's going to be the best fight, and I don't think it's going to be the worst fight. I think it's going to be.
But it's going to be.
That's what because that's what we're looking for. That's what you're looking for, man. Finishes are great, bro, but high level gets the dick hard. You know what I mean? That's really what does it, man. That's what does it, man.
It's our favorite. You know, especially on a UFC card. You know, they're trying to come out early with a fight that's going to be more entertaining. Right? Like obviously sometimes we're like, oh, okay, like what are they even? They clearly don't care on some fight nights and stuff where they just put like,
of course,
very likely fight to go the distance or like a women's fight or something like that. You're like, okay, they just don't care. But like on a pay-per-view when they're trying to rile up some money and get people juiced up, start like they're clearly structuring these cards like, effectively. Like especially like Ian Gary being the last fight before the main card starts and like stuff like that. Like, and they've kind of sandwiched some of the less entertaining fights. So.
I would agree with them trying to sandwich some of the less entertaining fights. I would agree with that. But yeah, let's kick it off here. Julio Arce, Daniel Santos. Julio Arce, kind of one of these guys consummate guys that we've seen in the UFC now, kind of get tested throughout. Fought a bunch of guys, and honestly, since coming into the UFC, fought a bunch of guys, in my opinion, who've been fucking really good and a pretty decent kind of showing of guys to come into the UFC, and he's recently kind of been trading in some of these fights, winning one, losing one, coming off a knockout loss to Song Yadong. Had that fucking split decision loss to Hakeem Dawodu in a close fight, in a fight where that was a good fight. And then other than that, Arce is kind of one of these guys that when you see him in a fight, he's going to most of the time he's looking for the knockout, and he just does have heavy hands. I think Arce takes out Santos second round, knocks him out. Could be early first. I'm taking the under 1.5.
Yeah, I think I'm with you on the under 1.5. I think it's the way I'd prefer to play this fight. I think that Arce, as you said, like obviously got some very good experience under his belt in the UFC.
Mm-hmm.
He's got his striking. He's clean. His output concerns me a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
He is willing to kind of just play on the outside, pick his shots very good, and like what we show, like when he hurts a guy, then he'll pounce on you and get you out of there. That's for sure. I think this can be a very entertaining fight.
I don't think this fight's. Yeah. Oh yeah. Go ahead.
Santos' kicks are very nasty. He's got two kicks, Pat, by like spinning heel kick to the liver, and he throws it like it's like
a fucking like a baseball bat kind of thing. It's like he torques it kind of.
No, but it's not. But it's like the speed more so. Like it's hard to really even like. He throws a lot of spinning shit.
So he kind of goes with that.
Guess what it is? We know it is. Year of the spinning shit. So I wouldn't bet Arce at his odds straight. I like the under.
Yeah.
And because also Arce, like, he plays at the end, but he's also hittable. I don't know. I'm definitely. I would struggle to see somebody being super confident and just like hammering the Arce line. But like, I like the finish. Let me just pull up what the odds are on the. Yeah, and the under, and I saw it. I was going to bring it up. This is one of my things that I noted. I didn't have the number though. The under 1.5 plus 200. The under.
Done. I already said it. That's done. I'll take the 2.5 too because I said it 1-2. So fuck it. Yeah, I'll take the under 1.5 and the
2.5 plus.
Easy. Where's my phone? I should just do that now because that's so worth it. That's gonna move. That's gonna move. That has to move, right? That's what these guys do. They just fucking finish.
So on Tapology, 81% of people are taking Arce, but the vast majority are taking this. Like, Arce could win a decision. I think that is a possibility. It's just like, but I think this guy is like a shoot the box, Diego Lima.
I think it's a. I think it's a pretty much
fight. This guy's coming to fight. He's on a pay-per-view.
Yeah, but I
don't think it's a big spot. I think I'll probably.
You're gonna take this guy. I know you're gonna take him.
Probably do half unit on each. The
under and Santos.
Because I think there is that possibility that Arce really just plays on the outside, and just plays it very safe against this newcomer. And like, but like, I'm not confident enough to bet. Yeah, I don't know. I think at the odds that we're given, I think that it's very. It's kind of unreasonable. I think those odds should be like pick 'em odds for the under 1.5. I think it's either Arce is going to be coming out and finish, or is he sitting back on the edge? So like, I think those are kind of 50-50.
Fuck, beautiful. We hammer the shit out of that. That might be like a.
And it was like, to be fair,
hammer right off the start of the night. Yeah, go ahead. I said that might be something I just throw. Hammer it right to start off the night. And either you go up or you go down. Right to start off the night.
I think at the number, it's not a bad idea.
It's not a bad idea just for the sake of it.
The only people that he's gone, we got finished by it was Kelleher got guillotine choke back in fucking 2016, which is interesting. But Song Yadong which obviously Song is very, very powerful.
He is,
but especially with body
and
shots.
Song Yadong takes shots. That's the whole problem. He fucking can eat a shot. That's what makes a guy.
Arce didn't land any strikes against him. He got kind of
landed one.
I think he only landed like 12 to 15 strikes or something like that. Across like the round and a half that fight put out.
I don't even remember how long that fight was. When was that fight? What card was that on? Just tell me the card. I'll tell you. Actually, I'll figure it out.
No, I can. I'm pretty close, but.
Holloway Rodriguez. Holy shit. Huh.
But yeah, no, I think if you're giving me plus, especially when you factor in our history of going for the under 1.5, 2.5 stack. You know what I mean?
I picked Julio Arce in that fucking card too. I remember it. I was pissed about this.
Against Song Yadong? Yeah.
100% I did. We can go back and find it. It was recent. It was fucking recent.
Plus 125. That's great value on Song Yadong. That should have been a hammer play.
You did hammer him. I remember it. You and Doug hammered it. That's the Moraes fight. They're taking a Marlins fight when we hammered the under, but we probably did as well, actually. Probably both. I didn't hammer both. That wasn't that long ago, eh? Like that fucking felt like you go look at the card and you go, "Bah, it's years ago." It's like fucking 8 months ago. It felt like 10 years ago. Felt like the ninth MMA Bet Surgeon season. Felt like season 9 of the MMA Bet Surgeon. It's the hours, bro. It's like you're putting in literally like a lot of hours watching fights. A lot of hours.
Actually, the one thing that also does concern me, and my last note here, Daniel Santos has not fought since 2019. Bunch of canceled
No,
fights.
he's done. He's spotty. I forgot to say that. I was gonna say that in my
What
breakdown.
do you mean done?
He's
You have never fucking seen
not
this
done.
guy. Wiley Cat.
But I don't think he's the level of competition. It almost feels like, was this guy brought in on short notice?
No, but
I don't know.
I think he's gonna land some crazy finish and just club him. I'm not.
Someone's getting knocked out. Someone's getting knocked out. Yeah.
Yeah, but I think that's a good factor for the, because if this guy's coming out real slow and then Arce just starts to really land on him too, that's another way, and then he just gets him out early. It's another, like, if this guy just doesn't get Arce's respect early, you know what I mean? But
Yep. Or this guy just doesn't get started. I totally hear that. But yeah, we'll go to the next one real quick.
yeah, I think that's good.
I
There.
like
think
that.
that's
I'm
great.
gonna hammer that.
That's
I'm gonna put 100. Yeah, I'm gonna hunt on him.
I'm gonna see. I'm just gonna look around. Before I place it, I'm gonna shop around the lines and make sure it's
Of course, you are a line
the
shopper.
best line.
They call you like you're like the
Or-
minesweeper. You're the line sweeper. That should be your nickname.
The
when
way,
you go
you
there.
gotta do it. You gotta do
You
it.
should be coming.
It has
into,
to be
you should
done,
come into the,
especially with some of
as
these
the
lines.
line
It's
sweeper.
it's gotta be done. But yeah, on to the next one.
A fight that I'm not too crazy about. Kay Hansen, Pierre Rodriguez. This is going to be kind of an interesting fight. I don't really know anything about Pierre Rodriguez. She's obviously a Contender Series product, an LFA product. It's going to be kind of interesting to see where I don't know, a fighter of her level comes from, and I'll be honest, I don't know enough about her to make a honest prediction about her. I've just kind of heard things. I haven't seen anything with my own eyes. It sounds like she's got a little bit of power just kind of looking at her resume, and that means she's got a little bit of juice on her. And it sounds like she's got a little bit of pip to her step as far as the punching goes, which I like. I like that a lot better than a girl that's just going to come in 7-0 with 7 decisions. So if we're basing it off stuff like that and off what I've seen from Kay Hansen, she had the Juice the Vicious fight, which I believe might have been was short notice, but it was a step up in weight. I'm not, like, me and you were the one, Dan, that told me, that got me into taking Judah Vicious in that fight, and it was, I don't know, for me it was perfect. Like that was the perfect kind of bet right there. Was taking Judah Vicious.
She was smaller, yeah. That was a great spot.
And that was the good spot there. I think it's kind of become now one of these where, do you pick Kay Hansen in this fight? Do you not pick her? That's kind of always, I mean, fuck. Picking some of these fights is ridiculously hard. Now she comes back. I don't know, man. She's this girl who consistently I've doubted her since she tore the ACL, and I think that was early in her career, maybe in one of her early fights or in early camps or something in the UFC. It was early. And I doubted her when she came back, and she didn't look too bad. That might have been the McKenna fight when she came. That was the Jin Yu Frey fight when she came back, and looked good in that fight. And I just don't think she's got it. I think that it's maybe kind of the latter in this one, and I'm gonna probably go with Pierre Rodriguez. I don't love it, but I like it a lot better.
Yeah, I don't know. I've been an avid fader of Kay Hansen. I do think she's got some. She's definitely got holes in the game, and obviously being only 22 years old age, she's only natural. She's not going to be a complete fighter at this point, but like skill for skill, I think she probably has Rodriguez beat. But there's like, and I think that she probably should be the favorite in this fight. I think that's kind of like, because realistically,
she should be. I know. Is it? I gotta check the line.
It's pretty much a pick 'em. I think you can get her at plus Kay Hansen plus 100 some places. But
what are
I
you
think
using?
that
I gotta shop
Rodriguez.
here.
Sorry, what?
I'm gonna look.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I was gonna say. I think the jazz. It was just a very, very dumb idea to take Jazz Vicious fight. Like, I don't know why a weight class. Obviously, she had some cancellations, and that gets frustrating. But like, you can't, like, you're just putting yourself in that position, potentially be taking 3 losses in a row. I think she has a grappling advantage here, so there's some path to victory. like we haven't really seen Rodriguez obviously taken out on the ground in our fight history, but I think that's a possibility. I think you're kind of if you're confident about this fight either way, I think you're crazy. To be honest,
That's what I mean.
really,
That's what I just said. I said I'm not confident about it, but
especially
I am
was like saw some shit. It was like Pierre Rodriguez. I was like saw some clip. It was from like because they do like sometimes those expanded contender series clips where they like do their background and stuff like that.
Yeah.
You know how Hamzat stayed in the All Stars MMA gym, like slept in that broom closet or whatever.
Sure. I don't even really know. I don't fucking follow too much of this shit. Yeah.
He did or whatever.
Yeah.
Back in the day when he first got there.
Really?
She stayed in the exact same room, so there could be a little bit of rev off energy from the fucking.
Yeah, Hamzat's Perry.
I do also like
Harry Beard.
She's the older. She's the older fighter. I think like that'll be a good thing about having probably more strength, and she's got I think she's done a lot of traveling and training with different people. So like, obviously she has less experience, but I think she's got a lot of good training in there. So I think this fight could honestly go either way. If you want to flip your money, go ahead. But like, I don't really see the way to cap this properly, to be honest.
I gotta check it right now here.
Wow, this is why you shop lines though, because you can get the under 1.5 on Bet365 is plus 225, so 3.25 to 1. Even better.
Shit.
I'm gonna look on FanDuel.
Well, no, just get you're done. You got to just use best fight odds, but I don't know how to use it to find unders. I can find it to find overall. Yeah. You sure?
I don't know. You probably can, but like,
You probably can.
You might as well just go in.
Actually, yeah. You probably just click this button.
It's everything shifting.
Oh, found it. Over or under? We were talking about Arce and Santos, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so under 1.5. It's only listed on 2 sites right now. 2 sites out of their 12 only have it listed. And it's Betway and Bet365. Or and 5D. Apparently it's not listed on Bet365, which is bullshit because we know it is. That's what? Why is that fucking not?
You could also just take that pretty much at even money, the fight not to go the distance as well. In that fight. Oh, wait. No, that's not really worth the mess. I don't know. Better 2.5 at that point. But yeah, no, I think that we'll obviously circle back to that by fight day, and we'll be concluding our conclusions on some of these lines. But I don't know. I don't think it's going to get steamed or anything like that because like so much fight is concentrated on some of these other fights on the card. But
it's really not. It's really
not worth. It's not like I think that 365 number, like 3.25 to 1 on the other one.
I don't have the kind of. I'm not transferring capital around like that, and don't get mad at me because I actually have pulled out. I have like almost no money left.
You're betting this much money on the score.
I have almost no money left in my other account. It's almost all been pulled. By no money, I mean
365
I mean 1,500 left.
Had a bonus. I think 365 it was like a 250 credit bonus or something like that.
For what? Why the fuck is this so hard to get open? How the fuck are you supposed to open this fucking goddamn thing? Just like half spill the goddamn thing. Like pop the top a little bit.
You're crazy with that shit.
Oh, I'm just trying to fucking open it.
Yeah, we'll move on to the definitely enough time on that. The Anthony Fluffy Hernandez fight versus Josh Fremd. Obviously, there's been a bunch of shit going on with this. Hernandez was gonna fight Dricus Du Plessis, where he was about to get absolutely shellacked.
Du Plessis.
The day got fucking Du Plessis. Actually.
I know.
He said in the Hawani interview. I was about to slap down 100 straight on Du Plessis at that line the same day. Got voided because it was switched to Du Plessis versus Gaslam. And then Gaslam.
And they lost that.
He's got to get surgery or whatever the fuck's going on.
He already has to have surgery with that now?
Yeah, I think
why?
Some shit.
Why?
I don't know. He's got some issues, bro. But I think short notice from the guy has holes in his game. He's very hittable. I don't think Hernandez is anything special either, but I don't know. This is kind of a pass of a fight. It could go a bunch of different ways. What do you think?
The more I was thinking about this is I think that it's going to be first round's kind of going to be scary. I'm heavy on my boy Fluffy. I'm taking him
Your
submission.
Fucking when?
Yeah. I bet on Fluffy a couple times. I like him.
I don't know. Your boy, though. I don't know.
Whatever. It doesn't even matter.
About him if he's not fighting. Like, I don't think your boy.
It doesn't even matter. I don't talk about a lot of people if they're not really fighting. And most of the time, they're not my boys. I fucking hate you. If I'm talking about you and you're not fighting. Yeah, whatever. Okay, maybe I shouldn't be throwing that around. Whatever. Why the fuck you, man? Why you kind of interrupt my thing here? Second round submission for Hernandez.
Did you take him against Rodolfo?
Yes. Maybe not. Yes, I did. Maybe I didn't.
Okay, go ahead.
Second round submission. Anthony Hernandez.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's definitely a possibility. The guy's coming in on short notice. Who knows what kind of shape he's in? Got the
He's in good shape. I've been watching some formed interviews. He's kind of an interesting cat. Not really.
He's very hittable. That's my issue with him. RoboCop fucked his day up. Like, he schmangled him. It's kind of crazy to think about. That was only in fucking May of last year.
I know.
He's also fought. That in the span of since we saw Fluffy versus Rodolfo Vieira. He lost, got knocked out by RoboCop in the first round back in May. Then come back, gets a decision win. That was a decent fight. And then gets a finish. Again, the guy very gassed out. Gassed out in that fight, but I don't know. It's a fight to stay away from. You can make like the under. You don't even get even money. It's just under even money. You could get the second round. Hernandez only plus 500. I don't even. I guess you could play that, but the 1-2 split. But I don't know. It's not really a fight I'm really gonna invest in. What even is the sub? Because the guy's never been sub, but that's your favorite.
That's shit. 2.87. Anthony Hernandez.
That's garbage. Yeah, you can't be bad.
You can't even play that. Can't even play that shit. They're really discrediting this guy on short notice.
Can't hurt him on the feet though. I think you could hurt him.
100%. I think Hernandez has a good possibility of even touching the canvas in the first.
The guy's gonna be coming out, right? Obviously, UFC debut.
Yeah, he has to.
He's not. It's not in 3-round fucking shape, so he's got very nice clinch knees and stuff like that. He's hurt people with a variety. Like if you saw him hurt people with jab, with the lead hook, some decent clinch shots, punches in knees, like. Yeah, I don't know. You're crazy if you're betting fucking Fluffy Hernandez. Those even if it's short notice. If it's not short notice, this fight will be a pick'em. I think pick'em odds.
I don't know, man. I don't think Foreign's that fucking caliber. Like, I don't know. Is he that caliber? Like, really? Is he UFC level?
What caliber? He's not UFC caliber. Is he Fluffy Hernandez caliber? Yeah.
I don't know. Fluffy Hernandez.
Rodolfo Vieira fucked up. He lost that fight more than obviously got the sub.
Agreed.
Vieira was dead, bro.
I know.
Fluffy survived the first round. He didn't win it.
I like the names on a guy like Hernandez's resume a lot better than I like the names on a guy like Foreign's resume.
By Kevin Holland?
Getting hit in the body isn't really I don't know. Getting hit in the body isn't like getting knocked the fuck out. It's not like his body got shut the fuck down with those knees, but like fuck, like
yeah. What if fucking Frem goes in there and gets a clinch and knees him to the body?
Totally possible.
like at the odds where he is, despite being short notice, like I still struggled to find confidence.
I hear you.
And there's not enough value on the under.
I hear you. I absolutely hear you.
Yeah.
I think the submission
I'm very
shit.
salty, but I think Duplessis was gonna absolutely mangle him. That would have been a mauling. And that was, I think, it was a coming out party for Dricus. That's the way they set it up. Another
Definitely.
fight we could go over very quickly. Olenek
No,
versus
that's
Vandera.
Is that the next one? That's the next one, right? Is that actually the next one?
According to Tapology, it is.
Oh yeah, okay. I'm just gonna make sure I put a bet down for this fight. So yeah, if you want to go ahead and start it, yeah.
Oh, your submission bet? Wait, what do you even bet it?
I don't know. I'm kind of gonna announce it.
Oh, okay.
I'm not really 100% sure yet.
Obviously, it was
round 2. I'm just gonna take the round 2, like I said.
It was Olenek versus Latifi, and then they tried to run it back, and then Latifi's gone. Vandera short notice. Obviously, we know Vandera is nothing special, far from it, and fucking Olenek's absolutely shot now.
Shot at the ripe age of 50.
He's over the hill. Obviously, he's not like back in the day when he could fucking. I was like, oh, you don't want to fuck with this guy.
The question isn't even who's gonna win; it's how over the hill, how shot is Olenek, and is he able to beat
he's just small,
Jared Van Danner?
He's not gonna be.
Yeah,
Vander's takedown defense isn't fucking good from as far as I can recall.
Van Danner's takedown defense is shit. That's the whole problem.
Olenek's fucking. It's gonna have to be like some trip or something like that. He's gonna have to be sneaky about it. Like he's so much smaller than him. Like Olenek's like what? He always weighs in like 230 to 240 or something like that. He's not even a full size.
Yeah.
Heavyweight.
He's a tweener. He's like a tweener. He's in between light heavyweight. He's like a fucking. He's that.
Just coming off. Vander's coming off the split against Arlovsky back in fucking February. Like.
He's like that. He's like that new category they made in boxing that they haven't even made a fucking anyone fight for, the Bridgerweight category. You like that?
You can get fucking Vander is the very slight under right now. Around odds. I think that's kind of surprising. Even though it was short notice, it's kind of surprising. He's probably gonna.
That's the reason.
He's probably gonna whack him first. He's probably gonna whack Olenek in the first.
He could, but Jared Van Danner's not the fucking best puncher. It's like he is, but he's not. And it's like
he's a 265-pound plus man swinging around his fist.
Oh, with an old man in there.
Exactly.
Against a senile old man. He's rolling on his back. He's rolling on his back.
He'd fuck you up.
Of course he would. Of course he would. I don't know. It'd also be one of those same situations. You gotta get me the fuck. You gotta get me the fuck. You gotta get me the fuck down there first.
Landed one solid good shot. It's good enough to take out Olenek. No disrespect to the boa constrictor, because I love him. You obviously know I love him.
Of course, I love him too. I like Olenek. I've won plenty of dollars off Olenek. He's just done.
Or some subs when he's just got the fucking Ezekiel.
Tons.
What the fuck is he doing?
Tons.
He's out.
Yeah. We didn't even know this guy could do that type of stuff. Yeah, he can. That's what he does.
It's an easy stay away fight.
Oh yeah, I'd stay away from it, but I've been teetering back and forth with
10 different ways it could go. It could
I think Olenek
decision. It could be a fucking knockout in a minute and a half. Like who fucking knows?
Yeah, I've been going back and forth with it.
10 seconds left in the third round. Who knows?
I think that it's more than likely that fucking Olenek's gonna go in there and sub him, and maybe even retire.
More than likely, because that would get 60. That'd be the 60th win. Fuck, that'd be awesome.
No, he's been searching for it for fucking ever. Have you not heard about this? He's been searching.
You go Fluffy and Olenek sub.
Second round, both second round. Fucking make it even crazier.
Second round is just both sub. They're both at like the same odds, like 2.6. Like that's not even like, but that is his own. But like that is his only path to victory. Because if he gets him down, he's gonna get him out. He's gonna sub him.
I think so. You think so, right? Like I don't know. You think?
100%. 100%. Because it'd be in the first round.
Man, he's just
Doesn't
got to
even
get him
matter.
down fucking
He'll
with
just like
one time.
He'll just like fucking trip him up, and even if he's like off balance, he'll just drag him down, and he might Ezekiel him. Shit, I'm not gonna bet on Olynyk, but like, I don't know, another fight that you have to be crazy to be confident about something.
20 years
like-
is fucking elder going out there. 21 years is
How old's
elder.
Vanna?
And there's only 29. I keep saying the Olynyk's 50.
He's
It's a
29.
joke though.
I guess he's like 36.
Olynyk's not actually 50. He's like 45. But yeah, it's Vandera. Yeah, because that's called the life
He
of
could be
fucking
50.
fat.
Rush
That's
to
called the life
45.
of. That's called the life of fast food and fucking.
He said the life of
poor
50
decisions. No, not Olynyk. Olynyk fucking looks great for fucking 44. I'm talking about fucking Vandera looking just as old as Olynyk.
He looks like he's had about as many miles.
If Olynyk shaved his fucking face
Crack.
and his fucking half bald head, he'd look just as young as Vandera. He looked like Vandera's fucking child. Vandera
right.
looks like
That's enough.
a
That's
life
enough
of
on that one.
abusing
We don't really
fucking
have any
McDonald's.
confident plays. You'll see Pat
and
probably
fucking-
schlucking around some reasonable bet on Olynyk sub on fight day, but I got nothing confident here.
I almost want to do it now, but it's like I'm not going to. I have to stay away from that. There's no point in even touching that right now.
I could even see money coming in on Vandera.
It will though.
Well,
Like, do we
Mr.
put the money
Yeah,
on
I would wait on
Vandera?
it. No.
Vandera's
Betting-
fucking shit
betting
though,
on the
right?
fight.
Like he,
I'm betting- I'm
Vandera
slinging around
fucked
too
me
much
against
dough on other
Orlovsky.
fights.
Did Orlovsky
Wait.
take down Vandera? He did, right? Orlovsky fucking took down Vandera, right? Or they just fucking
But
stood there and
Olynyk's takedowns aren't even good, bro.
I know that's the problem. So it's gonna if
Don't-
Olynyk can't.
The answer is clear. Don't put money on the fight. That's the
That's
clear answer.
bullshit. That's bullshit. That's
You're
the only things I bet on.
trying- What do you mean?
To make something out of nothing, that's all I do.
I think the last two fights are both, even the last three fights, considering the caliber of fights that we have on the rest of the card, excluding maybe a couple, I don't think it's really worth. Like, maybe small bets at most, maybe put them in a crazy parlay, but to put massive units, I think you'd be nuts. Like you can be in a hindsight expert and be like, after the fight, that somebody looks like a friend comes in there and just starches Hernandez and be like, wow, that was the sharp pick. But like, there's so many unknowns. Obviously, you could so many unknowns included on the Julio Arce fight. There's a lot of fights where it's very tough to get good reads. I'd say even including this next fight, Mickey Gall versus Mike Milan. Guy coming out.
I don't know, man. I think you're confusing a lot more than there has to be.
Like what?
Reading into
What-
it too
what-
much.
Tell me something for certain that's going to happen in those first four fights, because I can't. The most confident thing is I think the finish in the first early at some point or early in the first fight.
100%.
And obviously we have good odds on that. I think I think considering that, we'd probably put a bit more on that. And let's ride that through the beginning of the prelims. Like maybe you throw together some parlays, but even then, I think rolling the dice, and there's a lot of ways you can get fucked. Like
think
other
that's
than
part
that,
of the
give me a
game,
confident
son.
read. Give Rodriguez Hansen coin flip. Hernandez.
Yeah, I'm not betting.
Could go a
we're
bunch
not
of
ta-
ways. That this fight, the Olynyk.
I'm not too
rando.
I'm not too thinking Hernandez is friend and it's gonna go two different ways. I'm pretty confident in Hernandez. Olynyk Vandera. Sure, I am on the fence about that.
Notice? Is that it? Like I don't how. Like what do you mean? Like what is he gonna do?
It's not even because it's short notice. It's a resume thing. It's who you fought and who you've looked good against. Frem's a guy who's coming off, no offense, a fucking league that is not of the same of Anthony Hernandez. Even the fights that he was fighting
Vieira
before.
So many people could have finished or not or subbed Vieira after just surviving the onslaught from the first round. Vast majority of the people in the division would do that. I think there's a very small fraction that would have got finished. Obviously,
I'm not basing.
and it would
I'm not
all be
even
people that don't
thinking
have any
about
grappling defense.
Yeah, I hear you.
I don't really remember the Jungyoung Park fight enough, but like getting finished by Kevin Holland and Marcus Perez, what does that do for Jordan Wright? Wait, did he get finished or fucking did Jordan Wright? Was that Jordan Wright finished? That was Jordan Wright finishing him.
No, he finished Jordan Wright. He was smoking dope. Yeah.
I don't know.
No, yeah, that's how he got in. That's how he got in.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense.
Because they
obviously.
brought
obviously
Jordan
that-
Wright.
Yeah, no.
They
he
brought
did. No,
Jordan
no,
Wright
you're right.
back.
No.
Yeah, remember
Oh,
they
yeah,
brought Jordan.
He came in.
Yeah.
He was probably Jordan Wright was a decent favorite, and then yeah. No, actually,
It was for
Fluffy was
smoking the
Fluffy was
juice.
Good, and then he came in and
Fernandez
smacked
was
him. But like
smoking
Mark Perez,
weed.
that loss ages terribly. Obviously, Kevin Holland has power, but like
100%.
I don't think that I think you can say a lot of these guys like Jordan Wright's not UFC level. We know that. Marcus Perez is not UFC level. Like those are guys like it's not like I think you can't say that with absolute confidence. I don't think like.
I hear you.
Like obviously Brendan Allen and LA that win ages well, but like
age is great. That's the fine wine.
Brandon Allen's shown very low IQ in the UFC, but
he's 100% super low IQ. Like fucking what are you
one
doing,
of the most
buddy?
low IQ fighters we've seen as of late, to be honest, considering his skill level.
He just does some dumbass shit. Some shit where I go, what who do you think you are, man? You fucking are not what you think you are. But yeah. Okay, Mickey Gall, Mike Mallet.
Fluffy could come out and look great, especially against the shortest fighter. But I just think it's worth a small stab. But we haven't found a good line there. I think everything's probably lined pretty accurately, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's a very considering it's short notice. I think it's lined very accurately. Like everything is you're going straight up the chance. You're not getting an advantage like I think we are getting in the first fight.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, let's go on to the Mickey Gall versus Mike Malott fight. We got Mike Malott, obviously very impressive in the Contender Series. He's our guy fighting out of I think what is he? Is he Waterdown? Is that what it is? Like very close to where both the circus surgeon and myself grew up. This guy has a very interesting career to look at. Yeah, it is Waterdown. Very interesting career. I think it's over the last 7 years. He's only got a round and a half of cage time.
Yeah.
Not including that grappling thing. 2015 when we got a draw in Bellator. I did that would caught him pretty clean in that fight. Mm-hmm. He was hurt kind of by Solomon Renfro before he got the finish. He's got very good skills. We all know Mickey Gall is fucking very good. Very, very beatable guy. Another guy that does very good IQ with moderate skills. So I don't think it's lined properly considering the lack of experience from Mike Malott. But I think at the same time he could go in there and look minus fucking 600, 700 against Mickey Gall. It's not easy to fucking Mickey Gall made Diego Sanchez look fucking good a few years ago.
Yeah, look like a god. Look like a god. Made people. I remember. Were you at? Yeah, we were at QBs. You remember that shit? And I was talking to an old guy, and I was so fucking mad. It killed a parlay of mine, and I was like, "We're watching it, and we're smoking. We're outside, and they had that TV, and you could just see fucking. I left mid-fight. You remember that? I went, I'm leaving. I'm getting out of here, and I went outside to go smoke, and I'm talking to this fucking old guy. And he's going, Mickey, look at this. Look at Diego. And I'm fucking so mad. I was so fucking mad. I was like, you gotta be fucking kidding me. That's when I was like, wow, this fucking guy is nothing. I was like, no offense to this fucking guy, but where the fuck did I get off thinking that, one, Diego Sanchez was done in 2019? Because he ain't, and he still ain't. But two, what the fuck, man? I don't think that Mickey Gall got thrown into the flames when he came in, and not thrown in, but he, when you go back and look at it, Mickey Gall fought fucking 3 guys back to back to back that, and I don't, no longer in the fucking UFC, no longer in the UFC, did not have prosperous careers with the UFC. Mike Jackson was brought in from nothing, got cut during during that fucking stupid, they ruled that a no contest. I don't even remember what happened in the CM Punk Mike Jackson fight. They called it off because of them not fighting. What? That's been reverted to a no contest? Whatever. That shit is garbage. So when you go back and just look at that, that's been reverted, Dan. If you haven't seen that to a no contest, I don't know why, but I don't, man, Sage Northcutt was good. He derailed that fucking hype train.
Now that's awesome.
Yeah. So it was a huge fucking. But they've got him listed as 1-0, Mike Jack. Like, I don't even know. Doesn't matter. Oh no, that was at the time of the fight. No, never mind. I'm retarded. But yeah, like
Wait,
I don't know. Randy.
Wait, Mike Jackson has a fucking fight scheduled for fucking. Wait, what? It's impossible. That's impossible.
I'm done. I think I might just quit my job.
How?
I think I'm gonna
Wait,
move to Florida.
how? Wait.
When I was watching that
I guess
Hamzat
maybe they have one fight left on the contract. They have a
sniper,
3 fight.
this guy looks just as bad. I might knock that guy.
he-
That guy looks so bad too.
He'll fucking back out of this. He won't even. I'd put money on this fight not fucking happening.
It's fake. When's it scheduled for?
Bro, like next week, next card, bro. No, April 23rd.
Lemos Andrade.
Later in the month. April in the month. Later in the month. That's fucking insane, bro. Against a guy. Against. Oh god. Dean Barry, the sniper. Have I fucking seen this cat? I don't even know.
You almost forget that fucking Lando Venata still fights. Do you remember how long ago it was when we were watching?
No, I
Lando
don't.
Venata
Never.
just get his ass?
We would have covered it. We'd have a whole segment if he retired, honoring the fucking.
He didn't
career.
retire. I didn't say that.
That's what I mean. I'm saying.
It feels like it's been forever. He's fighting
The guy-
Jourdain on the same card.
This guy's being fed, Ken. Pat, the Dean Barry guy. He's coming off a win.
He's shit. That's what I said.
Second knockout.
He's shit.
No,
That's what I said.
Dean Barry.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, 21 second knockout. A guy. I think this guy was 6 and 30-0.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I didn't like. He is garbage. I looked at him and I
but
said,
he'll probably
when
he'll
you
come
said
in
him, I said I
he'll
could.
come in and
Yeah.
smoke Mike Jackson like a fucking.
I don't know, Mike
smoke.
Jackson. If one thing I've learned about Mike Jackson, he can run around for 15 minutes and just look at you like you're fucking like he's not in a fight. Like he's just there to fucking move around.
Against CM Punk.
CM Punk is still an athlete.
Yeah. So what do you mean? How is he showing you he can do that when he fucking did it against a guy who's not a fighter, and then he gets subbed in 45 seconds by Mickey Gall. So what are you fucking talking about? He'll get fucking stunned in under 2.5 minutes by fucking Dean Barry. I don't fucking care who Dean Barry's fought. Like Jackson's. Like I don't even know how the fuck he's fighting. How is that even possible?
Mallet better come out and look good.
Yeah, I think there's a very good chance he does, but There's
a very good chance I think he gets subbed.
I don't think the line's justifiable considering the experience difference in who they fought.
Well, I don't even know what the line is at.
He's a pretty moderate favorite. I think it's like -200 or something like that. Give him a 1.5.
Wow.
Yeah, like -200.
That is terrible. I might even take Mickey Gall at those lines. Yeah, I probably will. I'll probably just take Mickey Gall and think that he beats the Canadian guy. The Canadian circuit's kind of shit.
I think you might as well take the finish probably if you're gonna bet on.
Yeah, 100%. I'd take Gall by sub if I'm really gonna get super fucking nutty.
I don't know. Mike Malot's got some pretty good jiu-jitsu, it seems. I think he's at least.
I don't think Mallet's shit.
No, but it's like one of those things on a debut. I don't think he should be those kind of odds on a debut. It's kind of a weird.
You're right. You're
Weird.
right. It is super weird.
Yeah, it's another fight. It's
Imagine
probably not
we
gonna
get
put
him
much money
almost.
on.
We get almost Mickey Gall coming back to life and reforming and kind of stopping another hype train. If it's really even, you could even call it. Not even
But like I think I wouldn't even really call it that. You can't really call him Mike Malott a hype train.
That's what I'm
Don't
saying.
really-
I'm
don't
not
really
really
hype
even
on
saying
that.
it's comparable. Because the UFC couldn't build hype for a fucking piece of paper. They're
Like Mickey
fucking
Gall on points.
garbage.
Mickey Gall on points
Yeah.
plus 600. That's the shot you take. 7-1.
But I think
I don't think he subs him. I think he has a shit gas tank too, Mickey Gall. I think it'll be a fucking high pace first round. We could probably see a finish early second
from Mallet.
from Mallet, and if not, probably goes the distance. Both guys are just looking sloppy.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I lean more to my Canadian guy, Mike Mallet. I don't want to pick Mickey Gall. I think he's
But like
shit.
I think if you're betting
But
on
the
Mickey
line
Gall,
is
I think
garbage.
the points is. I think that's the shot. I don't think it's the sub.
I hear you.
Because I think Mallet's probably be able to keep this on the feet. He's just gonna strike with him. It'll be a bit cleaner striker.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't have enough information to back that up with a bet.
I hear you.
So the one I think so. Like of the fights so far, it's making me want to put like risky as it is. I think I'm probably gonna take a pretty decent shot on that under in the first fight of the night because
A huge shot on that under in the first fight of the night. You either go up or you don't. You fuck it. It's worth it. I think it's so worth it in that fight. Even just
I'm probably just gonna do the fight not to go the distance, just because obviously I'm not gonna get fucking greedy. And then I'm gonna probably gonna do a unit on that or 2 units on that. I'm probably gonna do probably a unit on the under 1.5. We'll just get a night rolling. We'll be pissed. Now we got a barn burner. Aspen Ladd versus Raquel Pennington. Fucking goddamn it.
I don't even want to talk about it. Can we just skip it?
I don't know. It's an interesting line, though. I don't think fucking Rocky should be that much of a favorite. No chance. I think she could fucking.
I'll be honest. I don't care about these girls. They are fucking. I don't even remember half these girls fighting because it's just irrelevancy. No, how many fights in a row has this girl had fucking canceled? How many Aspen Ladd fights did I probably review that never actually?
Well, there was a very weird situation. It was before when she went up in weight and lost that fight. She who was that against again? Fucking.
The Gerandamine fight? Was that fucking her going up?
No, the Demont fight. Because it was a weird thing where she missed weight. The Chiason fight at the beginning of October, and then she took.
Oh yeah.
Basically, I think, and then she then took the fight on short notice against Dumont. It was
just stupid career decisions. Raquel Pennington's coming off.
But like she's the better grappler. I think you'd be crazy to fucking like she could even finish Rocky, to be honest.
I'd rather take her than fucking Rocky, but it would just be our luck that we take her and Rocky comes out and gets
as an underdog, or when I get good odd on the odds like a decision or something like that against fighters that aren't that good. I think Aspen Ladd's got issues, but if she looks good on the scales and she makes weight, I think she probably wins this fight. I think it should be a pick fight. I think on it. Think about look who's fucking Rocky's even beating. Like this is
Rocky doesn't lose. Rocky only loses to the best. Rocky only loses to the best if you really go through it. It's kind of crazy, eh?
Yeah. But it's like
but I mean, I know the contrast is so great. It's women's MMA. Yeah,
Aspen Ladd probably I think she's probably similar to Rocky, where she's not in the lower level, like she's right in the middle. Like she's probably having around should be ranked like around 5 to 10 in the division. Like she's not, like she's got some skill, like she got some skills, but she's obviously a lot of experience.
Mm-hmm. I'm down. Is Ladd the heavy dog in this one, or what's the line at on this? Because
she's plus 150 right now. I think if she looks good,
I'll take her for plus 150. Plus 150 without a fucking bat of an eye. That is no problem for me. That's like a coin flip fight in which arguably one girl is better than the other one. Like I said, I gave Rocky all the credit in the world and did say
I'm taking the person with the grappling advantage, right?
100%.
Right? Like that's what I'm like. And like she also she didn't get
and the youth. It's huge. It's huge. The youth is huge.
I think she can
having the youth is huge. Having the youth is huge. The couple years
past her guard, gets her in mount, she could get a finish.
I think that line is good enough to take. In my opinion,
I definitely wouldn't bet the decision.
Fucking wacky.
It's only the only difference is it goes from 2.5
to
plus 150 straight to 3.4 plus 240. That's more.
So it goes to 3.4. I know.
Yeah.
It's not even worth it. That's not even worth
it. Plus 500 on the finish. I may take a little wild card stab on that. I think when you get decent, like especially like in a lot, like that's kind of the only scenario where you really should be taking shots on women's MMA, is when you get an underdog and there's a close, if not,
it's yeah, exactly, a winnable fight. It's there, yeah.
It's a
Yeah.
fight. I think
Very, very winnable fight.
coin flip. Whoever's employing their game plan better. And I think
It's a huge thing with the scale, though. We have to see that. Like, I'm not gonna take her if she fucking.
if she looks like shit or she misses weight,
she
I'm not
half
placing it
passes
now
out of
because-
the fucking. Yeah,
No, but if
actually,
she
I'm
looks
not
good on
gonna place it
Friday-
now.
if she looks good on Friday, I'm gonna be on top of it because I think that
feel like that line could
there
move.
will be money that comes in on her if she. looks
That
good.
line's gonna move now, though. I think that line's gonna move before
No.
she weighs in.
No, I've seen people taking fucking.
The problem is, I don't know if you realize it. Wednesday, and we obviously didn't fucking pioneer this. Wednesdays become the night when every fucking prediction guy does their show. Everybody, man. Everybody, Dan. Everybody does their shows, like these channels and stuff.
Matter?
The line's gonna move after tonight.
I think
It's
people
not
that are
just me and you.
I think the most people that are putting out the biggest picks have put. They may have their prediction shows on Wednesday, but they've already put out their picks far before that. I just want to look. Yeah, so think about some people have taken down Rocky. Jason took her down, which.
So I don't understand where this line movement comes from. Then it's just gonna come. It's just gonna come pre.
Marion Renault took her down twice. Took her down. Yeah, but if those three girls are taking you down, Aspen Ladd's gonna get her down at some point.
Mhm.
She could get a takedown around, and she's either gonna control her or maybe get a finish. I think I'll probably take a unit stab on Aspen Ladd, probably half unit on the
Finish.
half unit on the finish. I think there's some value there because she does go for it when she gets into.
I think there's value on Ladd
She
for
looked
sure.
I think the line large base how absolute dog shit she looked in the Dumont fight, but I just think it was an absolute just stupid decision for her to be taking that fight. I think she was compromised after the fucking bad weight cut 2 weeks before. We know that when
Almost
people
dying.
yeah, because did she even make the weight for the 135? I don't even know if she did.
I don't know.
If my memory, I'm not even gonna look at it, but if my memory serves me, I think she missed that even. But
She's fucking. We talked about her having to be cut out of the UFC because of missing weight. I think we had a big fucking conversation about it.
yeah, but I think that's what I mean. But so that's why I'm not placing it now. I don't care if I lose a little bit of value. I'm not confident enough to say, oh, she'll look great. She's gonna come in and change things this time.
I hear you.
But
hear
yeah,
you.
on to actually probably
One of the better
One of the
fights of the
first-
night. Yeah.
yeah. Well, since the first fight of the night, I think a fight that I'm
100%.
actually looking forward to. To be fair, the other ones like they could all be canceled. I'd be like, oh, that sucks. But
Yeah.
we lost some fights. I'm not gonna be
Yeah.
heartbroken about it. Jairzinho versus Strike versus Marcin Tybura. Who this is somebody who I would call your boy. It's a
I
tend to
know,
be
and
somebody
you're
Tybura.
gonna be surprising. You're gonna be surprised when we talked about this earlier in the week. You had asked me. It might have even been. It was actually last fight, guys, when we talked about. You had said, "Are you
Probably
backing
was.
your
Me and
boy?"
Doug, you already have our picks on it.
Oh no, all good, Doug, man. If you want to join in, man, fucking feel free, bro. Hit the link, man. It's all on you. If you're chilling tonight, do whatever you want, man.
No, but we haven't even got to the main card.
We haven't even. That's what I mean. We haven't even got. We're
Links
pretty
in-
much
links
just
in the
getting to
DM.
the.
Links in the DM.
Yeah,
so
links.
much fucking sad at all the boring, fucking not the boring fights, but all the fucking
The bullshit. Yeah.
all the
bullshit.
ones that won't be remembered 2 weeks from now. Yeah, but so you go ahead then. Obviously, I'll go last. If you have a different take, seemingly.
I don't, man. So the more I think about this fight, and I am a guy who's consistently backing Tybura. He's a guy who can get in there. He can kind of mix it up with you. He can put a good pace on you, and if he gets you to the ground, he can impose his game plan. I think that, and I've been back and forth on it all week. Fuck, man. I think it's going to be Biggie Boy, man. I think I'm taking Biggie Boy in this fight, and I'm actually taking Biggie Boy to finish Tybura. I just don't see Tybura making it through
He's not
enough.
gonna win a decision. I can guarantee you that.
Yeah, and I don't see it's possible. But I don't see Tybura making it through the onslaught. I just don't see him doing it. I think that it's going to be one of these ones where he we hit that stride, that bump in the road again, where, you know, we kind of said we hit it last fight, you know, with the whole decision loss, but great fight against Volkov and put up a fucking hell of a fight. And it's just kind of what happens sometimes, but I think Jairzinho Rozenstruik turns the lights out on Tybura. Could change, but my pick could change, but I don't think
like,
so.
Obviously, he has power, but like you say, he's gonna get the onslaught. When's the last time you fucking saw an onslaught from fucking Jairzinho? Like
Exactly.
he just sits back on the fucking, bounces around and tries to.
And he
fucking,
puts
like,
one on you, and he's gonna put one on you.
But he does it like, but what the like in the JDS fight, sure, maybe, but like he's not even fighting. Like you'd be like always losing to the best guys, but he looks absolutely dog shit in those fucking losses. He's getting completely outclassed. Like he has power. Tybura doesn't wear big punches great, but like I think if he can survive fucking the first round, then I
pick Tybura all the way. Yeah. Oh, if he survives the first round, it's all ifs though. That's an if.
So just bet Rozenstruik round 1. I think that's the play. Like I think decision, there's no fucking chance. I think Jairzinho has actually pretty. It's not atrocious takedown defense, but he's shit off his back and he's not going to get back up if he gets taken down. And Tybura doesn't. He's not somebody that's going to get discouraged when he doesn't get you down the first, fourth, fifth time. Like doesn't fucking matter. He's going to keep going. He's fucking. I don't remember how many attempts it was. I think it was like 6 attempts against 15 attempts against Volkov, which like Volkov and everybody were like, oh, Volkov has shit takedown defense after what we saw against Aspinall, but like that's more so testament to Aspinall's skill. Like Tybura is not a world class wrestler, but like he's gonna grind you out. He's gonna like if he has you up against the fence, which I think
he's on your ass. Yeah, 100%. He's on you.
I don't think he's more likely to have Jairzinho against his back, or sorry, with his back against the fence than on his back against the mat. But like, if he gets him down once, that's the round, or even the finish. I think if he gets on top of him, we see Tybura's got a very solid ground game, like with the ground and pound. So like I definitely wouldn't bet Tybura decision because of that. I think there's that potential. And Rose, especially the fight goes on, and like if it's not going to be an earlier finish, which he doesn't really force. Like Rozenstruik's not going to go in there and force it.
That's what I mean. I still think Rozenstruik is gonna. It could even fucking play one of these games where he just goes like you said, and then it maybe even the first round goes by and he just goes, bink, and he just it's face first fucking Tybura crashing into the canvas, and we're like, that was it. That was what fucking brought Jairzinho Rozenstruik into this light to the first place. He was this excellent kickboxer who had the power behind it to back it up. And I think that there's a lot of guys that you put in that position who don't last against a guy like Rozenstruik. Like I said, I don't fucking take a goddamn thing away from Tybura because he's been on his own run, his own terror. And he had the Volkov chance, and Volkov isn't an easy out for anybody, especially a guy like Tybura. Just being even that small. In the way that Tybura likes to try and finish fights in comparison to a guy like Volkov. Is this one a little bit, in my opinion, a little bit even, honestly, an easier one for Tybura to get back? 100%. But I think that power, I just don't think, like you said, wearing the shots well. He doesn't do it well. I don't see him doing it well when Rozenstruik hits him. I think Rozenstruik resets his kind of, you know, we've been talking about him. What the fuck is Rozenstruik? He's not really what we come to think about a knockout guy. We don't. And, you know, we've seen him in a lot of lackluster sit back on the back foot fight and look for an opening, and the opening might not be there for fucking even 25 minutes, and he won't take it. So, and he won't really necessarily force it. I do see the fight getting forced in this one, / Rozenstruik almost even realizing what needs to be done in this one. Knockout. Jairzinho Rozenstruik. Finish.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, okay, yeah, but I think that's the only way you play it. I think if you're absolutely batshit crazy if you play fucking Rozenstruik at the current line of 1.6.
What is the current line? I don't even look at these. That's why I just play them how I think it's gonna happen. I look at it.
It's better now than when I played it. I thought it was gonna flip the other way. I just think Tybura's the better striker or the better fighter all around. Like I don't fucking like maybe some pedigreed fucking kickboxer, but I don't fucking think Rosenstrike's anything special. He beat an over
I
the
hear
hill
you.
JDS. I don't think Augusto Sakai's really that good. Seemingly, I think we thought he was a bit better than he actually is. And as I said, like when he's losing these guys that are high level, he's getting blown out of the fucking water. Like Alistar Overeem had him fucking covered the entire fucking fight until he got caught. And like I don't even know if you fucking like he got fucking caught pretty good, but he like it's fucking I watched that back and it's like Jairzinho fucking like called his own finish on that one. He clipped him, but then just walked away, and the ref's like, oh, I guess I'm stopping it. Like he flat. Like, I guess you stop it at that point with Alistair Overeem, but like with 4 seconds left, like really, like I don't know. I think there's a ton of scenarios where this guy's fucking 2-4 or over his last 6. So I don't know. I think if we could easily see him clinch up early from Tybura. And once he gets in his fence up against
It wears
the back,
out
he
that
starts
early,
working,
yeah.
starts fucking
Yeah.
kneeing his knees and his thighs, like, and gets the power out of some of those out of his strikes. Like, obviously he carries that power, but I don't know. I think it's.
I hear you.
I think you lay your
I
money
don't think
on the
that's
round 1, round 2 for Jairzinho. Anything else,
And then
I
it
think
goes.
I think there's no value there, but I do obviously in hindsight I would have laid off on Tybura with putting money down. So. Full disclosure, obviously we had the situation with the bets getting canceled, so that's the only bet I haven't replaced on 3-6 because I was a bet I placed on 365.
I'm good though.
We're
Because
gonna
you're
get
telling me
more money
Betway's not getting anything canceled.
until they come over. They are licensed in Ontario.
Perfect. So hopefully Bellator gets that fucking fight done in the next
Well,
week.
yeah, it's not going to be in the next fucking.
I got 10
week
days.
and a half.
I got 10 days. The
but-
Bellator cards on the. Wait, is it on the Friday? No, it's not.
I don't think so. But
It's
anyway,
not.
I think that I think we could even see some more money coming in on Jairzinho. Just
It's on
that
the
really doesn't like.
It is on the Friday. I cannot wait. That's gonna be fire
wow.
and flames on a Friday.
That.
That's
Definitely
what
going
I'm
after
talking
that.
about. 100%. Bellator pays my
Okay,
bills,
don't
bro.
get fucking
Bellator
derailed here. We're not even talking. We'll
pays my
talk about that
bills.
later, maybe. You gotta fucking.
Yeah, we don't even have
relax.
time. We're way deep in this.
We definitely have time.
course.
Dougie hasn't even joined us yet. Just getting warmed
Okay, so
up.
keep going.
But I think that we could get Tybura.
Can't slow down.
By,
He said he might jump on.
by the time the fight starts. So if you're planning on backing Tybura, I'd hold off. Biggie Boy, I'd probably even play that now. I'd play the round 1 now. If I was you, 3.25 to 1 plus 225.
Play it now. You're right. That's gonna go down. That's gonna go down 100%. There's no way that stays at that, right? No fucking way.
No, that'd probably be on the other side of 3.
Easily. I think that'll be the other side of 2. 2. That'll be lower than the point. That'll go down a point, I think. What's Rose's struck just finished? 2 to 1.
Yeah, or you do both. Yeah, I don't know.
I think I might do both,
yeah, like-
or I might even.
Like he's not gonna let. I don't all his striking, anything that he does land, I think will get nullified by clinch, control time, and strikes by Tybura in
I
a
hear
fight
you.
that goes 15 minutes. Like I don't.
Oh
see
yeah,
how
I'm
he
not
wins a decision.
fucking. No, I'm not touching
So,
any
like I said,
decision
yeah.
shit.
You're
gonna touch stuff
Let's go to another good fight. Ian Gary versus Darian Weeks.
You
It's a
go
fight that
ahead
I've
and do
kind of
this
been
one.
a bit over the map.
Yeah, go
on it.
ahead. Go ahead.
Early lean, I was gonna fade Ian Gary. I thought from what I saw of Darian Weeks, I thought he was pretty decent. Came in short notice against Barberina, looked pretty good, but like also Barberina, like we're seeing like that he's a scrapper, but he's fucking not good. Like I think Weeks, he's solid all around, but I think Ian Gary, he's not the level that he thinks he is. He's not the level that some people think he is, but he does have Darian Weeks covered. I think in every department here. I think Darian Weeks
agree.
is better probably background in wrestling, but Ian Gary's in there at Sanford MMA doing reps with some of the best MMA grapplers in the world, if not the best. So Yeah, I think that, but my play here is the decision. I think that Darren Weeks, because he hasn't been knocked out, bro. Like obviously it could happen. Like he does throw some accurate shots, but I think Darren Weeks can be tough enough and gritty enough to survive at least. He's got a decent amount of experience, even especially in his amateur career. He did some, I think IMMAF, is that what it is? IMMAF, yeah. So like he's far more experienced than just 5-1, and obviously Gary, like Cage Warriors experience. We talked about it at the top of the show. It's not necessarily the most like you can get guys with very padded records coming over from the UFC. But like Ian Gary, like I don't know. At the same time, like you watch this fight, the guy, he's got skills everywhere. Like, sure, he talks a lot of shit, and he didn't look the best in the Jordan Williams fight. But like, he also didn't get finished. It was his UFC debut. Like
Nerves. Yep. You want to look good.
Still able to come in and get a finish like that. Like Jordan Williams, is not a
over a guy who we said was and I will go back to bat on this. Jordan Williams is a tough motherfucker, and there's the man of the hour himself.
Damn, you had me right away. I was still setting in. Jeez. All right.
How's it going,
I
sir?
apologize.
No fucking
I do
apologies
apologize.
needed, man.
It was
No
one of those
apologies.
things. You have dinner, you lay down at 7 o'clock, and what the fuck? It's 10.
That's why I literally.
The surgeon.
Yeah, I literally could not lay down tonight. I was like, bro, if I lay down, I was like, I'm not making the stream. I was like,
knew
I'm
it
not.
was a mistake. I did it anyways. Apologies.
No, I don't blame you, man. Fucking, we've had some sleeper fights to fucking start the card. Well, some, but if there's anything you want to go over up to this point, feel free to do it.
Honestly,
yeah, we're just
failed
getting started
to
on Ian
prep
Gary
anything.
versus Darren Weeks.
Yeah, I
Sorry,
was
say again?
listening. Well, I was listening for a couple minutes beforehand there. I just kind of got up, ripped the bowl, and set up my.
Yeah. Do your thing. Take your minute.
I'm just looking to make sure I can pull up all my bets to
pull
go
up your
over
shit.
what's.
I'm also with Dan on this one. I'm taking Ian Gary on this one. I actually do think it's going to be one of these ones where he goes out there, like, and you're right, you don't see a guy like fucking Weeks get finished. Man, I don't know, man. Gary might be the guy to do it, but I don't. Exactly. So I don't know, man. The real question is
coming in on short notice. You eat a lot of shots like that. More like, it's obviously Barberina's not the fucking finishing god, but like he's got some, especially in the third round. He's putting it on him pretty well and stuff like that. Like,
yeah, I think Ian Gary might make a statement with this one, and I know he's gonna be on the mic screaming after, but it's like, is it gonna? I don't think it's gonna necessarily come from some hard fought decision. I think it's gonna be a spectacular finish. I think Ian Gary may be the sub. I'm doing it again. RNC.
What? Well, that's a bit different when it's a guy. What are you talking about? A guy that hasn't been subbed. The guy has fucking. Maybe he's been subbed as an amateur. Have you looked at that? Because that's a way that I've considered covering that hole as well. Because I do think he's more likely to sub him than he is to KO him.
Knock him out for sure. But maybe he's smart enough to knock him down and then go for the sub, go for the finish, but like the sub. But
no, I think he'd be more inclined for the clean knockout for the fucking.
Of course he would, but you can't always get it.
But I think no, it doesn't look like he has actually. It never has been subbed, even in all his amateur fights.
I've got to play on.
But yeah, I have seen some other people talking about. Sorry, what was that, Doug?
I got to play on this one.
Would love
my audio.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Good?
Beautiful.
Okay.
I did say at the top my plays on the decision. I got that. I think probably at least a week ago at plus 240. It's moved down since.
Yeah, there was a lot of movement on the Ian Gary line. One of the guys I like from UFC on the line, Nick Kalikas, he took this line a month ago at minus 225 or minus 250 even. Now he's gotten tons of value on that. Mm-hmm. I jumped it a bit later at minus 275 for my parlays and my plays. Now it's gone all the way down to minus 350 as it does with these big hyped prospects. Mm-hmm. I like Ian Gary. I'm higher on him than a lot of people after the Jordan Williams fight. I think a lot of people were pretty critical, saying he got boxed up the whole fight and stuff. I think it took him a second to get his feet under him, but we see that with a lot of prospects. I think he's one of these guys who's definitely going to start to look better, and we're going to see him grow in the UFC. Typically, when you see those guys, though, the finishing rate is questionable. When they're super young, even guys like Sean O'Malley, he didn't get finishes his first few UFC fights. So Gary getting that finish last time, I think, was super good for him. I think he caught a guy in a great way. It showed he had the power. But I think this fight's going to be a bit more. He's going to have to work a little bit more. He's going to have to be more sharp. He's going to have to look good, and he's going to have to look good for 3 rounds. Weeks is a tough dude. Never been finished, never been subbed. He follows that rule of durability that I always make my bets on. We've seen him hurt, so he doesn't fully apply to that. But the fact that we've never seen him finished and he's fighting a younger guy, I'm confident he'll be able to have some tricky things to throw at Gary, but I expect Gary to be able to handle it and get the decision. Sorry, did I call Weeks a veteran? He's got like 6 pro fights.
I don't think you did.
He does have 18,
No.
he has 18 amateur fights, including IMMA.
Oh, it
fights,
was that many amateurs? Okay, that's why I'm thinking I've seen more of him.
Yeah, he's had a fucking
he's had more
extensive
fights than Ian Gary.
Because I have written next to my Gary by decision that Weeks has like a lot of fights where he hasn't been finished, and I'm thinking he's only got 6. But
the only finish was via doctor stoppage.
Yeah.
So it's had a finish.
But I'm going with Ian Gary to win by decision here, plus 200. I've also got him at the value on money line in one of my main parlays down to minus 275.
beautiful.
Yeah, you got him right before it really started fucking plummeting. Now it's like unplayable. Like I'd say like
at minus 350, I don't think it's worth it.
If you're gonna make a crazy parlay and stuff like that, but like if you're making a parlay and you're throwing some decent amount of money value, like I wouldn't play him with this current line just because I do think fucking Weeks he's shown that skill, and as Doug said, like I think it's a scenario that leads all points to a decision on a guy like Gary for me as well. So I think it's
100%.
We could see that sub, and I think there's value there, but
8-1, beautiful.
It's possible that he finishes.
got
I'm
some
definitely
slick
not
subs,
ruling
but-
it out. Gary's definitely a dangerous guy who's capable of finishing, but I think Weeks has shown enough durability that I don't think he's going to get finished here.
I hear you, and that's definitely for sure.
Obviously, I'm in the same boat.
But yeah,
What's that right now with the decision?
I took it at plus 200. I believe it's still at the same number.
It's plus 175 on Betway. I don't know if you can probably shop around and maybe find something else. But
yeah, I'd look to get that at over 2-1. Once it gets under that, it is only a 1 unit play for me.
187 on Betway. I do think like I would be surprised. I would say the kind of scenario that would probably lead to the sub is more so. Like, I don't think Ian Gary's gonna be forcing the grappling here, so I think it has to be a scenario where Darian Weeks is a sloppy takedown attempt and gets caught.
I see him getting
but like he also showed that he has 3 rounds of cardio coming in on very short notice in a fight that was pretty high output against Barberina. So
100%.
I don't see Darian Weeks being overly gassed and doing anything too unreasonably sloppy. So yeah, I definitely think there's some value on the decision there. I think that the way it's trending, I guess it would by fight night, you're probably gonna be seeing it at like plus 150. So I would play that sooner rather than later, especially once like the mainstream parlays start coming out and people just start throwing Ian Gary in every single parlay. You'll see like all the props just shift down and stuff like that with that with that movement. So I guess we want to cover. We don't have to recover all the fights that we that Doug you weren't here for, but obviously we just talked about Tybura Rosenstrike, which you also have the
yes.
Tybura
I was listening to that. Excuse me. I agree with both you guys' take. I mean, it's like the surgeon said, he perfectly encapsulated betting on heavyweight fights. The guy, like, you can see Tybura has got all these skills, but Jairzinho could just sit back and bink. It's what happens. It's a heavyweight fight. It's the most statistically random division to bet on. At the same time, I really just don't understand this line. Like, I look at this line and I'm confused why Rosenstrike's the favorite. When I put on the tape, you see 2 heavyweights with power and finishing ability. But you look at the volume between the two, like the output, the ways to win this fight. Jairzinho has to land that one big shot.
Exactly.
If this goes, any way other than Jairzinho landing a big shot, Tybura wins.
Exactly.
Tybura's going to be throwing 3 times as many shots as him. Maybe they're not all going to be as hard, but it's
His
heavyweight,
head's going to be
you know?
down. He's going to be, yeah. He's
If
going
you're
to
going
be
to give
leaning
me
on
plus
you.
money on the guy who I think is a more skilled fighter and has more ways to win, I'm going to take it. But it is only a 1-unit play because, like I said, it's heavyweight.
Yeah.
Can't make.
And I agree too. I think the line is funky shit because you got Tybura, who the only guy to really derail this train of fucking wins for Tybura was a Volkov, and Volkov's not a fucking slouch. We're not discounting Volkov. You know what I mean?
And
Like,
he didn't even blow him out of the water. It was like a gritty win where
it was
he had to
gritty.
defend
Man.
It was. I
takedowns.
think actually the verdict card or something
Had Tybura up? I had
Yeah,
Tybura
but-
in the fight too.
I don't.
Yeah,
think
I know that's all questionable. I had Volkov winning the fight.
No,
Yeah,
I just
but
picked him.
recall.
I don't think
It was
I
a
don't
lot
think
of
I picked him to
takedown
win.
attempts, and he
Like,
wasn't really
during the
doing
fight?
anything
No.
effective with the
No,
control.
I mean
right?
judging.
No,
Not
I don't,
like,
not
not picking.
No. I definitely picked Tybura in that fight, but I definitely thought even early on, I was like, unfortunately, this is a Volkov fight. You know what I mean? Volkov's just got that fucking frame too. Like I was saying earlier, breaking it down to literally sit back and almost defend takedowns from a smaller guy like Tybura, in my opinion.
Volkov built his takedown defense a lot after the Curtis Blades fight. It's
Right.
definitely improved tremendously since then.
product-
And that was a good example of that.
And his shape, right? He's gotten way bigger. He put on all that fucking weight. He looked a whole body size bigger, right? Like that was a fucking hard fight for a guy like Tybura to win, in my opinion. This fight, as far as like I was saying earlier, wrestling wise and statistics wise, way closer, way fucking closer. Honestly,
And we're getting him at
I should be yelling at myself for not taking Tybura. Because Dan said it. Started off, Tybura's my fucking guy. I don't fade Tybura. I'm always on Tybura. I'm on Tybura when he's a dog. So for me to go, I don't even know what the fuck I'm thinking at this point. Now I'm in my own head. So now I might even go back and change it. I said it though. I said, fuck, this one is a fucking hard one for me. Because I do think that Jairzinho reclaims that whole, mystique of why we had him there. Yeah.
You have to play the finish. That's the
Have to.
And I think you play the majority on just straight finish because he has shown that he can carry the power, even when he's getting dominated in a fight. He's the nail. So the more I think about it, I'm less confident in just doing the round one. I would say you could do
That's what I'm saying. Finish.
a smaller sprinkle on the round one, but like that's the only way I think you can play Jairzinho.
I hear you.
I did find on FanDuel they have Ian Gary plus 220 on the points still.
I don't even have a FanDuel account yet.
FanDuel won't verify that I'm a human being.
Will they
Is that
verify
your
that? Why does that mean? Because one of your card
They
pictures or something
say
came in weird?
check the spelling of my name, and then one time it told me my email was in use, and then I clicked forgot password. It didn't send me anything, so now I've sent something to their support, and I'm waiting. And yeah,
Weird.
I
I guess I gotta get some.
But you
some
fucking
of that
signed
shit
up
going.
using my code. You said that.
Was that FanDuel?
Yeah.
Oh, then I got a FanDuel. Yeah,
I
got a
think
FanDuel.
that. I don't know if I win our free.
He's
our
mixing
free
up
bets
the
are gonna come in.
books. He's got no idea what's going on.
I don't even
over
know
there.
anymore because I can't do Doug. People know me. People that know the surgeon. I'm too fucking retarded to have multiple betting accounts going. I had this. Remember when we had this going on? Remember when fucking Betway shut down midstream? And I was like, "What the
Yes,
fuck
this is
am
why
I
we
gonna
need
do?"
it. This is even more of a reason.
What am I gonna do? And I had to open up this rando account, and then I was like, oh, like I'll just extinguish the account one weekend because I was like, I don't even want to use it anymore. It's shit. And I fucking hit this $600 boxing bet, and I was like, well, fuck, now I gotta use it. And because I was like, I'm not pulling it on. It was so stupid, man. Like I just do dumb shit. But yeah, let's go into the next fight. I think this next fight, man.
Well, no, I say before we do that, I think there's a couple. The only plays that we are really confident about in the card because obviously we kind of cover things like
Super
a
confident
lot of
about
these
it.
are stay away fights in the beginning of it.
Yeah.
One thing we were looking at, Doug, back to the roots. Some say round or the under 1.5, under 2.5 first fight of the night. Julio Arce Santos. I kind of love it. The more I think about it, the more I fall in love with it.
I'm all over it. I said it. I said it when I
Pat,
started.
you'll see
it off.
Pat put at least $100 on the unders there.
It's already
Have you seen
there. It's already
have you
gone. The Arce. I think Arce is. So I said Arce's finished second round, but I even said during my, I said, I'm taking the under 1.5. I think maybe even you take the under 2.5 as well.
Both.
The
You do
fuck
both.
when Dan told me the
Or on
numbers
2.5.
on the lines, I was like,
seen 'em,
because
Doug?
I don't, they're
Nope,
fucking
hit me
crazy.
with them right now. I'm looking.
Under
Take
1.5 plus 200. Under 2.5 plus 2 or 125. I think.
I think it's just worth it, man. You always
It's
get
better
one of
on
those.
Betway. Better on Betway actually. I think it was under the 1.5 was plus 220 or something like that. Something absurd, Doug.
It was plus 225. It was up
Like, what do you-
25, and you said
Because
to me,
I
it's-
think ours finishes him pretty comfortably.
yeah.
Like I think Santos throws too much spinning shit. Just to put
Oh,
it
okay.
bluntly, I
Because
don't
I
think
Doug,
he
you were
is
here.
a
Dan was saying,
striker.
Dan
Year
was
of the
saying it's
spinning shit,
year
though.
of the spinning
Year
shit,
of the
though.
spinning
Dan
shit,
was like,
though.
it's a year of the spinning shit, and I was like, well,
Imagine,
I don't
Doug,
think
have you
so,
s-
but
Have you seen
I'm-
his spinning
Dan-
heel kicks to the bodies?
Yes,
in his
yes,
highlights?
I have. It's nasty.
He throws
but,
that in the
like-
fucking blink of an eye. He could catch any man on the planet with that thing. He could
Catch a
dent
gorilla.
Arce's liver. That's why
It's
the under.
true.
And I do
true.
think that, and we covered it, and I said like Julio Arce, he's not high output. So he's not going to finish you that way, but like he'll wait for his moment to counter, which he'll have the opportunity to.
And
in this
that's what
fight.
I'm saying. Yeah.
And then
it'll-
once he hurts a guy, then he's going to come for you. But like I think Santos could be very
Dan, Dan,
viable.
Dan is putting a little bit of live money on Santos. But
What?
Doug, I am on the
Live
same
money?
boat
I
as
never-
you.
I never
Well, no,
said
not
that.
live money, but you said you're going to take some money and stab it on Santos.
No, I said there's no point.
Half
when you have
unit.
Under 1.5 and 2.5. No.
Oh, you're just
I
taking
said-
those. You're not even taking a half unit finish or anything?
I think there is.
you
I
said
think
something
it's-
about a half
It's
unit.
not. I don't think because I don't think Julio Arce beats him comfortably. I don't think he completely because even he throws a lot of Santos throws a lot of spinning stuff, but like it's not like Julio Arce is going to come in here and like use those opportunity and like get takedowns with those or something
hear
like that.
you.
Like I think this is going to be a striking battle and like
100%.
well, probably pretty close. I am concerned, and I did highlight as well, Doug, that we haven't seen Santos fight since 2019. So yeah, 2019.
That's
so.
yeah, that's huge.
Which could
That's
also lead
huge.
it to an early finish with if we see some cage rust and he doesn't get the respect of Arce and just starts to throw spinning shit and gets clipped or
Or-
something like that. So
Or you see, yeah, go ahead.
no, go ahead. I'm done.
Or you see a guy like Arce just implement the whole idea of let's push this guy. Let's not let him get started, right? Like fuck him. Like let's not let him get settled. Forget it. I'm just gonna go right after him, kind of thing. It's not really. Wouldn't say it's Arce's
I mean,
fucking.
to play devil's advocate on that, it could
Yeah.
also mean that he's going to try and start slowly on his side, or he
100%.
may ease into the fight. I don't know how
100%.
much you can factor that into
100%.
like a
100%.
Well, if you're
bet-
Arce-
well, no, I'm saying like into a finish thing. If you're Arce,
Yes.
you can definitely factor it into your game plan to pressure him.
Yes.
Pressure him early, but it really depends on how he comes out too. Because if he comes
100%.
out firing, and you're expecting to pressure a guy who's going to start slow, then yeah, that's perfect. But I mean, we're guessing game plans here, and
course
I
we
mean
are.
that's
We're
always a
picking
good. If
we're
you can
picking at
nail it,
straws.
you can nail it. It's a great thing to do. But I like the under 1.5, like you said.
Love it. Love it. Love it.
if
I'm
that's-
all
You
over
both,
it.
though. You got to cover
Yeah.
yourself with both. I think. I don't because I think you, but like yeah, on 365, Doug, it's plus 225 on the under 1.5. Under 2.5 is plus 137. Fight not to go the distance plus 120. So I'll probably be playing.
I might just do fight not to go the distance. Just
That's
keep
what
it simple.
Dan's playing that. Dan said he's playing a unit that, right, Dan?
Yeah, I was probably gonna do half a unit on the under 1.5 as well. But like I see what Doug's saying though. Like maybe just do. Might as well just go all on the fight not to go the distance. Like I think plus 120. I think you play this fight happens 10 times. I think maybe like 3 or 4 times you're gonna see Arce probably win a technical decision where he kind of stays on the outside and lands the cleaner shots. But like I see, there's definitely a few times where Wiley Cat clips him. There's definitely a couple times where Arce clips him, and then like these numbers are I don't think line up with the variance and the odds on this fight. As far as I see playing out. So when it's that position, that's when we bet. That's when we strike. So
100%. You hammer that. It's almost like the first fight of that you just we either just go.
no, and it's
you
our
go
thing. It
punt.
lined up perfectly. Like it's not like we're like, oh, let's try doing the under in the first fight of the night. Let's get it
always our
going.
thing.
This is our thing.
Exactly.
Let's get it, boys.
It's our thing, regardless if it on paper it looks like it's going to be that way. It's pretty much our thing. It's our thing to just play that under.
Yeah, we
one
do
and
it,
a half,
and even
especially
that
on a big card,
doesn't
especially
make
on a big fucking card, man. Dan's right. Dan was saying it earlier. They're playing these cards out. They know how they're scheduling these fights.
You're the first fight of the night on a pay-per-view. You're going in with some juice.
They want it. They might even there might even be extra. You don't think there's ever extra money offered behind the doors to go say old timer shit where they said, "Oh come on, old timer, old timer shit," where they said to the guy that fought Kimbo, "Hey man, don't fucking take him down. Just fucking throw with him. Just throw with Kimbo."
I was gonna say, when was that story and you've just given it to me because I there was something in my head
that story I actually don't even think was a part of the UFC. That was part of that other
organization.
That was part of that other organization that put so much stock into guys like Kimbo Slice that after that came out, and after that guy came out and did the interview where he said, "Oh yeah, they offered me." He said, "Well yeah, someone called me and said, well yeah, if you don't go to the ground with them, here's an extra 50 or an extra 15 or something." At the time it was big money. You're like, "Fucking that's bigger money than they're paying guys in the UFC." Done. So it's like,
I'll fucking.
And then he lost, and then Kimbo lost that fight. But then Kimbo lost that fight.
Yeah,
and he still lost, right? So that was the big crowning of it, right? They had this guy on a parade boat, and they said, and he was basically like, "I could have just fucking taken him down, and we wouldn't have even been talking about all the striking. It would have just been over." And they offered me the money. So to think that it doesn't happen, we're getting on our own fucking dumb tangent, but let's go into Vince Pichel and Marco Madsen, because that's a fight that I have not been able to wrap my head around yet. I really haven't.
One more time. The only other bet that I'm probably considering making on the card that I haven't made yet is in the Aspen Ladd Pennington fight, Doug. I think I might. I don't think it's lined properly. I think it should probably be a pick'em fight. I think Aspen
Agree, but you gotta wait.
Waiting. Yeah, exactly.
I'm sitting there with my bet ready to place the second she steps on the scale.
Oh yeah. Yeah,
if Aspen Ladd steps on the scale and looks really fucking good, I'm placing that bet right away. If she's walking out there shaking, getting helped onto it, I'm just gonna
That's what I said.
My phone down.
That's the final confirmation.
Exact same shit. Yeah, that's the confirmation we needed.
I literally
said the same thing.
It's as simple as that, but you got to be ready, because I think there's
enough
bettors that are thinking the same way.
The same thing. That's what I said it in, though. That's what I said it in. 100%. I said the same thing.
That's when you were saying. That's when you were saying we should bet it now, and I said
now. That's what I was saying. I was like, "Do we almost bet it now?" I was like,
"Then you're betting on her weight cut, almost.
She could look
which is fucking shit. It's just shit betting.
I'm not betting on anybody's weight cut. Definitely not
on a girl who's missed weight in more fights than she's fucking fought. So that's for sure, right? Can't do that. Cannot do that.
I don't know if that stat lines up.
It's my own stat. That's a surgeon stat right there.
And also the finish. I think she could. If she gets a dominant position against Rocky, I think she could get her out of there. It's at plus 500 right now. And like Rocky, we've seen her getting taken down in like pretty much all her fights, as of late, against girls that are not as good grapplers.
Agree with your take on that, but it's all about the scales.
Yeah. Okay. So fingers on the trigger, ready to fucking fire on Friday afternoon.
Be prepared.
Yes, sir.
Be prepared.
All right, love that shit. Okay.
Schwintz Vassell.
Get the main card going. I'm having a bowl for the main card.
I can't have that luxury. I have to wait. Vince Pichel, Marco Madsen. This is a big fight. Man, this is kind of one of those ones I was saying I'm going pretty back and forth on. From how Pichel's kind of one of these guys who's become a fan favorite as a recent, and is a guy who's hard not to like. I like him. And guy in Marco Madsen who we see is of a different caliber in that wrestling statistic. There's different holes to his game that definitely need to be worked on. Have they been addressed since the last time he fought? You'd have to think probably not, or at least not to the point where you'd want them to be. Vince Pichel, man, this guy's a cat. So it's like you get a guy who's scrappy and who's a better MMA fighter all the way around, in my opinion, in Vince Pichel. But then you have a guy in Marco Madsen who dominates one category, which is his wrestling. Unfortunately, the sport it's not just fucking wrestling. We're not give you points just for wrestling here. I mean, man, big part of me wants to take Vince Pichel. I think that the line has been dictated already, kind of, and people have already thought, and looked at it and said Pichel's probably going to win this one. Man, it's a closer fight than I like to even almost look at. But it's like, man, I don't know is Vince Pichel going to be the guy to stop the hype train in Marco Madsen? I mean, it's very questionable. I think that Marco Madsen's a fucking special kind of guy. I don't think that his specialty is really showing itself fully yet. But I do think that Vince Pichel might even be the guy that brings it out of him. Man, I get really close. I'm going back and forth on this one, and I've been thinking I thought about it even before the stream was going on. I was sitting there thinking about fucking this fight. This was the last fight I pretty much ended off on thinking about. And I could not get a verdict on it. I think I'm going to take Madsen. I think I'm going to take Marco Madsen to win this one via decision. I think he takes Vince Pichel and he just wrestles him for 3 straight rounds and puts on a clinic. But it's hard to do that against a guy who's fully rounded all outside the game, and the fight will always start on the feet. So I don't know, man. Like, it's a hard one for me to pick, but I'm going to take Marco Madsen. And I'm pretty sure the line is dictating, it was a good burp. I'm pretty sure the line's dictating Pichel, right? Yeah, it is, but just a little bit. And
Yeah,
I don't.
Madsen open as a favorite. I think there's a pretty early shift.
I saw there was Madsen was at plus 130 earlier in the week.
No, but I mean
recall.
I think months ago. I think when the line was initially posted, I think he was like minus
There's been
120 or
all
130,
kinds
and then it
of
immediately shifted
flip-flop.
to Pichel being the favorite.
Like they call you the line sweeper.
I think it's I didn't play it obviously back then or anything like that. I think that's just stuck out in my mind. I think that this is going to be an interesting fight. Sans decision, I'm back and forth on it. Definitely, Marco Madsen could definitely win a decision. I think that it's not a matter of if Marco Madsen can take him down, because I think that's a guarantee. I think he'll land several takedowns. Probably land.
Can he keep him down? Yeah.
No, which you won't. Like it's not the style of Marco Madsen. Like it's the Greco-Roman. You're not going for control. You're going for big moves and tosses and stuff like that, which is not really the best for MMA because it's high output with equal results, higher output, equal results. Marco Madsen's his striking is definitely improved. Look better against Guida, but that's also Guida. Pichel definitely has the advantage there. I think it's a very tough. I think it probably should be a pick'em fight. That's the only reason I take Madsen is because you get the slight stab of value and you get an undefeated guy.
That's what I'm saying. You're saying the same thing I'm saying.
Very competitive. He's gonna have that drive. I love the fact he's at fight ready now, Pat, which I fucking love.
Huge.
I don't think there's
that's
a better
a huge.
spot in the world
That's
for
a
him.
huge factor.
Yeah, he could easily scrape out a decision, but like, I think it's gonna be how you judge the fight because I think it's Marco Madsen's gonna be he'll land takedowns in the first and second round, definitely less so in the third round. I could even see Pichel finishing him in the third round if Marco Madsen goes a bit too high output. I've considered a play. I think it's like plus 120 on FanDuel. It's Marco Madsen round 3 or decision, which I love that they fucking have those kind of options because that's it definitely covers the only hole. I don't see Pichel stunning him early or in the second round. Like he could obviously you could definitely catch him, but I think Marco Madsen showed he's a very tough guy. But it's going to be a great fight. That's the only guarantee in this one. Doug, what do you think?
Yeah, no official play for me, but you said one thing that really clicked with me there is my one big take on this fight, and it's that Marco Madsen's wrestling isn't necessarily good MMA wrestling. It's fantastic 100%. Greco-Roman. But I don't think it's a style that wins fights when you get to the top. I think you need more. You need to be able to put it together with something. I think he can definitely grind out. It's possible that he grinds out a decision. That's why I'm not all in on Vince Pichel or anything, because he could just take him down enough and do well enough in the striking department. It's not like he's outclassed by categories in the striking department
For sure.
here. So it's definitely a super close fight, but I don't give as much credit to Marco Madsen's wrestling when it comes to MMA as many others do, and for that reason, I'm mostly staying away from him, even though I was very close to making a play on him at plus 130, but it really just came down to, like you said, judging. I think this fight's too close to make a play on him. It's
And I think
it's
there's
one-
so many ways it can go, right? Like this fight happens 10 times. There's fucking so many fucking different. Like there's gonna be Michelle decisions. There's gonna be.
I can understand Madsen bettors because Madsen bettors could say, well, I think he wins 6 times out of 10 at least, and you're getting plus money.
That's the value. Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at.
I'm just not really on that side, and I don't see the value on Vince Pichel either. Sorry, I don't know why I couldn't say his name.
Because
yeah,
Pichel was at better money before, correct? Like this line on Pichel has moved.
He opened as the underdog.
So to pick Pichel in that position, revert it all the way back to there, and we're looking at that line.
It's also gone back and forth when you look just in the last 2 weeks. So you could say you've gotten value on either side at either point.
Got it. I know, but I'm
probably evens up. Actually, it probably evens up by the night of the fight. I think.
Yeah, and I don't know.
Plus 100, maybe even.
I might even be more inclined to put a straight bet on Pichel. But like, man, the things I look at, I didn't even fucking
what?
Pichel. No, but I didn't even. No, I am going Madsen, but I didn't even realize fucking Pichel's almost 40. I know I don't take that away from guys. We're about to see fucking 50-year-old Olynyk.
He was on that Ultimate Fighter live season, wasn't he? Yeah,
that season was.
Yeah,
I'm gonna.
Tom Cruise, your eye face.
He's very inactive. He's very
and don't get me wrong, Marco Madsen's no fucking spring chicken either, but he did have himself an Olympic career and you know what I mean, to kind of ride off.
He got into MMA late,
right? He was. This was kind of like a secondary option. Be like, do I really want to quit fighting? Like, I'm pretty good at some of this shit, and there's some guys that have done pretty well with wrestling, if not wrestling being one of the biggest skill sets when it comes to MMA, just because of the fact that you can literally wrestle a guy, have shit striking, have shit jiu-jitsu, and you can still have a way to fucking rise yourself all the way up to the top in most circumstances. And we've seen it. We've seen it recently. You've seen it in guys like Ben Askren and stuff like that. You can have good wrestling and still find your way into very impressive fights. But nonetheless,
his striking's far from a liability. I think get hit by some decent shots by Vince Pichel. Like, as Dougie kind of said too, like it's not leagues apart. Like it's.
Mm-hmm.
I'm probably gonna be. I think I'm probably gonna bet a Mark Madsen decision.
100%.
I think I gotta put at least half a unit on that.
Yeah.
It's just at plus 240.
It's great. I think that's another one. You gotta hit you hit it now though, because I think the line, like you said, might even up again towards fight time and stuff like that. Like that's something that might happen with that one.
Yeah, man, I have to bet that. I'm gonna check what it is on FanDuel before, but I do think he's getting a take. I think even the third round when he's tired, he'll probably still be able to fucking. He's such a competitor, especially if it's a close fight. He's still gonna get that takedown in the third round. Because that's what I mean. Like, when you got an Olympic athlete's fucking competitiveness and will to win, it's going to be a close fight. But if you're giving me that with grappling ability and everything I've said about it's not the best style, but he's also been working with what? Another fucking Olympic medalist who's fucking one of the greatest mixed martial artists we've fucking seen. So
it's very true.
I think he has improved every fight despite his age.
Yeah, he has. He really has.
Vince Pichel less so. I think he's looked good as of late, but I think he's kind of been you're always going to see a pretty good guy in the cage from Vince Pichel.
100%. It's old dog new tricks type of thing. I don't think Vince Pichel's getting any better at 30.
Old dog new tricks.
No, but I don't think. You can't teach a dog old dog new tricks. I don't think Vince Pichel's getting any better at 39. It's just
you call Marco Madsen an old dog, and I'm saying that he's getting new tricks, so it's not impossible.
But I don't think, you're right. But I don't even think that fucking Marco Madsen's that old because it's a different factor. Like I said, it's a guy coming from a pedigree of Olympic-style competition. And I'm not saying fucking Vince Pichel coming from a fighting background isn't worse or lesser than. All I'm saying is a guy when you get a guy like that, and he has a second kind of career, a midlife crisis kind of career change. This is what I'm going to do. I'm not going to coach guys wrestling. Fuck it, I'll go fight in the UFC. That, I think, is a little bit of a different trade-off to a guy that's going, okay, well, I've been doing this for X amount of years. How much better can I get at 39, right? Like that's always a factor, right? Time in the sport, right? Time in the sport.
But also,
That's all
you're
I'm
never
saying.
gonna get that much better with fighting at like a 1 fight a year pace either.
100%, man. No fucking way. No way. No way.
And like,
But Dan, at that point at 39, that might be all your body you can take.
It's a completely different style of wrestling. Obviously, like the freestyle, and Gillespie fucking very good. Gillespie fucking manhandled him for fucking. He was fucking all over him. I think Madsen can win 2 rounds. I think he can win the first 2 rounds.
100%.
But I think almost fucking 7 times out of 10, Vince Pacell wins the 3rd round, which is what I'm scared about. I think almost every
but I don't think he
wins
knocks
the
out
third round.
Madsen. I don't think he knocks out Madsen. I don't think Madsen's.
No, I don't think he does.
Ever...
Yeah, no, but he hasn't fought fuck people with power, has he?
I know, but has Madsen ever? Have we ever seen Madsen like come into a third where it's like, oh fuck, he's done?
He
like
definitely
I
has a
remember,
down tick. It's definitely a down tick.
There's a down
In
tick,
the
but we
third-
saw him. Yeah.
Oh no, it was I have it in my notes. It's in the Hubbard fight. Hubbard fucking came out and hit him with a fucking flying knee in the 3rd round.
I know, but didn't he still fucking take down Hubbard and still grind Hubbard out, or no? In that 3rd,
I don't know if he got him down. I can't remember if he got him down.
I swear he still took him down and still ground because
He-
that's when we were like,
He
oh
handled him in the
fuck.
first 2. He handled him
I know.
easily in the first 2.
And
In the
Hubbard's
3rd round, Hubbard went all out.
because Hubbard has some of the better cardio that I've seen. Hubbard's a really has really good cardio, great cardio if that, right? Like really good,
Yeah,
like, no
he's also
slouch.
fought- he's fought nobody. Realistically.
Agreed.
Like Hubbard, other than like Guida, that was even kind of closer than should have. Like that's
Yeah.
my reservation. Like Vince Pichel is fucking way better than fucking Clay Guida, and like those split decisions. So like, it was like fucking 5 months ago, or not 5 months ago. What am I fucking talking about? 7 months ago. 7 months. Fight ready. Was he at fight ready before? I don't think. I don't know. I think the decision is what I'll do, and I'll probably put a unit stab on the decision. I think I'm going to lock that in. Find the best line I can, and then I'll lock that in. That's the last one, I think, though. Let's keep rolling. Your favorite fight of the night?
Mackenzie Dern and Tisha Torres. I don't know where the fuck I'm going with this one now. I've been talking about Mackenzie Dern for the last little bit.
That was one of the most shocking things ever. When on the fight guys, you're like, Mackenzie last week, you're like, fight Mackenzie Dern, my favorite, or something like that. I was like, what the fuck?
I think I'm going to take her.
Most slanderous thing ever. I was like, and you've been fucking just talking shit so much on this channel about her.
I hate it
you
all.
think she wins?
If they could remove it,
How do you think she wins?
it'd be even better.
How do you think she wins?
That's a good decision. It's a good fucking question, but I
was gonna
kind
say
of talked
good
about it
decision.
before. We talked about it before. There's not a lot of ways that Mackenzie Dern does win, and the ways that she does win are fucking her submitting her, right? Like they're not really her
there's one
going
one
the
way.
distance.
That is the way, the only way. I don't see how she could possibly win a decision against Tisha Torres. Because we know her takedown defense isn't good. Tisha's somebody's hard to take down.
Yeah.
Tisha's not. I don't think Tisha's very good. She's good enough to beat people that and obviously Angela Hill fight. Obviously, I thought that was a robbery at the time.
Sam Hughes is shit. Sam Hughes is gonna get cut from the UFC. So you know
but
what?
as-
Actually, I'm more confident. I'm more confident now. I'm more confident looking at but that's such a good fucking resume though.
She's fought
It's
the best.
way better.
She's
I
fought the
know.
best her entire career, but she's lost.
I hate
the
these.
best.
I hate picking these women's fights. I hate picking them.
I'm on Tisha Torres. I got 1 unit or what? 2 units, I think, on her. Yeah, 2.
Wow.
Yeah, because styles make fights. This is a nightmare stylistic matchup for Mackenzie Dern, girl who's never been submitted, who's been on the ground with. I mean, obviously, Mackenzie Dern's on a whole nother level when it comes to women's jiu-jitsu as anyone. But if someone could have gone out there and caught Mackenzie Dern in a submission out of Tisha Torres in a submission out of who is out there, she's fought them and she hasn't been caught yet. She, like Dan says, it's just limited how Mackenzie Dern wins this fight. So I'm gonna sit here. I'm gonna bet on Betway or someone to boost Dern by submission, and then I'll make a little bit of a hedge play on that. Probably not even a tracked one. And then I'll sit there and watch Tisha Torres comfortably fight, and if she does get caught in a submission, then I'm good still. So
I hear you.
yeah,
Was there not the value on the decision? You thought? Just bet because I don't see Tisha finishing her.
I don't know. I've just kind of slipped into betting money lines a little bit more. The decision I don't think changed much. I believe it's only like plus 110 or yeah, plus
Plus 160, I think.
it's
or
plus
plus
160. Yeah. I mean, you could. I just
I just especially we've seen Dern's very tough.
yeah.
No, but I
Fair.
understand. I completely understand the bet. I just think from
I
where
would
I'm
expect it to be a decision.
in women's
100%.
MMA, when you got like a pick'em fight, like in Tisha Torres, she has a good output, but like there's not, you wouldn't say she has great striking. Like she's better for sure. Like Mackenzie Dern is like fucking swings fucking with everything, and like her striking did not look obviously good up obviously against a very good striker in Rodriguez, but like she just fucking fought 5 rounds against Marina Rodriguez, and she put Marina Rodriguez in some very compromising spots. It's kind of crazy that she didn't fucking sub her and win that fight.
Which round? There was one round she just completely controlled her the entire round. And
She was like on top of her. She was like, the end of the round, she had like a fucking omoplata, and I was like, if there was fucking 2 more seconds, that arm would fucking be broken. Like I just think there's a depth. Like,
I'm
I just
not
think
discrediting Mackenzie Dern.
probably
Her I don't even think the striking's that huge a difference. But sorry, I cut you off.
but one of my things about Mackenzie Dern, and I say it every time she has a fight, she gets better every time.
Mm-hmm.
She's one of the more competitive fighters in women's MMA. I think as far as like her desire to win, like she doesn't even when she hasn't has all the skills. She's still coming out to fight.
Mm-hmm.
Like she's not just gonna go and just like fucking sit on her back and just fucking shift towards you and fucking do what we've fucking seen plenty of fucking men do in the UFC. She's still gonna, and like she's in one of the best camps that I think for her with Perillo, with one of the fucking the best striking coaches in MMA. So like,
100%.
I think we're gonna see a scenario where she's not. We know she's not gonna blast a double leg straight through her, but like Tisha throws a lot of kicks, a lot. And like, is she just gonna box with her this time? Maybe, and just like be very reserved and not give that to her. Maybe just throw leg kicks only. But like, when a fighter's style is to do that, and they've been doing it their entire career, we'll probably see it. Like Tisha Torres, decent cage IQ, not like fucking over the top elite. Like, could definitely see a scenario where she makes a mistake at some point in this fight and she pays for it. Like
Definitely.
she's a tank, obviously, like strong and stuff like that. But she's the smaller girl. Like,
I'm just going
yeah,
to watch right back. Keep
I
on.
think I got to place a stab on the Mackenzie Dern sub.
Yeah, the value there is pretty. Is it still plus 240?
Yeah, and I don't think it's going to be for very long because it doesn't make sense. You're saying that pick her.
I think someone's gonna boost it though. I'm sitting here with 5 sports books now. They boosted Paul Craig by sub.
right.
I think someone's gonna boost it, and
Yeah,
if they don't, I'm not
I'll put more
heartbroken.
if they do. I'm
Yeah.
probably gonna put a unit
That's
on
what
it.
I did with the Paul Craig.
half.
So I mean, it's never a bad idea if you think it's a good. Well, sometimes it's a bad idea. I suppose I should say that, but it's not the worst thing to, put some more into a bet as the value grows.
Like she
still
just
think
catches a
you're
leg,
right.
dog. It could be fucking chic.
That is a very good point. The Tisha's kick heavy. I hadn't thought about that as much as a path to victory for Dern
she's
to
not
catch the
as I
kick
said,
and work her way
she's
down.
not a low IQ fighter. She can
Mhm.
definitely be like, it's like her arms are
But
so
that
short too.
is a good.
She's
I
not
just want
very
the
good.
surgeon to get
Her
punched with a
boxing's not very good though. That's the thing. Like I
Yeah.
think she relies like if she just goes out of strategy and tries to box, that might not be fucking good because Marina's kicks were kind of one of the main problems. Yeah, it's an interesting spot.
It'll be interesting.
Mackenzie-
I just think it's
I was-
a nightmare stylistic matchup for
100%,
Dern.
100%. I'd pick a mods. I think that's a great bet for Tisha Torres. I can also understand the decision, Tisha Torres. But
Yeah,
I think those are lined a bit more properly than the sub at the moment. I think those.
I'd agree with that.
I think Tisha should be a bit of I would say Tisha should be a bit of a bigger favorite. I think the opening line was a bit more accurate. I don't think the movement we've seen towards Dern is necessarily on the money line has been justified. I think like the plus 110 was an accurate line or whatever it was at the beginning. And I wish I kind of jumped on that with a little bit when I first saw it. But yeah, plus 240. You're giving me a grappler like Dern who's coming off a loss, especially after her last loss. We saw fucking one of her biggest progressions in her career. That's fucking roll. Jiu-Jitsu.
All right, gentlemen.
Pat, what are you thinking? What do you have any final thoughts?
I don't know. I'm very close on this one. Like I think that, like you said, I think a lot of what Mackenzie Dern does is gets better. I don't know. Part of me wants to pick more of me wants to pick Mackenzie Dern than it does Tisha Torres, but like I always get disappointed in Mackenzie
Technically,
Dern
you could
sometimes.
bet both and make money. You could put a bet on Tisha Torres decision, and you put a bet on
I hear
Mackenzie Dern sub. That's probably
If any book opened to one or the other one of those at like minus 150 or something,
oh, it'd be
I'm
crazy.
not gonna count on it.
Yeah, it'd be crazy.
I just want to, yeah, in sub sites, yeah, like on FanDuel, it's below plus 200. So I'm gonna get on that now with the sub. I think we see that move. Put a unit on it.
yeah, I might. The more I think about this whole boost plan of mine, I don't know. You know what? I'll leave it for now. I've come
It
up
could
with
work out
this
perfectly.
concocted plan.
But Doug, my thing is, I get a boost, and it'll probably be Betway, and the scumbags will only give me like $10 on it. So.
I'll give you like 4. Yeah, I'll give you a couple bucks. But
And I will.
They're so
and I'll bet it
inconsistent
again.
with me now. They only cap like half the time they'll cap me at like $25, and then the other times they'll let me bet $250. Like I have no idea what their logic is.
I have not been able to bet 200. I have not been able to bet like $100 on a boost, and I don't think ever.
Not on boost,
Well,
even,
100,
but that's
yeah.
on like
just in
sometimes bet
general.
your way shit or like
Oh,
just
yeah, the
anything that's not like straight money line.
The bet your ways are
Really
weird
big.
too. I've been capped on those. They'll cap me on those in the boxing. It's fucking weird, man. They're fucking weird.
Yeah, whatever.
Gilbert Burns,
I'm
Hamzat Chimaev.
literally itching to get to this Gilbert Burns. Hamzat Chimaev
absolutely
fight.
kick it off because this is like, I mean, these next
Holy
3 fights are so fucking exciting. Go ahead.
I may or may not make a video on like just what we're about to see with Hamzat Chimaev because I think it's something that you're gonna sit down and remember for the rest of your life. This is the last time we're gonna see Hamzat Chimaev in a 3-rounder. This is the last time we're gonna see Hamzat Chimaev not in a title fight. Maybe this could be us watching a rookie Michael Jordan step into the limelight in the playoffs. This is
100%.
Tom Brady's first Super Bowl run. This is
100%.
something that for MMA fans is different. This is something that if he's what everyone expects him to be, and the hype is justified. We've never seen anyone do what he's done. We've never seen even the guys who dominated Habib, the Cyril Gane who flew up, Conor McGregor, Sean O'Malley, anyone who's like these rising superstars, Kamaru. You know, it took these guys time. They had some decisions. They went past round ones. This guy has taken everyone, and it's not like he was fighting bums outside the UFC either. He was fighting undefeated prospects with that huge uppercut win. That was a legitimate good win to have on your resume prior to the UFC. And then he comes into the UFC and he just does the same thing to everyone. He makes all the fighters look like little kids in there. I think this guy is someone who is going to change MMA, and I cannot wait to see it. And the fact that we get to see him against a guy like Gilbert Burns, who is more than capable of making this a very interesting fight, not only in practice in the octagon, but just when you're thinking about it, you see this unstoppable force like Hamzat, and you put a guy like Gilbert in front of him who's been around the sport for so long. It's such a perfect storyline to create so many questions. You see so many people that are, especially in the betting community, there's people who are saying Gilbert Burns is going to be my signature win. I've seen someone say that, which I think is crazy. And there's people like me who are hyping Hamzat Chimaev as the next Michael Jordan, Tom Brady, who are going overboard. It's one of these big spectacles that I think even personally, as a moment in the sport, I think this is bigger than McGregor Poirier 3. I think this is a bigger fight than some of these title fights we're seeing. This is monumental what Khamzat Chimaev could mean for this sport.
100%.
And that being said, I'm all aboard him on the finish. I took it at minus 188. Somehow him to finish is down to minus 163.
Yeah, like, that makes no sense to me. It's mind-boggling.
Unreal. I'm on the under 1.5. I think Khamzat's going to do what he does. I mean, the Leech versus Gilbert, you can say that's a monumental leap in competition. Is it, though? I mean, you put the Leech and the Gilbert or the Leech and the Gilbert, the Leech and Gilbert in the octagon, and you're going to see Gilbert win probably most of the time. You're going to see him be a heavy favorite. But the Leech isn't getting outclassed like what Khamzat did to him.
Yeah, he's not going to blow out of the water. Yeah, he's not going to blow out of the water. No way.
What we saw Khamzat do is unreal. And then if Gilbert can keep this standing, you want to see more Khamzat striking? I do. I really want to see more of his striking. I think this guy is so just unbelievable. If you can't hear it, like, I've never been more excited for a guy. Like, as a bettor, this is you can say, you know, I'll proudly say as a sports bettor, my fandom, I'm a bandwagon because I like who wins. I like who fucking wins because they make me money.
We love our
and I fucking love Khamzat Chimaev because I'm going to bet on this guy every fucking chance I get for the rest of my goddamn life. I don't care what the price is.
There you
go. You know, Khamzat Chimaev, Gilbert Burns. It's a Khamzat Chimaev fight, but I don't want to disrespect Gilbert Burns. I am saying he's the man to make this interesting.
No, and Doug, I think you said it fucking encapsulated everything pretty much perfectly, so I don't have much more to add. But like, I come at it as a guy who bet on Gilbert Burns to beat Kamaru Usman, which I think at the odds I don't think was necessarily a bad bet, obviously, considering what I thought of Kamaru at the time, striking wise. I think Gilbert not only is the undersized guy, but like he's gonna get clipped. I can't not be a part of fucking Khamzat absolutely just starching fucking Gilbert Burns in the first round of this fight.
It's gonna be fucking. I don't think it's a sub. I think he knocks him out. I think he knocks him out.
No, he's not gonna stab him. He's not gonna stab him.
I think
he's gonna snatch his fucking soul.
Yeah. He bounces his head off the canvas. He bounces his head like a beach ball off the canvas.
I'm betting the finish because let me tell you something.
He's gonna finish
crazy.
Oh, he'll finish him. He's finishing him. I know, but the finish, you got that value. You got that value.
I want.
You know how much less
I
resistance?
missed value.
But he's gonna go to the path of least resistance. He's every single fight.
$1,000.
He's gone to the least path of least resistance.
That's pretty much the point that we're getting to, though. We are making money on that motherfucking thing as we were throwing a Bilzo on it. You're throwing a couple Bilzos on it.
KO.
Have you bet the Khamzat finish yet?
No.
Me?
Oh,
no.
You fucking lucked out, and yeah, you should bet it now.
It's minus 163.
Now is the time to bet it. It will go. If it goes, it's not going up.
But
if it goes up, I'll have to put another. I'll have to double my bet
on that, like to make that like to make that a valuable pick.
It's minus 163. It's not that big a favorite.
You bet on Topuria. You put fucking $200 on that guy.
Topuria inside the distance was minus 200. Khamzat inside the distance is minus 163. Topuria was minus 700, albeit, and Khamzat's only minus 500. But like I'm on
the fact that
minus 240 Bodog for
Khamzat
Khamzat finish. Honestly, I jumped that right away. And it went to minus 200 after I got it. I briefly had value, and then it jumped down.
The thing I wish I did, when I didn't realize that at first because I have both. I have 2 units or I have 3 units on the Khamzat finish at 1.5 to 1. But the exact same, and then I realized right after that you could also get the fight just not to go the distance, the exact same odds. Yeah. So then I put another 2 units on that. I should have just put like fucking 10 units on just the fight not to go the distance, because that's the thing that's gone. No, because Pat, think about it. How does Gilbert? He's gonna have to catch him. It literally covers like.
I hear you. Like I'm actually thinking right now, and the way that we're talking, the way that we're really talking about this right now, in the confidence level, not only that Doug's, built up with me with that amazing fucking speech, because that was absolutely subpar.
Oh
that
my
was
God.
fucking beautiful.
saw?
But the fact that like
I'm clipping
this
that.
might be the last chance. Like, I think that like if you're gonna hammer this, it's big. You go fucking huge on this. Like
course.
I really don't think that Gilbert Burns makes it out of this one. I think his head's gonna get fucking
way.
bounced off the canvas like a beach ball. I think that Chimaev's a different level of skill, different level of caliber, complete same stuff that Doug said. Could be. I'm not totally sold, and maybe as sold as Doug is yet about him being the next MJ of the sport, but trust me, this fucking cat is special. He's someone that the UFC is going to place in a position of absolute rarity after this fight. And I'm telling you, and it's not going to be, I think he's already done that for himself with some of the stuff that he's done. I think the sky's the limit for this guy. And I really do see him bouncing Gilbert Burns' head off the canvas like a fucking beach ball. I think this is like
the point about you saying like the next guy. But think about it, like there's only like I think 2 people that can compare the rise of him. I think it's Connor and probably John Jones.
John Jones is definitely the most comparable, I think. We never saw him like not look amazing in a fight on his rise.
Especially on the rise up, he would look like a fucking
And
obviously,
even
we have to look at it in retrospect. Like when a guy's coming in and doing that, like
when
well,
you look
I guess
at
you could say
John Jones's run, it's incredible what he did to just go in there, destroy contenders, and win the belt so young. But even back then, doing what he did to the Leech, it's unbelievable.
yeah, and like
Sorry, Dan. I thought you were gonna... Oh, yeah.
no. I just think that like yeah, especially John. Like, but like, maybe the only like as far as people coming into like the UFC like with such an impact so quick, like obviously Anderson Silva had more experience outside. Like because I've seen people bring up things like oh like people coming in like Anderson Silva, but like they obviously had pedigree outside that was very crazy expectation coming in. Like Justin Gaethje, I saw a comparison, but he was always obviously a World Series fighting champion before.
And we've seen this guy. It's not like he's a specialist. He can lift you up and slam you on your head. Or he fought the combat sambo, undefeated combat sambo champion, and that's where he got the beautiful uppercut knockout. He realized, maybe he wasn't able to lift that guy up and slam him on his head. So then he starts striking with him, and he sleeps him, dropped him early in the fight with a jab.
He's special. He's super special, man. He's
got
super special.
It all.
Yeah, he's very special.
Yeah, I think I'm probably gonna put more money on the finish, especially considering this current lab movement. Because I do think we've kind of seen. I don't like, but Doug, how is it even moved? I don't understand how there would possibly be movement like that.
People putting money on the decision, I don't know, or people putting
how?
money on Burns.
Who in their right mind?
People putting maybe
There
money
have
on
been
Burns.
people putting money on Burns.
Then that's what it is. It's people putting money on Burns to move it.
I don't know who it was because I didn't bother to check the username, but I saw one of the best hype videos I've ever seen in my entire life. Some guy went on and on about how UFC 273 he was going to make one of the signature wins of his career, and then it was just Gilbert Burns money line, and he claimed to have like 2 decades of sports betting under his belt, and this was the best bet that he's ever made. Was Gilbert Burns plus 400.
Well, it's like
people are.
But I mean, imagine going on a huge rant about how this is the best bet you've ever made, and then you're gonna see Gilbert Burns get fucking.
Yeah, I know.
Trying to be a fucking make a meme out of yourself. Like if Gilbert Burns comes in here and he pulls something off, it would be incredible. I'm not gonna.
Unbelievable. My jaw would hit the floor.
No, my jaw would hit the floor. This is that's when I'd be like. That's when I'd be like. And we have seen it coming. That's what I'll do on the other side of the fence.
Look, I lost a shitload on. I had a shitload on Nunes by KO. I was still going. Oh,
I know.
You know,
I
like
was
not.
I was pissed. I was pissed. I was pissed. I was ready.
I was pissed.
That
because
killed
Nunes
so many
quit.
parlays for me. That killed so many parlays for me, and I just had her straight, and I just got greedy, and I was like, "Why is she even in it?" And then I was like. I remember going, she knocked her out, and I went like this. I looked at Dan, I said, who the fuck cares? This fucking women's MMA is shit. I said, who the fuck cares? They're fucking garbage. Like, they're all just shit anyways. And I was like, I was
What
smoking.
a great soundbite from one of the most iconic moments in UFC history.
I was smoking. I can remember it just being so mad. I was fucking searing, man. Like, you can't fucking do that to me with my emotions. Bullshit.
Nope. But one
yeah,
thing I
let's
was
go.
actually even fucking looking at. No, we still got a little bit more time on fucking Hamzat. Pat, have you because we haven't said
Fucking
the KO
2 hours
TKO.
and 15 minutes into this bitch.
Doesn't
Yeah.
matter. It's fucking one of the best. Me going to the these 3 fights fucking deserve
I
it.
just woke up. I could be here all day.
Yeah,
I hear you.
you just getting started. The KO TKO. That's have you bet that?
Yeah, that's what I just slapped. I think I put $300 on it just now.
Not the finish. The KO. Which one?
KO TKO.
You really think he's taking that head off, eh?
He's gonna slam his head off the fucking canvas like a beat. I don't think he chokes out, but like you said, he's a sadistic fuck. He could just be like, I want to choke out the jujitsu. I want to choke out the jujitsu specialist.
That's what I'm terrified about.
Fuck
I think
this
he's that
guy.
fucking crazy.
He is. He totally is, man.
Because
I want to
already
rip this
had-
fucking guy's arm off.
I have it. I have it
beat
the
him
same
with it.
line that it is right now. The KO TKO. I already have 40 on it. 2 units. But fuck. Like, because that is how he gets him. Pat, I might bet the gun in 60 seconds. Fuck it.
What's that at? What's that at?
9-1.
That's not even good enough. It's not
Do they
even good
even
enough.
change it? Wait, it's 9-1 only?
That's what I mean. It should be
Only.
better. Like,
Only.
what do you
Yeah.
mean? Only.
Only.
Yeah, only. Guys don't
We
fucking
could-
knock
we could
guys out
see
in
some
60
fucking-
seconds.
We could see some Conor McGregor, Jose.
100% though. You could
did it-
totally.
If he
Yeah,
goes in there and he pops
no,
him just like he pops GM3 and he fucking
She
turns him off like a
scared
fucking light switch.
scared GM3 doesn't even realize he's in the octagon.
I'm not saying you
Mentally
fucking
not even
slap-
there.
Obviously you don't bet that, but I don't think that's a bad number. I don't think it necessarily should be higher. I thought it was going to be lower, to be honest.
I mean,
I think
60
the-
but I think-
seconds, though, even in his, like, airlifting people, I mean, he went to the second round with the Welsh Wrecking Machine. Like, he'll get the job done, but it's like,
Yeah, but
I mean, he could just zap him, though.
Oh man, I wouldn't even put it past him. Like Gilbert's like that perfect height though.
I'm
You know
blanking
what
on
I
his
mean?
name. Who was that
He
again?
just
It's fucking-
leans into one
Oh,
and he
Phillips,
just
right?
fucking statics old small little fucking Gilbert Burns. Just
He's so much bigger than him. He's
so much bigger
him.
than Gilbert
He's
Burns,
a-
man.
I can't wait to
It's
see
a
the
light.
face-offs.
It's a middleweight versus a
I
fucking
think that's
lightweight.
when the Hamzat line shoots down to like -800 is when we see them face off.
Face off.
You're
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
No, you're right because people don't realize
As soon as they see
Gilbert Burns
that
is so
Hamzat's
small.
like 6'3", 6'4", like
Well, Gilbert-
But
he's
comparison to a
fully
guy.
6'3". He is not like
They have him listed as 6'2", but I don't even know. He probably is.
I think he's bigger than that. I think when you see him,
He's
standing
got the
next to,
weirdest. He's got the weirdest body type, man. We gotta get through these fights though, because I want to start talking about some other bullshit for a bit, and that's not related to the fights. I just want to kind of just spout on some bullshit.
Okay.
So you just bet the KO TKO, not the
I'm gonna bet the finish, but I think if I bet the finish, man, I'm like, I actually just thought about it, and I literally thought. I looked at Doug and I smiled when I said it. I said, Doug, if I bet in the finish, I'm gonna bet $1,000.
I can't tell when
That's
you look
a-
at me. You're looking at a screen.
I know, but that's like 1,000. Like that finish, like it's so worth it to me. I'm not saying don't fucking bet the finish, bet. But like if you're gonna bet it, the value's there to fucking hammer it and slaughter it. And I think that's what you have to do with
There's not a
it.
second of the fight, Pat. There's not a second of the fight that Hamzat's not going to be trying to fucking take his head off.
I know,
way or
right?
another.
So it's.
And
I
there's not
think
a
the
second of the
value's
fight
totally
where
there.
Gilbert Burns not in danger. Striking, he's in grave danger. Off his back, unless he's in his guard, which like I don't know how he's going to get Hamzat in his guard, because Hamzat's either going to fucking get a body lock and slam him right into fucking side control, or he's just going to pick him off. If fucking Gilbert Burns starts pulling guard, he's going to go into the high guard and just start. That's when he dies. If at any point we see him just like having stacked guard and pretty much throwing strikes,
Oh, Hamzat will
It's-
rain.
done. It'll be done in under fucking 20 seconds. As soon as he gets
That's
that
all
position.
we need.
And that could happen early. Hamzat's coming. He had like his Gilbert has the overhand right, but like I don't think like, and like maybe we see him fucking clip him, but like I don't know. I doubt it. I just think Hamzat's too fucking good.
What's
on
ICBMD
the next
to
one.
the
I have
face?
no idea.
I have no idea either. What the
I
fuck
mean,
could that
something
possibly mean?
just crazy acronym. I can just imagine.
Okay, let's move on.
I just
If
he'll
you
tell
want
us.
to get onto this, let's
This-
start talking next fight.
Yeah, Sterling and Jan. I think that this is one we actually spent a decent amount of time on the last fight, guys, kind of going over and talking about different ways that the fight could happen. Man, I find myself almost like I don't even know. I don't know if I've even chosen to whether or not to think about it again. Like I kind of just see betters and what kind of people are thinking about the fight themselves. Like everyone is on fucking Jan again. I see a very, very, very intercontinental. Do you like that, Dan? Luke Spretta. Intercontinental
I would say
ballistic
more
missile.
like a fucking direct shot from a rifle to the face, because that would take some
Awesome.
time. It was more like he got
Awesome.
shot. It's like he got shot.
It was like he got shot. It was fucking
Wait,
awesome.
Double barrel shotgun.
One of the
Luke
most shocking
Strata, I
things I've
love
ever
that.
actually ever seen.
It was awesome.
Like,
But
It's
like,
not like Jib 3 fucking world beater, but I was just like, I just saw that. I was just like, what the fuck are we even seeing right now? And it was
The
John
fucking-
Phillips, right? That survived to the second round. Is that what you said?
Yeah.
yeah.
He's way fucking. I'd say as far as chin, way better chin than fucking Gilbert.
It was all right. That whole fight was wrestling, though. That was ground and pound, and then a Darce.
Yeah, but if he gets that same ground and pound, I think Gilbert goes out. I don't think Gilbert's surviving.
Could agree with that.
Actually, one more last thing I said. People are like, "Oh, he's gonna catch him." He had Stephen Thompson controlled for like 10 minutes, and he didn't sub him. So I don't know. It's the last thing you really got to think about.
True, he hasn't. It's been a
He hasn't
while
really been
since he
subbed- he
subbed
hasn't really
someone
been
at
subbing yet.
170.
Exactly, and now he's gonna do it against the guy who's
Not
probably
to
one of the
not to
best,
sleep
has the
on
best
his
ground game of
grappling,
fucking.
but I mean,
everybody since Kamaru
Hamzat's
did
definitely
grapple
still
him,
going to be
so-
aware of it too. Like,
Yeah,
I don't.
I'm
think,
gonna
I don't
have
think,
unreasonable money on this. It's gonna get unreasonable.
Yeah, this one's.
Let's move
one
on
of
though. Yeah,
those.
we're already in the middle of it,
Yeah.
Peter. Yeah, I think this is gonna. I think this is probably gonna be the fight of the night.
Oh
This is
yeah, I
gonna
forgot
be-
to talk about the
like
Hermanson
most
match.
tip-
That's part of what made me lose my mind. Sorry, but we're too.
Which one?
too-
Hanson?
The
Hermanson-
Hermanson grappling match that we watched. You fucking
Oh.
talked about it.
Yeah,
He
that's
ragdolled one of the better grappling 185ers.
No, I wouldn't say ragdolled. He controlled him. I watched it.
I mean, he
ragdolled.
did. Yeah,
It was
it's not like
fairly
he slammed him
competitive.
on his head, but
It was fairly competitive, but he controlled him. He used him.
from a wrestling standpoint, it was quite clear Hamzat.
He won, but I wouldn't say I wouldn't go as far as to say ragdolling.
I think he did whatever he wanted in there, though. I think like
No, I don't say. I wouldn't go that far.
I kind of would.
Yeah, agree to disagree.
On from
Yeah.
that though, Aljamain Sterling and Piotr Jan. This is kind of one we already kind of went over. I don't really know if I even have anything to add on it. I'm kind of still in the same position.
I was
Mentally.
thinking about this one. You remember how excited I was for it the first time?
Yeah, now you're not.
I feel like this time, it's
You don't care.
it's
Yeah.
not there.
Well, it's just
I
we
feel
need
like we-
closure. We need our closure. Is what we need.
I want to get it over with. I want Jan to be champion again, and then we can match Aljo up to
Well, he is
become
champ.
a gatekeeper or whatever. Yeah.
High level,
Jan's still
high
champ,
tier.
but I want no disputed shit.
This is his
you
third.
know?
This is his third title defense, realistically.
Yeah, we all know that, but at the end of the day, it's not. Which is there's that little bit that like it needs to.
Which I think
be on
I think if
over.
this was a rematch, and like I think it's even more likely that it's like I'm more likely to bet on Jan because of like how everything's panned out than like if we just saw like Aljo survive for the next 2 rounds or something like that, barely, and then like come back and have a rematch eventually later. Like Peter Yan's gonna have so much grit and determination to win this fight. I think the fact that we'll see him come out and start quicker than we have seen him tend to do. Obviously, he couldn't because obviously tends to.
I think he's still gonna
Hardcore.
need to do his download round.
Oh, for sure,
because
but more than
Aljo's
usual.
gonna do different stuff. Yeah, he
More than usual,
understands
more in the
who's in
first
front of him.
fight. more than the first fight, and I think that if Aljo doesn't win the first 2 rounds, or get him out of there with a sub in the first round, there's absolutely no chance of him winning this fight. I don't see how he wins this fight. He can output all he wants. He's in there with a far better striker. His get up game. Peter Yan's is fucking so good. I got off lucky last time. I saw what I needed to see. There's not many people that'll be able to beat Peter Yan. Pelishah may be the only one that I can see right now in the immediate future, other than people at other weight classes. But yeah, I'm on the UD in the 4-5 for Peter Yan. That's all is where I see him winning this fight. Because I do think we're going to see obviously we're going to see a closer fight because we have a better game plan from Aljo, and it will be in better shape, which I think will still allow, despite the faster start from Peter Yan, he'll still eat the shots far better than he did in the first fight, even though he'll probably get hit more. Yeah, I see him surviving the first 3 rounds, and I also have money on the over 2.5 and the over 3.5. Just because the 4.5, I think there's good value there, but like I just see this fight ending as it goes on. We see how much of a fucking onslaught he puts on, and how he carries his power.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I'm on the over 4.5 as one of my free plays, and then Jan is in both of my main parlays. Took him and both those at -400. It's now down to -450. Yeah, this is a Piotr Jan fight. Mostly the over 4.5 is a hedge for having him in those parlays because I don't have him hedged across either one like I do with Hamzat or Gary. So yeah, but it's Piotr Jan's fight to reclaim undisputed. Yeah, it's Aljo's job to make it interesting and survive.
Yeah, I'll probably put a little bit more on the. I have 2 units on the UD right now. I'll probably put a bit more on it.
It's a nice number.
It is a good number because I think that like Aljo is tough. He's very tough. He looks like he's in great shape, but like I don't know what kind of shape. It's also kind of like he looks like in good shape, but he's also like we got to factor in like he had neck surgery when like it was like I don't know like.
It was
September?
last summer. No, it was well
Like,
before
better?
September because he was booked briefly for October,
Right. Oh, yeah.
and
so
then
it's
his recovery held it back. So I'm thinking he had it
Probably like April,
midsummer,
May.
early midsummer. Yeah.
yeah, or something like that. I don't know, but like most of this time he hasn't been fucking training. He's been fucking recovering, and like getting back into fucking like shape and training for a fight are completely different things. Versus in the time, and I bet on fucking Sandhagen because I thought it was a good stylistic matchup. Because Sandhagen's was gonna be consistently putting high output and be able to steal the first couple of rounds and maybe the last round, but like he absolutely stunned me. Like Peter Yan, I
I did the
underestimated
same
the
thing.
guy before. I'm not gonna do it again. This guy's one of the best in the sport. There's only a few people that'll be able to beat him. I gotta buy in now. If I don't, I'll regret it.
Yeah.
And even like my
Yeah.
main plays, it's mostly like it's not the highest return. I get more from the UD, but if I can get just the survival into the 4th round, 4 to 4, that's all I need.
Yeah, good pick. I mean, I don't really know where I'm gonna. I think I'm gonna play this one late. I'm gonna play this one as it goes. It'll probably be me picking Jan, but I wouldn't be surprised if everything else goes its way throughout the night. And if I have a good night, me sticking a heavy check on Aljamain and letting the blood bleed.
I'd note it's probably worth keeping an eye on the live rounds after 1 or 2 if Aljamain has a fast start, checking in if Piotr Jan gets down under -200 on the live odds after a couple of tough rounds.
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe it's worth keeping an eye on. I'll just keep that out there.
It's a great point. And then obviously the main event of the night, since we're finally here after fucking a
Pat,
decent
the
amount of
last thing
time.
I'll say is, I might, if I was you, I might bet the over 3.5 or over 4.5.
I probably will.
And like,
I
if you're
don't-
gonna bet Aljo, I would do that. I would do a split decision because I don't see a UD.
It won't be a UD.
and-
It'll be greasy.
So
It'll be
I would
greasy.
I would bet the overs if I
your-
were you, and I do that sooner rather than later because we've already seen movement. We'll probably see more. People, especially people throwing in parlays and stuff. And the sub, it's 9-1 right now. That's actually fucking obscene. Not really, considering his odds in the fight, but 9-1 on the sub, I think that's kind of the deal. Like in my opinion, it's the only way he wins the fight. That's the only thing I'm scared about is him fucking doing what he did to Sandhagen.
Be awesome. Wouldn't it be fucking awesome? Be so
Like
awesome.
technically, I've got none of these right. The only one I won money on was fucking getting the money back on fucking Aljo. I fucked up on the fucking
The
in
DQ.
Aljo against Sandhagen. I took Sandhagen. I took TJ Dillashaw against Sandhagen. It's the only one I got right, and that was even fucking kind of it was very close.
That was like one of the only fights I got right on that night. That was awesome. That was one of the only fights that was the only fight I did last year.
Blown out ACLs.
It was the only fight I did last year, I think. The only fight card I did last year, not live. And it was I did horrendous. It was my worst card of the year. Yep, it was my worst card of the year. My shit fucking card of the year, and I was like, woo! But at least at the end of the night, I made
to Robbie and Jack too, and yours.
and fucking thing. The only fights I made money on were Rulin Paiva and TJ Dillashaw.
I was gonna say I lost money that night on.
I won big money on.
I bet
Big
Philip
money on.
the decision.
Big money on Rulin Paiva decision. That was my money. That was my money maker.
He didn't win the decision. It was a draw. Oh wait, no, he did win.
No,
the
he
decision.
did win a decision.
Yeah, no,
he did because that's what circumvented
I'm thinking
him
I
into getting
scored
that
it
other
as-
one.
My memory is I scored it as a draw, and I was shocked it wasn't a draw.
It was. Oh, it could have been. I was saying it to the guys.
first
I was
round,
like,
Phillips fucking beat the shit out of him, and then I remember in the first round I was screaming, "Survive, Paiva, survive!" because I bet Phillips by the decision, and then he started punching back and hurting Phillips, and I went, "No, Paiva, stop!"
yeah, he was
So,
fucking him up. It was a great fight. That was a great fight too.
That was a great fight.
That was a great
actually,
card.
one-
Honestly, ended pretty nicely.
One last
go
thing I
ahead,
want to say is I did bet the one thing, and you might maybe want to bet is the rounds 4 or 5 for Yan. I think the odds are kind of off on that.
That's
to be
one I
honest.
think you gotta touch. You have to touch. Everyone just you whether it's a half unit or whatever, you gotta touch those because it's gonna be a sweat if you don't, no matter what your play is.
On Betway, it's 13-1 for 4 and 19-1 for 5. But on 365, it's 15 on 4, 21 on 5. And I have it as 17 on 4 and 26 on 5. Like those numbers, like it's just not balanced properly. Like it's the rounds that he consistently finishes guys late. He doesn't get you out of there early. It's not like it's more likely in this fight, sure, just because of the history, but like I just don't think those numbers are accurate. And fucking Aljamain Sterling 19-1 round 1. Maybe that's just that's the hedge of all time. That's the hedge of all hedges. That's what I'll do, if anything. If it gets real crazy. Once I have a bunch of shit hinged on fucking Peter Yan by the end of a crazy night of fucking slinging back whiskey.
Yeah.
19-1 round 1? That's kind of absurd. I don't know.
And then in our
get onto this man.
I hope so. It's pretty easy for me to pick. I don't really
Same.
have much to say about it, man.
Yeah.
I'm kind of one of these consummate guys. I don't mean to be the dickhead. I've said it before on the channel. So fuck me, whatever. You're a piece of shit as per usual. I don't think that Shang Tsung is even close to be even fucking in this position. Maybe his career has dictated him to be here and beating Dan Ige and the lost to Ortega. Yeah. I don't even think he would fucking. I was even fucking surprised, in a lot of these scenarios, but I don't know, man. I don't think Shang Tsung is the Korean Zombie is even close to the guy that's gonna come in here and beat a guy like Volkanovski. Volkanovski wipes the floor with him. I think Volkanovski, like kind of most people have been saying, they've been like, oh, you know, we haven't seen Volkanovski get a finish in a minute. And that's what kind of most people are leaning to in this one. I'm kind of also leaning the same way. I think that Volko kind of is able just to put a little bit more on Shang Tsung Zung and get him out of there. But I don't know, man. That's easier said than done, and especially for a guy nicknamed the fucking Korean Zombie, who's there to just, for, you know what I mean? Who's there to basically, whose name was built off of a fucking
That
taking.
was the hesitation.
Yeah.
On my end as well, but yeah, I was in early on the Volkanovski by KO, got it up to plus 300.
That's beautiful.
I think
That's
I said that even on stream.
You did.
I think
We said that last
play
week.
When
we said it.
I was talking about it when I made the bet, though. I placed that bet.
Yeah, you did say that on stream. That's a
long.
point.
I placed that bet time ago. Yeah, because I felt that a lot of people were going to feel the same way, that we've seen, you know, him fight these Iron Chin guys, and he almost finished Ortega, beat him within an inch of his life, and now you give him this guy who's, you're giving him a step down in competition,
100%,
and a step up in age. Like I respect the Zombie's skill set. He's a very good striker. He's incredibly durable. But when you look at the difference here, I mean, Volkanovski is, I don't know how the Zombie could get it to the ground to put him into an awkward position for sub. It would have to be some kind of weird scramble or something. And then when it comes to striking, Volkanovski's always in control. He controls range and distance so well. He enters and exits the pocket with perfect defense. It's masterful to watch, and I think he'll put the pressure on throughout this fight enough to get the finish on Zombie.
I like it. I'm into it. I'm with it. You know, that's where I'm going.
Yeah, and like I wish I hopped on with when you originally bet that.
It's a lot harder to bet now at this number because of the durability of Zombie. I like it a lot more.
I don't think
3
so.
to 1 than 2 to 1. It's not hard to bet, but it's harder.
I hear you.
You
can always play that out, though.
Really,
yeah.
When you consider the level, the span, and the level of skill and like overall MMA ability in this fight, like I think that Zombie, he could maybe get him to the ground. His timing's very good on his takedowns, but like he's not going to keep him there, and like he's not going to sub Volkanovski. Like we've seen this guy fucking pass the tests of all tests. Like, what the fuck? What are you gonna do to him? Like he's so good, the matchup in the striking, I think, is very bad for fucking Zombie to top it all off. Like he's very heavy on that lead leg, which like we know what Volkanovski's gonna do. He's gonna come and drop that down. That's gonna be, I think, useless. He'll be switching legs inside the first round. They'll probably both be compromised by the end of the second, and we're just gonna see him slowly get. It's not gonna be one shot. We're gonna see some shots hurt him probably pretty early, but it's not gonna be a clean knockout. It's gonna be an accumulation. Like Ortega's maybe the toughest motherfucker. Like maybe I'd say 1A, 1B fucking Ortega catered some of the toughest motherfuckers I've ever seen. And like as of late, that fight should have been stopped though. Like at the end,
they should have just stopped that. That was. Well, they're grasping. They're grasping.
Oh, bro!
Man.
When I was rewatching it,
you can feel the UFC though. You can feel them.
How many fingers? And he's like,
you can just feel it though. The UFC though, bro. And then they throw in Shang Tsung Zung, and they're like, "Hey, Korean Zombie, can you keep this fucking guy busy? Can you keep him warm? We gotta fucking find something to do with him."
I was surprised they even booked this.
That's what I mean. Who books this shitter?
Fell out.
What else?
And then I'm assuming they had the deal.
Wait.
Or they moved it, didn't they?
That's what I mean.
Because it was supposed to be in March. And
that's see. That's why I was so surprised.
No.
That's what it was.
I'm wrong. No. They moved Piotr Aljamain, or did they move them both?
They moved them both. They moved this fight because when they moved this and they didn't rebook Max, I went, "What the fuck?" Like I get it. Like we're trying to make fights here.
The whole situation was like, "Oh yeah," he's like, "Oh, now I can fight."
That's what I mean. That's what it was, Doug. Remember, but who fucking cares about that? Let's not degrade from the quality. Like, why even take away that beautiful ring time that we're gonna get from Volko? Yeah, but that's a whole different Spielberg with the UFC and them not paying their guys. Yeah, he wants a fight. He needs the fight. You said it. You said it best yourself. Ain't got enough money for the family to eat, bro. You ain't making those checks. ain't making dog shit from the UFC. No offense. Ain't making it. Ain't making it.
Well,
You can go in and fight one fight a year if you're Shakur Stevenson or one of these no-name guys that brings in 300 or 400K buys, not even.
Okay, let's not get into this whole argument right now because you have no
Yeah.
idea how much fucking Volkanovski makes, but he's got to fight.
I
You can't just
don't, but I
not
know
fight
it's
for a year in a row. Nobody can fucking
agreed.
you can't just fucking
Agreed.
not do your job. It doesn't matter if it's fucking getting paid a lot or not. Like I'm sure he's fucking not struggling to feed his family, so we don't have to fucking go that far.
Agreed. But he's not.
but-
It might be one
You guys gotta
of
fight.
those
That's why-
situations.
no, but Pat, when you're saying why are we having this lower level of competition?
Keep
The
him
guys gotta
busy.
have a
Keep
fight.
him warm. That's what I said. Keep him warm. We need a guy. That's what I said. We need a guy at the UFC. We need a guy to keep
I
this
don't know what
fucking
you're
guy
saying at all,
warm.
but-
That's what I started it with. We need a guy to keep him warm. I built into this whole other issue where it's like, maybe there's other reasons for Volko taking this fight and being like, hey, man, I need to, give me the fight. Maybe there is. He needs to stay busy. I'm saying that it takes away from beautiful years that we're going to see. We're not going to get many left from Volko. We're not. We're not going to get 6 more years. We're not going to get 2 more. 2 more, I think, is beautiful. To get 2 more solid years out of a guy like Andre Volkanovski would be a blessing. We're not.
Andre,
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Andre Volkanovski.
By Andre.
But to
I'm
get
calling him Andre all every chance I get on this stream.
Andre
for the rest of
Volkanovski,
time.
to to get some more hours out of him, he isn't and that's probably where my head even was spinning. He's not Andre Volkanovski. He's not Andre Arlovski. He's not one of these guys that's going to be around for forever, right? So he's done. I think he's done in 2 years. I think that this almost puts that fucking whole thing, this almost makes me go, are we even ever going to see Max Holloway and Volkanovski? And obviously we will, because he'll run
I don't
through.
even know what you're fucking talking about. You're on have you fucking had too much to drink now? I think 2 years we're gonna see at least of this guy. We're definitely gonna fucking.
No,
see
he
this
won't be
fight.
fighting in 2 years.
After
He won't
he
be fighting in
fucking-
2 years.
He's been talking on Embedded about how he wants to stay champ for a long time.
But I think that's
I
a
think
that's
guy's
better
out here
said
to
than
fucking
done.
He'll still be around in 2
This guy's out
years.
here to fucking put on master classes.
I'm very comfortable that he'll still be in the sport in another 2 years.
I don't know
Especially
about
if he gets
that.
into
I
the
think 2
position.
years is a
He
long
fights some
time.
of the top. He's fucking fought the greatest champions in the history of his division already. He's coming here to get a win against Zombie, which I think he will end up looking like he does handedly.
I think he's
But Zombie
motivated
is
also
still a
to
guy that
look.
should be respected and is a good win. This guy's gonna have and it's another fucking beautiful win on a great winning streak. The guy's literally fucking lost 1 time, and I think this is gonna be partly a coming out party for fucking. I think if he's gonna get the finish tonight, and people are gonna start
Exactly.
because he's still not respected. The guy's not respected for the level of fucking skill that he puts out. A lot of shit gets sidetracked with the Holloway fights because, they were close, but Holloway's never not been in a fucking close fight as of other than fucking maybe Connor, but literally and especially as of late, that's impressive in and of itself. It's impressive to have a competitive fight with Max Holloway to outclass him in one and then fucking have a very close one another one. Not many fucking people on the planet can fucking.
I'm team
to do
3.
that.
I know, but
Volkanovski for the record.
Which team? What?
Team 345 Volkanovski.
It was the 4th one where he got hurt, though, right? 4th round he got hurt. Which one's the round that he got hurt?
I think the only one that's debatable is 3.
Was that the one where he got clipped?
No,
clipped.
he got clipped in 1 and 2.
Yeah.
I thought he
He
got
got hit
clipped in
with
the
the head
fourth.
kick.
I thought there
He
was
got the head
4th
kick
round was very
with,
close. Can't remember.
The 3rd round is razor close.
That might
to
have to be
me.
something you know what?
It's a fight
I-
where I could
I'll
watch
say
that
it
round
now.
on any different day.
We'll
and think it would
rewatch.
guy.
Well, I'll say it now. We'll rewatch that before fucking they fight again. Before they book that to fight again in the future.
Well,
we'll
obviously,
rewatch
what do you-
I will
No, like,
rewatch
we'll
that
pick a
fight.
day,
I've
like-
already probably watched it probably 6-7 times.
Yeah, I've probably seen it about 1,000 fucking times. I'm not
Oh,
saying.
okay,
I mean,
don't
I
ask
mean,
me about
sit.
Luke
I
Collins.
mean,
Like,
sit.
yeah, I watched it
I mean,
48
sit. I mean,
Apple
sit.
alert.
But you're not listening to me. You're taking me completely out of context. I'm not saying let's fucking watch it. Oh,
What's the context?
the context is to watch it here. Watch it in a space with everybody, like they do with all the other fights, like
No,
a channel does. Like a channel does, though.
With no audio.
Okay, then yeah, whatever. Then we've already all done that. Then we've already all done that. Then why would I talk about something we've already done?
You want us to rewatch it live? Is that what you're saying?
That's what guys do. They do live rescores. That's all I'm saying. But onwards from that shit. Forget about it. Maybe one day in the future when they rebook that fight. But I don't
know why you're throwing that up in the air as if that's something that's like might not happen.
Time is the ultimate fucking dictator of everything,
You're fucking
man.
literally taking things out of thin air, less than thin air. Literally, Dougie brought up something that directly contrasted what you're fucking saying. The guy wants to put on a fucking historic run and be known as one of the greatest mixed martial artists, if not the greatest of all time.
I'm not disagreeing.
You are,
I'm not disagreeing that at all.
The opposite of your whole take.
I think
we're on borrowed time.
We're not on borrowed time. This is a 33 turning 34-year-old, Dan. This is not a 30-year-old. This is not a 25-year-old. This is not a 28 or 29-year-old. This is someone at the ending stretch of his career. We're not fucking
Kamaru 2 years ago.
It's not the start. It's not the fucking.
No, that's
start.
Fine. That's fine. We're picking.
The guy's top in pay-per-views now.
That's a division that's a guy who won't fight the young guys coming up. That's a completely different story. But he won't fight Hamzat. He'll retire before he fights Hamzat. Will he fight Hamzat?
That's still an assumption.
Yeah, but
it is an
a
assumption.
little bit of belief that he's actually.
What are we here to do? I hear you.
But
I'm in the very rare party that I think Kamaru is more than willing to compete with Hamzat. I don't think he's scared of him at all.
I don't think he fights him. He'll retire. He'll retire. Especially not after this weekend.
And Hamzat blows Gilbert out of the water. He will fucking retire. He will have some sort of. He said, "Oh, I have some congenital fucking failure in my knees, not medically cleared to fight anymore." That's what we'll fucking see.
And that's where I'm not getting. And that's where
retiring. There'll be some sort of reason. He'll have some sort of injury after the Leon fight. We'll never see him fight again.
Injuries.
And that's. You say, I'm going for the Canelo fight and I'm retiring. That's the only fight I'll ever take. We'll never see him again.
And the whole scary.
If I could bet on that, I would.
And the whole thing is too. I'm not even saying that like we're on borrowed time for a guy like Volkanovski, Andre. But the whole thing is,
Andre.
It's man. I really said that comedically. I with a straight face, and Doug loved it. The whole thing is, man, he can go in and easily dominate a fight and tear his ACL, and then we're looking at there's a year of Volko.
You can say that about fucking anybody.
Yeah, I know, but is it likely to happen at a later age in your life?
Or than he fucking has, and he's
agreed.
He hasn't taken that much damage, realistically. Like he hasn't, like as far as the average MMA fighter and a champion on their way up. Like the guy's so technical and fucking efficient. Like he's one of the best. I'd be
pretty surprised if he's just up and left.
No one's saying he's up and leaving. We're not saying stuff like that. I'm saying that
Kamaru or fucking Volkanovski. What are you talking
Volko. I'm just saying time is always going to play into it.
People are fighting people for a lick, but like I think he's fighting an easier fight than he's fucking had in the last like 4 years.
I can tell that's where your brain was. I do the same shit all the time.
He has the Holloway fight. I think that's a big determinant. I think it's inevitable we see that fight. But like,
he's had
he goes out there and
stretch of fights.
He has a war.
Crazy stretch of fights, man.
He's not getting fucked. Yeah, but he's not.
I know he's not getting fucked up. I know.
Ortega got absolutely mutilated. The subs aren't fucking taking years off his life. Holloway 1, not a tremendous amount of damage. More in Holloway 2. Aldo, not really. Aldo kind of looked shit that night in Rio. Chad Mendes, he fucking destroyed. Like, he's not.
There's definitely something to be said for getting out completely clean, but like his health isn't a factor, and I think he wants to go down as one of these greatest of all times. He's starting to talk about it, saying he doesn't think he's the featherweight GOAT yet, saying he wants his respect as one of the best to ever do it, not just in his time. And I think he wants to build as good a resume as he can. He said,
I love Volkanovski too. I hope he does.
Wants to stay champ for a long time. He said he wants to make sure his family has everything. So his thing that he said was daddy's going to stay a champ for a long time, but when he was talking about his daughters, so they can have whatever they want. So I think he'll be adding another good chunk of names to that resume of his.
Yeah, I think that if we look at back in the long run, like Korean Zombie's going to be nothing but a stay busy fight, right? Like, I hear you.
No, but it's
I
also
mean,
a fight.
a
that's
stay
fucking-
busy
it's
fight
not-
is like
it's a
it's
good
a
fight
fight
for the
you're gonna
rest of
add to his resume. You're gonna
100%.
say he beat
Beating
the Korean
Zombie is-
zombie. That's an impressive thing.
Yep.
Especially if you want to be the featherweight goat, beating Zombie's part of the equation. He's one of the fucking. He's a fucking.
Is it?
Probably not.
Yes.
I was gonna say it's not, but
He's been a pillar of the division since he's fucking been in the UFC. But when's he's been ranked for the last like fucking 6-7 years.
ranking don't mean a fucking toots name and fuck. There's people that aren't ranked.
Talk about one of the
Yeah,
bigger names in the last 5-6 years of the fucking division. Zombies in that fucking on that list. If you're just disagreeing, let's have that argument. But like, you can't fucking get a better list than a better name on top 10.
I was saying
Like, you're
probably not about the comment, by the way, if that was caught out of
I'm
context.
talking about Pat.
Okay, I didn't know.
I'm talking
Because
about
I
the
heard
comment.
something. Yeah,
He's-
I was.
Yeah,
saying
no,
the comment.
He's not a pillar.
Not bum.
He's not a pillar
kinda
of the
trying to frame
division. Well, I'm
Yes.
let's be clear. I'm not framing him as a pillar of the division. That's what I'm not doing.
I would.
I am
would.
not. I am not. I'm not framing him as a bum, but I'm not framing him as a pillar of
I'm
the
saying
division.
You can disagree, but you can just. But what is there to back that up? The guy's been since he's a Korean zombie. If
you're gonna hold a ranking beside his name and gonna hold that as
MMA,
a
Korean zombie.
yeah, but why? You want me to break it down
He's
for
a
you?
fucking-
Why?
He's a great fighter. He's exciting every time he fights. He's been ranked for a very long time. He's fought the best of the best.
I agree with those. I agree with those
Fought
statements
for
to a
a fucking
degree.
title before. He's got fucking terrific fucking wins. Terrific like I don't know. You can sleep on Vodka Zombie if you want. I don't.
I totally will. At this point
The guy fought
in
Jose Aldo in 2013. Not many fucking
know.
people can be fought. Not many people have fought for titles almost 10 years apart. That's pretty fucking insane.
but this isn't him fighting for a title because they're like, yo, you're on a title
He's not
run. This
fucking
is
ranked
him.
10th, bro. He's like fucking ranked 4th. Like it's not.
I know,
Yeah,
but
but he
this
just
is
beat
just
the guy
the-
who's barely ranked 10th.
This
Like,
is
he
just the
doesn't have
predicament that we're
his
in.
last top 5 win is Frankie
I know,
Edgar.
but there's a
right
reason
before he left
there's a
the
reason he's
division.
in this fucking fight.
Oh, where's Frankie?
I'm not saying there's no reason he's
Oh.
in this fight. I'm
not
saying
even-
he isn't on a title shot earning run. It's not.
It's
This
what I
is
just said. Yeah,
we're not
that's
about
what I
to see
just
the
said.
best Korean zombie.
He's not outside the top 5.
Yeah.
Well, if
When
you
he
play
just-
it into
when he just
ranking,
beat- when he just beat fucking Ortega, Yair just fucking got into a war. Fucking like
Yeah,
there's
there's
not
nobody
anybody
else. There's no argument there.
what a crazy landscape it is. We got Yair who didn't fight in 3 fucking years. Like it's crazy, eh? What a crazy landscape the division's in. It's in such a landscape in which
But
you
it's in
need a
great-
guy like
it's in a
you-
great landscape for Volkanovski to go on a fucking run and
100%
because he's better than all.
Don't disagree with that in a fucking at all. I don't disagree with it. It's the perfect landscape for him to dominate, set a goddamn concrete record, and go put the gloves down at the end of the day and go fuck off. I'm out of here. This is what I did. Look at it. It totally is. It totally is. That's where the landscape is, but the landscape's is dictating that you're going to see a guy like Shang Tsung Zhang who there is going to be people out there, and I'm
sorry,
one of them.
This is almost, that pronunciation's almost better than Andre Volkanovski.
Is that totally wrong?
Shang Zung Jung? Is
It's
that what
just-
you just called him?
No, I said Shang Tsung Zhang. I totally said it right. I thought I did.
It's not Shang.
It's Chan Sung Jung. I thought you said Shang.
I did say Shang.
It's Chan Sung Jung, I believe.
Oh my
I also
God,
thought
it's
you had
the-
added a Z to his the
I
middle.
no. The only thing I added was the Chang. I said Chang, but it might have just come off quickly. But I probably did fuck it up. But I'm no consummate for not fucking up names. And guess what?
I know. I'm just.
I am never gonna learn any of these guys' names because it doesn't fucking matter to me. It doesn't really pay my bills. But that's the end of the day. This whole landscape and the way it's set up to be with him doing this, it's you're gonna get people out there, you're gonna get fans out there that are gonna look at it and go, well, he doesn't deserve to be there, and why are we watching this fight? Or why is this happening? And this is why is it and that's it.
sport.
I'm one of those people.
When you have that's MMA when you have a dominant champion. That's fucking
100%.
what happened with Demetrius Johnson. That's what happened with John Jones. That's
But
what
I think it's a division. I think it's a division that's almost passed on a little bit.
could have happened.
It's
Jorge. We could say, did Jorge really?
Yeah. But when you have when you have divisions,
it's
like
finding the division.
welterweight. No, but we have plenty of this. This featherweight is not the fucking weight division you pick out and say, "Oh, we have no challengers." That's fucking absurd. You have the fucking middleweight division. You have the welterweight division. You have fucking women's fucking bantamweight. You have women's featherweight.
But I think there's a big argument to be made
one of the most
with the
competitive
UFC
and deep divisions.
But I think there's a big argument to be still even being
Like, even be made with the UFC every time, Pat.
I'm not saying that, but listen, I'm still thinking there's a big argument to be made about the UFC as far as their bloodline is getting old. The guys that are in the UFC now that were once what they were and who did hold significance. I'm not saying that totally as a thing. I'm playing devil's advocate in certain scenarios here.
Life though.
Agreed.
Get old.
Agreed, man. People get old, people retire, but if there's not enough of an upkeep that's coming in to fill it out and with that same level to replace it, then you're going to see holes and you're going to see divisions that are going to look like this. You're going
in the 145 because I'd say there's more challengers at 145 now than there was for Aldo at some of those years he was at the top.
I
probably
can
most of them.
Totally can sit there and agree with that. But I'm saying there is divisions that are getting scampered. And whether it's bringing the guys up and giving them a ranking to get that fight, which we've seen in other divisions, is something that the UFC doesn't do. They'll keep a guy on ice forever. They'll keep him with an unranked number, and they'll go, well, because there is some divisions. They have divisions. The UFC has divisions.
That's just called being pessimistic. Because I look at the situation and I see a guy with Volkanovski who's about to fucking catch his stride and be a fucking more well-known and respected guy. And
off this fight? This fight?
Yes,
no,
bro.
No.
Are you fucking dense?
Wait, what was that? Sorry,
he's headlining one of the biggest fucking cards of the year. He's gonna finish Korean Zombie, who you may fucking look down on, but most fucking people don't. It's gonna be a good fucking fight, and I think people are gonna be fucking watching. More people are gonna respect him now after fucking Saturday than before. I can guarantee you that. And
I think they will.
Fight, he's gonna get paid more. If he wins that fight, the guy is going to be fucking known as one of the greatest of all time. Then he's pound for pound. Then he's maybe the greatest fighter in the UFC. Like, this is the way this guy's going. And then I see fights like Peter Yan coming up maybe at some point, and they fight. Think about how fucking awesome that would be. Think about that fight, Doug. How awesome would that be?
Man, I want it to all amount. I want it to all fill out.
Dude, I have an issue almost because I was sitting there and I tried to find like every possible angle of every time Petr Yan and Alexander Volkanovski sparred on camera as soon as they did it once.
Volkanovski had him though.
Volkanovski was.
I would say, yeah, Volkanovski looked awesome. Looked a lot better, but also
they're old.
I think it's impossible to read.
Most are old.
Yeah. A lot of them are. Older from before Jan was champ. They still do work together, from my understanding, very limitedly, or just kind of in passing if they're at the center together, but not necessarily planned out. But yeah, it's two of the best technical fighters in the sport.
Yeah, if that fight were to happen, I think that'd be the most technical, like the greatest matchup of like two technical strikers we may have ever seen it.
I think it's almost the one that comes to mind right now would be Jan versus Sandhagen as the most technical one. So then you're really just questioning, and I would say Volkanovski.
Yeah, but like it would have more like if you have like two champions and you kind of had that kind of fucking gas behind it.
It's a whole nother level.
But at the same time, it's tough considering like that you don't really see Peter going up when you fucking have.
Jan is also built for 135 too. Like his
but like even when they size up, like that's not like it's not a obviously.
That's also because of Volkanovski's height too.
Yeah. No,
Volkanovski's like he would size up closer to 135ers just because of his height. I think Petr would struggle. Like Petr could beat Volkanovski. I think it's conceivable, but I think would struggle more stylistically with other 145ers like Max who are longer and stuff, because then he'd have to get past the range and then deal with every other challenge that they pose. With Volk, he's still gonna have to get past the range. But actually, you know what? Now that I say it, Volkanovski has a longer reach than Holloway, so that doesn't really make sense. So scratch everything I just said. Yep. I don't know where to go from that.
I don't know. It was kind of interesting when I saw the sparring footage. I don't know. I thought, like, obviously you guys saying it was old, but it kind of was just kind of surfacing, making its rounds this week. Obviously, right? Them being on the same card and shit like that. I don't know. I liked it. Like, obviously, you could see the justifiable like size difference between Volkanovski and Jan. It wasn't huge, but like you saw Jan trying to fucking walk Volkanovski down, getting caught by a shot over the top right away. That you pretty much thought.
I think it's just how they operate, though. Like, they both, in the sparring, the thing that was cool to me was they both looked like they did in their fights.
Yeah.
Like, you saw Piotr walking forward with his natural high guard as he does.
Yeah.
And then you saw Alex, kind of, he's willing to go in the back foot, but he's willing to step in and engage at times. He finds the right time for the pocket and stuff. That's what was the best part of it. Was like, it wasn't like we were looking at two guys who were trying shit and sparring.
Oh no, it fully looked like a looking. Yeah. No, 100%, because you could see that you saw the mentality when when Volko stepped into that fucking overhand and landed it, and he almost stuck it on him a little bit, and it was like, well, I hit you with it, but I didn't throw it full, and I just want to let you know. And you could see fucking Jan like instantly like guard even higher, just even walk him down a little bit harder, try and put something on him there. And it's like, you could see it, right? Like, no one likes to get hit with something like that, but it was a nice shot. And I was like, oh, it looks fucking nice. Like, I would love to see something like that one day, man. Fuck, I love guys going up, and that's when it gets real crazy, right? But like, I don't know. Like, I'm excited for the card, man. I'm excited. I think it's going to be a great card. I'm more excited. I'm more excited for the fights before the main event, though. Entirely more excited for the Sterling fight. More excited for the Chimaev fight. Like,
I don't know. The Volkanovski fight and the Jan fight are on the same level to me.
Yeah,
because with Jan versus Sterling, we know that we've seen it play out a certain way before, and that's why we're saying there's no way for Sterling to win. We're kind of assuming with Zombie to some degree. Like, yes, we have the information, and that's why we're making a very educated assumption. But we could see Zombie go out there and in fight-ready shape and put on like an insane technical back and forth with Zombie, or they just go to war. I mean, we could. I'm almost. It's the factor of the unknown that almost pushes that one a little bit past Jan versus Sterling to me.
I hear you, and that's not even a bad.
I mean, that's also the most objective thing in the sport.
Yeah,
which you're most excited for.
Of course, right? We're just But other than that, fucking any news or anything we want to go over? I was thinking about
Yeah, I was just gonna say, because I don't think I said my round bets on this one. I think 3 or 4 of the rounds he gets some other. I think the leg's compromised after the first 2, and it starts to really fucking put damage on that could end the fight in the 3rd and 4th. He's also obviously, like everybody says it, but like he's said very public, he's very determined to try and get a finish in this fight. Like
100%.
Yeah, he was talking about that on the embedded, saying it was different than other times he said it. I never really take stock into that stuff. Won't again. I made my bet before he said it, but I mean, I like to hear it. It's better than him saying I'm going out there for a point fight.
Yeah. It's gonna go out there and point fight the Zombie. Yeah.
Yeah, I just bet the straight finish because like it's not worth the KO TKO as well, but that's what I put. That's what turned into one of my most confident bets. Like I think, yeah, I have 4 units on that. I think he gets him out of there.
I like it. Any other fucking any other news or anything? I was gonna talk about
PFL or Crooks.
Yeah, PFL's done. Oh, Frank Gore makes his pro boxing debut finally in May. He gets a pro card already. Beautiful.
Oh, Frank Gore's boxing.
Frank Gore. We'll talk, but PFL, like, I don't know. I think they're gonna fucking take, like, obviously I think there's only like Arizona. I think there's some shit going on where they're not. I think many have PFL fights listed. I think obviously it's a huge fucking thing as far as trust and like the betting community and the fucking
MMA betting community. Like, that's fucking absurd. Like, I got my bets all voided back on that, and like, obviously that makes more sense in hindsight. People were hammering these favorites that already had fucking won the fights, and I'm like, why are these lines
I was
so
thinking
crazy?
I was gonna ask. That was the card that you sent with all the Challenger Series one with the like minus 1,000 on 365 and stuff. Yeah, like no shit, they were the biggest favorites of all time. They fucking already won the fight.
Yeah, but like that, like obviously people are betting the lines more on 365 because it wasn't as reflected as heavily on like Betway and stuff. So like that's why like, so like some bookies caught on, some fucking I don't know. That's people that fucking just played the like. Obviously for me, I'm like, oh, I lost on all those bets. I got all my money back. No harm, no foul. But if you had fucking bet all the favorites and now they're scumming.
Yeah, if you didn't know and then all that, but
yeah, it's a huge fucking trust thing. I'll still obviously be betting the fucking Kayla Harrison round ones. Because we can talk about that. Like, I think the matchups they released was like Pettis' matchup, fucking Rory McDonald's.
Yeah, there's odds on
Harrison.
Bet Online
They're
for
all
a lot of
fucking
the PFL
cans. They all look like absolute fucking cans. They're like, we can risk
I'm
it.
all
Fucking
for a
Pettis this
Showtime
time.
kick KO. I'm a huge Showtime fan.
I'm not a fan of fights against cans, but that's a PFL, I guess.
Yeah, I'm not.
First
not
round of the
really
regular season, the can round.
If you don't,
We can't
make it
have
through
fucking
that
Pettis
round, you
losing to fucking what's his name again? Fucking
Clay Collard.
Collard, yeah. I'm excited. I do like there's things I like. I love about the PFL, but like that's obviously it's hard not to take a hit on your reputation after that.
Yeah, that one's tough. So
I would say stay away from doing that. But no, I'm sorry. I'm talking. To
I already
myself.
kind of covered it, but like one of the fucking whole things that kind of happened like over the last week is a whole situation with like Duplessis and fucking Gaslam and that whole situation. Gaslam, after this whole fucking reorganizing, so Gaslam gets a fight. Now Drickus doesn't have a fight, which is like you gotta feel fucking bad for that guy. Doesn't fight very often. Had a big opportunity on the pay-per-view. I don't know. Hopefully he gets like a rematch with Gaslam or something like that. So hopefully they recognize, because like I think that was a good opportunity for him against Gaslam. I think even if he lost the fight, he would have been very.
I think the UFC
probably.
will give him a little. Yeah, we owe you one. We'll give you a nice matchup on pay-per-view.
Because they were like,
something.
100%, because it's their fault, really. Like his fucking original opponent's fucking still fighting on the card, and a guy he probably would have fucking mangled.
I want to see him. He's not one of these guys where they're gonna be like, we didn't get you a fight, whatever. It's like, this is a guy people want to see. I want to see Drickus Duplessis fight. He's
and it's easy to say.
Entertaining.
It's easy to say, obviously, with the fight not happening, but like I think that fucking that straight high 100 I pretty much put on him the day it got canceled. I think that would have been my best bet of the card. Like, I think he would have blown fucking Fluffy out of the water. I don't think that was really that close of a fight at all. So it's a shame for him. For him, we got like Rakic, Jan Rebucked, which is like I'm really looking forward to that fight. I think that's a big opportunity for Rakic. I think that's for May, end of May.
Yeah.
Oh, Doug, I think you were talking about the Malad fight.
What you cut out there?
Something that you missed earlier on in the card. We were going through the Malad fight.
Mike Malott, yeah.
Yeah, and who was it? Was it Mike Jackson, Pat, that's fighting again?
Yeah, Mike Jackson's fighting again next weekend.
Wait, the guy who fought CM Punk and got the no contest because he smoked weed.
Yeah,
the guy who did not beat CM Punk.
This is why the UFC. It gets me. It gets me in these peaks and valleys where it's like,
wait, he's fighting
got
me UFC again,
bro. They obviously never cut him. So it gets me. Dana's a fucking liar. Like,
I thought he was cut like 100%.
Lie. Remember, Dana's like,
and it was a no.
Don't worry, it'll just be another one. It'll just be another one added to the Dana White. He'll never do this again. He'll never fight again in the UFC.
Well,
and there he is, right?
Probably contract. He's probably under contract.
Then don't fucking yap your big mouth, Dana. The fucking UFC does this thing with this
He's the
peaks
most
and
notorious
valleys.
liar in fucking
The da-
professional sports.
I know,
Who
but the
fuck are you
UFC,
fucking-
the
what are you
UFC
talking
itself, it's not even Dana. It's the UFC itself does this thing with this peaks and valleys where it shows itself
Fucking
as
says
this
what he
like
wants. He can always
professional
back it up.
sport, and then they have like guys that are just like, what
I
the
like it a
fuck?
lot better than the way other leagues do it, where their commissioners or presidents always come out with these bullshit political. Yeah, we're looking into it. We're conducting an internal
It's true.
investigation, kind
It's
of
true.
fucking nonsense.
true.
I'd rather have Dana just come out and
Oh,
say
I
what he's
like-
feeling one day, and if
I
he
li-
has to
I-
go back on it, then fuck it. I don't really care.
I like the way Dana fucking handles shit a lot better than fucking other organizations do. I just think the UFC with some of their
Wish he'd give
decisions with
fighters a little bit more.
yeah, some of the decisions that they make with guys on the roster, with with just a bunch of the shit that they do, makes you fucking question what the fuck the sport is, and then who
That
knows
is
where this.
hysterical, though,
and- but
'cause
then who knows where
can't
the fuck the
reiterate
sport's
enough
gonna
that
be.
Mike Jackson did not beat CM Punk. It's a no contest.
But you know that Mike Jackson's
no
coming back. It's almost a brain dead
No, but
giveaway.
that-
That fucking Logan or
not
Logan or
only
Jake
is he
Paul,
coming back-
probably Logan Paul will be
Oh.
fighting in the UFC before the end of next
Yeah.
year.
Let
I
Logan
don't know
Paul
what that
fight
could-
Mike Jackson.
We're not talk. I don't want to talk about that. Though.
That-
I don't
that's-
wanna talk about that.
But
Yeah,
why
that is a
not?
fight.
Why not? It's
That
the
is a
same.
fight to make,
It's
though.
the same thing as Mike Jackson. He
Yeah,
might be a
or-
better.
I
He
don't
might be
wanna
a
talk
better
about that. I
fighter.
don't wanna
He
talk
might be a
about
better fighter than Mike Jackson.
Let me
That's
just
the
say this.
credibility
Let me
that
just
the
get this
UFC
done.
has gotten to. That
We
is
don't
the.
need to talk
That
about
is
Logan
it.
Paul. Doug, not
But
only
we may.
is he
But what
fighting-
happens when he's in the UFC?
I don't. We can fucking talk about it then. I'd rather fucking not. I'd rather talk about the fucking excellent fighters that we can't talk about. I'd rather talk about the Bellator card. which we
Mike
will
Jackson. We'll talk about Mike Jackson. Let's talk about Mike Jackson.
I want to talk. I do want to talk about Bellator.
He's
I do
excellent.
want. No, no, but
He's a stoner.
not only is he fighting again, he's fighting this month, April 23rd.
April 23rd.
And
How
guess
much
what?
money can
Guess
I bet
what,
on
Doug?
him this very second.
Against
Doug.
He's
He's
at
fighting
one
a
point-
can.
1-2. Oh, on him or against him?
Well, I was gonna bet, or I was joking, but I was saying on him. I'm not betting any fucking money on him. Are you fucking serious?
He's fighting Dean Barry, who's making his debut.
I was gonna say that name
com-
rang a bell for
coming
like
off
half a
a-
second, and then I was like, wait, I got nothing.
20
Dean Barry versus
second knock-
Mike
coming off
Jackson,
20
and
second
Dean
knockout.
Barry's minus 800, eh? Yeah, I'm laying
This guy's
chalk on Mike
coming off-
Jackson.
On
I'm
fucking Mike
laying the
Jackson,
chalk.
on
I'm
Dean Barry, you mean?
laying the chalk on fucking Mike
You
Jackson.
mean on? What do you mean laying the chalk on Mike Jackson? What does that mean?
I'm laying the chalk
Wow.
on Mike Jackson. I don't know what you fucking think. I'm fucking trolling. Like,
Man, I can't even believe it. Some of the guys
but
that are
it's-
still on the roster, it's crazy. But they obviously have a contract.
I don't know. Is there value there at 1.12? Probably. Probably get fucking absolute starched in fucking 30 seconds by fucking this prospect. We'll talk about Bellator. I think some of those lines. What I texted you guys? Aaron Pico versus Jeremy Kennedy.
That's a great line.
That's fuck.
Yeah.
That's fucked.
Considering Aaron Pico is a fucking long shot for Bellator that they're trying to make into something.
I would say that's not. He's
oh,
I don't know.
Nemkov
I don't
versus
know.
Anderson
I don't
is
know.
over in a
I
fucking
remember.
week.
I remember
Holy
watching
shit.
him get slapped. It was one of my favorite fights in the world, man. This
Yeah,
big
he
hype
has it, but
train,
he's a fucking
Aaron
prospect.
Pico, and they brought him out. Look at this kid, and me and my dad are watching, and me and my dad are like, this guy was shit. The guy that he was fighting was guy that they brought up to lose. It was on this.
Bellator.
It was on the same
Bellator.
card. It was on the same card that Chael Sonnen fought Fedor Emelianenko. I think was the main event, and we were watching it. Me and my dad went, "What the fuck? This fucking guy! Like, how is this guy the underdog?" And ching! It was awesome. One of my favorite things ever.
no, but I don't know how you can fucking justify that line.
You can't.
It's savage. I think he's good, but he has the same amount of losses as the guy that fucking Jeremy Kennedy, a fucking veteran of the sport, better than fucking talent.
Wow, that's been under the radar. I didn't know that it was like less than 2 weeks until Nemkov, Anderson, and the
It's-
McKee.
Bro, Doug,
Pitbull rematch.
Doug,
They suck- a
Doug,
terrible
if
organization.
if I knew, do you think I would have been sending you that tweet? Remember, and I'm like, I can't believe it. It's gonna get pulled. The year-long Corey Anderson tournament winner bet is gonna get pulled. You saw that bet that I have, like from
No, I knew that I
course
saw
I
that,
should have
and
had
then
more
I
on
was
that.
like thinking in my head. See, I saw those texts and I didn't think anything of it because I see most
Didn't
texts
understand
when
it,
I like
yeah.
roll out of bed. But like I looked at it and I was like, oh, he's fucked. Like it's done. Like I thought that was. I didn't even know if it was booked yet or not.
I
So
didn't
was
think
like,
it was
oh, there's no
booked.
fucking chance it's gonna get voided. Like I just thought you
know.
were fucked.
I know.
But-
Dan texted me the same night that I had heard it. I was working out, and I like an ad came on YouTube. And
Dude, I need them to fucking can Betway before the NFL draft so I get my Evan Neal money back. But that being said, I do lose all my end of year
Futures.
champ bets.
Oh,
yeah,
the
those are
play.
gone. Those are
My end
huge.
of
I
year
would be
champ
pissed.
bets
I'd be pissed.
I have a lot in
Doug, I have
those
a
that
feeling.
I really like.
I have a
think
feeling.
those are some of the best bets I
Unfortunately,
have.
we might lose those at one point, but I don't know. I don't want to be
mean,
the bearer of
it,
bad news.
it just about
Okay, this
evens
year.
out when it comes
will.
down to
They
it.
will.
For me, to be honest, between the end of the year bets, my Evan Neal first overall pick bet.
Sure. I hear you.
So, but I mean, I would have. That's not accounting for the profit of the
End of year champ bets.
end of year champ bets.
Yeah.
So,
I hear you. I hear you.
I
It's
mean,
fu-
it is what it is.
Yeah, it is what it is. I said the same thing. I was like,
Enjoy
it
it.
is what it is. You can't control it.
On Pico though, like to be fair, like he lost pro debut though on Bellator, but like the other losses against Borish and Corrales, like they're not fucking. Those guys aren't bumps. Far from it. Those guys.
No.
Are talented. But I think that was probably too much of a rush there. Obviously, they've given him a bit more time. His hands are good, but like I don't know. That's
Well,
an
his hands
absurd
have
line.
just-
I think
His hands
I kind of want to
just gotten
I kind of want to
better.
bet it now.
His hands in his first fight were garbage. When he got with Freddie Roach, like that was a huge improvement. For him to get with Freddie Roach, like that's something you don't see a lot of boxers. I mean, a lot of MMA fighters do it, is getting with a extremely touted boxing coach like Freddie Roach. Like that fucking, you could see it after he knocked that guy out clean in the next fight after he was with Roach. Like
Not many people debut in the UFC or in the fucking Bellator. Sorry,
100%.
A big pro debut in Bellator.
But
Like,
this was a guy that they had built up, like they were trying to make him a homegrown product. They wanted it.
like, you
They
just
wanted
look at
it,
this,
man.
Though, it doesn't make like Kennedy coming off of decision win against a Sanchez, who's fucking game. Before that, he lost to Boric by decision, but fucking Pico got finished by Boric. And fucking Boric is fucking great. I think he's very good. Wanted me a fuck ton of money recently. I think that just lines off. I think that's an auto bet. Am I off there or what?
No, I agree. I'm not betting Aaron Pico.
Sorry, I'm just distracted by
way.
one of these
I
nonsense.
know you're not
When I
betting
saw
Aaron Pico,
that-
but like,
When I saw that, that's why I
That
liked the
line
bet.
will
That's why I
move,
liked
no?
it. That's why I liked it. That's why I liked the tweet when
So we
the
should bet
text
it
when
now?
you sent it. 100%.
so we should bet it right now.
I don't think I have the Bellator line yet. That's the problem.
What do you mean? It's on Betway. It's right. Of course it is.
Oh, I didn't see it. I didn't see any of those yet.
I think I might put $40 on them. Put 2 units on them.
Where are the Bellator lines? There it is.
But the line I actually also want to get on now is Corey Anderson.
Yeah. Back in on the
Corey,
old
the
dog.
$1 million man, Anderson.
The $1 million
think?
man Anderson. I'm gonna lose it. Yo, the fact that that's on a Friday is fucking awesome. Let me say that again, dog. That's on a Friday, that card.
That is pretty fucking awesome.
That's the best part.
So
Friday night.
We'll be going back to back, not next weekend. We'll be after.
It's my favorite part. I have to. I can't miss fucking.
Fuck! Wait. Oh, shit.
You gotta go somewhere? Go ahead. I don't care.
I think it's Chip's birthday now.
You're done. I will handle the Bellator card. That's what makes me the money. I'm gonna get shit rocked. I'm gonna get shit rocked and do the Bellator card like a fucking savage. I might punch my monitor if Corey Anderson loses. Put my fist through the monitor. No, it doesn't matter. If I had like $500 or $600 on Corey Anderson,
No,
like
you
it'd be
will
different.
though. You will though. Eventually, at some point, you'll put some reasonable. Like that future bet will pale.
It's
in
not enough.
comparison to the fucking.
I know. Hey,
How
yeah,
much-
it
what
will.
is-
It
what
will.
is the line
Dan's
on it?
right though.
4-1? What was it?
4 to 1. 4 to 1.
Like
pretty nice.
He's got like what 2 wins? 6
Barely,
wins?
yeah,
He's still got a
barely,
plus
barely,
160,
yeah,
so
barely.
Like,
It's
it's not,
fucking
like-
retarded. It's retarded. Yeah.
I think it's a good line to get in on for sure.
So do I. If you really do believe that Corey Overtime Anderson's gonna win, which I do. OT baby, We're cashing in the
plus 160,
OT.
Doug?
We're 2 Fridays from now. We're cashing in the OT checks, bitch. Double OT. That's how we're getting up. I'm gonna scream that all night. Double OT, because it's gonna be Corey Anderson at over 2.5 to 1. Overtime Anderson.
I think the main events line properly though. It's probably a pretty accurate line.
I would agree. I think it's a good card though. Like you fucking, I'll sit back on a Friday and I will gladly watch that entire card.
The undercard's probably all fucking tin cans.
It's not shit, man.
It's not shit.
You've seen they even snuck in Tyrell Fortune
never mind.
versus some no name at the bottom. Kyle Crutchmer. There you go.
The guys over fight cans probably, but like Yagish Murdov.
You think Laird Anderson is Corey Anderson's brother?
I might start looking at these chalks and make some chalk parlays.
You're lagging, Tiago. You're good. Yeah, you're fine. But I was just looking at
Kyle Crutchmer's on here.
I know.
I'm gonna make some fucking parlays. Start laying some cash down on this fucking card.
It is a good card. The only bad part
again, I think I just gotta find somebody to parlay with AJ McKee. I think AJ McKee gets him again.
Oh yeah, that's one thing I want to bring up real fucking quick. Is I got fucked on one of my parlays with Andre Muniz that I dropped early. I had an Andre Muniz, Miguel Beza parlay where I was like hesitant to put Miguel Beza in there because I was just looking for somebody to get some value on Muniz because I thought that line was going to shoot down. And then now I'm just stuck here with a Miguel Beza bet. So yeah,
it's just that's
hope he wins.
Not ideal.
Hope you win, Beza.
That is obviously the downside.
I really, really wish that Muniz had not pulled out a day after I made that fucking bet.
You son of a bitch.
Yeah. No, that's a tough one that I just want to note because if anyone does see a Miguel Beza play on my BetMMA.tips, or I don't know how it's gonna come out. Just
don't worry about it.
Yeah,
that's
Miguel Beza. I don't have a big play on Miguel Beza. Don't worry about it.
That's what happens.
I'm laughing about it. You know,
I'm pretty excited. I'm pretty excited for this weekend though. I'm excited.
Oh yeah, this is a fucking banger card. I've been itching for it.
I know we needed one of these ones. I think we did. I think this card, if it's fire all the way through, it's just make it even fucking better.
I don't think it'll be as I don't think it's gonna be as like stacked all the way through, but like you can't go wrong with the last 3 months. I think the main
you can't.
Cards
I'm gonna be waiting all night for those 3, and then I don't even know how I'm gonna manage to ride that much energy through 3 straight fights like that. From starting with Khamzat Chimaev, that's gonna have me bouncing off the fucking walls. And then you're ending with the Volkanovski screaming for him to get a finish.
A lot of yelling.
That's ridiculous.
I should actually... I keep saying that I'm going to do it where I find my Fitbit and wear it during a card to record my heart rate. But I never remember to do it.
I could throw my Apple Watch on it. I never really had to wear it.
I just think that would be really funny if like it actually came out with hilarious results. Like it shot up to 120 during the Khamzat fight or some shit. And then was it like 60 during Tisha Torres Mackenzie Dern?
No way I'll be able to.
I think that's going to be. I don't think that's.
I'm kidding. Fight. I'm kidding. I do think it's going to be a good fight. I'm 100% joking. That was a bad example, but you know what I'm trying to say. If it was in a shit fight, I was just.
Actually, before I assume Pat's going to wrap this up, but didn't you say you want to say something about Kay Hansen, Doug?
Who?
I don't know. I thought you said something. There's a Kay Hansen thing. You wanted to bring up something like that. I don't know. Maybe
no,
I'm fucking
don't think those. I do think I am going to pick Kay Hansen straight up. Not like betting, but I would probably favor her straight up.
Yeah, I think she probably. I think the line.
Not that I would have gone out of my way to bring it up necessarily, but
I think she should be. I think she should probably be a moderate favorite, but I'm not betting on the fight. Yeah. Obviously, it's not.
Yeah, agree with you on that.
Wait a second. Am I gonna get
okay? Yeah, ready to pounce though. Ready to fire on the Aspen line. That's the
Yeah,
one thing.
that's,
That's the only really bet that I'm really looking have to really monitor the scales for this week. Really, there's nobody else that I really have questions about.
I'm hoping Hamzat makes it a bit more comfortably this time, but
I think he'll be
I'm
fine.
not too concerned about that.
I think he'll be fine.
That's bullshit. How does the
I'm
UK
not
get the
worried.
fight at 10 a.m. because it's 5 hours behind us? Oh, fuck them. That makes sense
What?
then.
What are you talking about?
Murata, Triple G. I'm trying to figure out if I can wake up. Me and Jay Blues were talking about it. He's like, "You're staying
What
up,"
time's it
and I
at
was
our
like,
time?
and I went, "Staying up? You mean getting up?" And he's like, "I don't know." And I was like, "It's getting up though, right? Like I gotta get up at fucking Saturday, right?" And he's like, "We didn't know, so I just looked it up. Saturday morning at fucking." Apparently the card starts at 5 a.m. They'll make the ring walk at 8. They're gonna make the.
Oh, it's the gauntlet. So we're going Bellator. We're going
No,
Bellator.
I'm not gonna,
then
like-
you gotta wait. Then you gotta stay
No, that's
up.
No, that's you're lying. That's not Bellator. That's
Oh, sorry, that's
that's
this weekend.
Saturday morning at 8 a.m. Well, technically at 8 a.m. They're saying at 8:30. Murata and Triple G will make the walk to the ring to fight.
You're probably gonna go get drunk on Friday, and then you'll miss the fight.
Well, I kind of have to. It's Jack's birthday. If he wants to go out, I'm gonna
There you
go with him.
My prediction of the fucking weekend: Pat will not watch that fight live.
If you think it's, come on, is it likely for a lot of motherfuckers to watch an 8 a.m. boxing fight in Japan live? It's a great fight though. I don't want to miss it, man.
Depends how much you got into
I
it.
was gonna
Depends
say
how much
I
you
reckon
got
I'll
into
get up, but I wasn't able to wake up for this
I'll
start
do it.
time, so
it. I'm enough of a man to do it. I don't
I'll
care how
try.
much
I don't even know where I'm gonna
I'll go
be.
get drunk on Friday and still do it. Just watch. I'll be texting Pat. Oh, this fight's awesome. You would have won a bunch of money.
I'm still
I don't
gonna
know
make
should
what
just
money on it.
record
No, you'll
a
forget.
selfie
You'll be too
Triple
drunk.
G
video.
decision.
of you during the entire fight, freaking out. Come hang out with me, Pat. You'll say, yeah, he's gonna shoot you up full of fucking. He's got that truck driver level.
Amphetamines. Okay, we're ending this fucker off now.
Pat,
Appreciate
That's whenever
everyone.
we end it is when we start talking about hard drugs. That's
Amphetamines and fucking
Last
12.
thing I want to say is, did you watch the video? Did you watch that video that I fucking sent on Twitter? Of the fucking
You just sent.
the face off before the face off.
Yeah. I fucking watched it all. When Doug said something, I went and looked right away. I was like, I gotta go see what it is.
That
And
might
then
start
immediately
moving
I
some
scrolled a
lines.
little bit further and saw earlier in the day Hamzat talking about how he was gonna make him cry again. I don't know. I
He's fucking-
just thought it was funny. 'Cause
I
there was-
think
I didn't
he'll-
think there was much shit. I mean, yeah,
And-
it's not really anything serious shit talk.
No,
It's
but don't get
light,
me
if
wrong.
anything.
Burns doesn't look like small, like he looks thick, but it's
He's
like
a built guy. He's a built guy. but-
stocky little fucking
Hamzat's
guy.
huge.
But
He's
Hamzat's
also less
huge.
drained right now. You got to think about their current state. Like Hamzat's draining himself way more than Gilbert is. Like I don't think Gilbert really even struggles that much to make fucking welterweight.
I don't know if Hamzat struggles that
I think
much to make weight.
Gilbert's 180 day to day
Pat,
because
that
for
guy's fucking
jujitsu.
massive.
He's not that big.
Hamzat struggled last time. He was the last
Did
one
he?
to weigh in for his for the Leech fight.
Yes, yeah. You need
That's
But
why I
how
was
much is he?
saying.
How much is he cutting?
needed
Because
his
I watched
carb or
the.
whatever.
I was watching the
See,
black
the
asset thing, and they
thing
were
is,
talking
it's
about him. They were talking about the weight cut being nothing. They were like,
It's-
well, the weight cut's nothing. Like he's like, well, the weight cut's
Well,
nothing.
it's
I
weird.
get
'cause there
mentally
was the
saying that,
time
but like,
10 days, he went from fighting 185 down to 170. 10 days, I believe that it went from a 185 fight to a 170 fight 10 days
That
later.
was the other way around.
So he's done that. I think it was. Unless I've
I
mixed.
think it
that
went
up again.
down. No,
Let
I think
me-
Doug. I could be wrong, but I think Doug.
Let me
might
just
be right,
double
but I'm
check
not
because
sure.
we have the power of Google. So
Yeah, check in.
I fucking might as well. Yeah, John Phillips was the first fight. That was at 185, and then Reese McKee at 170. So yeah, he did that. But then his last fight, he was the last one
Yeah.
to weigh in.
More so, my point was that just he's struggling more and draining himself more to.
He did have to
make
check.
it-
Wait, it was 170 to 185, Brendan? I just checked, and it was 185 to 170. Because Reese McKee was the second one. Reese McKee's not a 185er. But yeah, one way or another, I'm hopeful that his weight issue last time, or not even issue, just the weird weigh-in thing where he was last and didn't look good is a one-time thing, and he's got that under control. But yeah, he
It didn't have an
definitely
impact on
got to cut some
the
weight.
fight itself anyway. But.
M3 was after the Reese McKee fight. That was his third fight in the UFC. He went from John Phillips was his first one, then Reese McKee, then JM3, and then the Leech.
Which fight are you talking about where he had the problem? It was the GM.
The Leech fight.
Fight,
the Leech fight. The Leech fight when he was making 170.
So yeah,
I'm just talking with
that
Brendan in
one
the chat because
wasn't-
I think he's forgetting about the John Phillips fight. The John Phillips fight was his first fight in the UFC. And that was at 185. But McKee was 170. Yeah.
like he was able to do that, which is a fight from the Phillips fight to the McKee fight. And go
Yeah, that's
down
what I'm
and,
saying. Is in 10 days he went from fighting at 185 down to 170.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
but then
you were
there
saying
was
the one that
more
the one
recently
he
he's
issued
had
was the Leech
the
one.
issue. Yeah.
Yeah, but maybe, especially from what we're seeing in the videos, like he's been fucking an intense camp for fucking quite a while. I think it's gonna be. Maybe it was a bit, especially. Oh well, also, he's coming off COVID, so
Well, he had COVID
He's coming
before the
Bleach fight,
Leech fight as well. Yeah. So that
and that's the one that you're talking about where he's struggling.
Yeah.
So that
Yeah. So
the guy
could
fucking
be that,
almost,
yeah.
we almost fucking had the
100%.
guy retiring. Let's not forget that. The
Yeah.
position we're in right now, where he's fucking gonna be fucking champion
that's
before the
crazy.
end of the year, probably. And fucking the guy was gonna retire because of COVID. Like that's fucking. Time does fly. Moves
Does.
quick in the game.
Oh, they just did a hot
why you
box
gotta
in
stay on
fucking Adesanya. I didn't even know that.
Oh, really?
That's why you
Yep,
have to have,
7 hours.
that's
7
why you have
hours
to have
ago.
the finger on the trigger. Aspen lad, ready to fire.
Well,
Who's
the
always the
Aspen Lad
co-host? Yeah, let's wrap this up. Who's the
I
co-host
might
this
hop
week?
that on right now, but I do want to plug real quick because I today in the mail picked up fucking 4 boxes of different Panini trading cards,
Oh, wow.
NFL, NBA, all kinds of different stuff, and I'm gonna be opening up all these on my channel over the next few weeks for Trading Card Tuesday. So make
Oh
sure you tune in
shit!
every Tuesday at 1 p.m. Eastern time. I will be opening
Right.
approximately half a box for however long I can afford to keep this series up.
I like it.
So
I like that,
make
Doug.
sure you check out my Trading Card Tuesdays. Also planning to add NBA and potentially Madden gaming videos and stuff. Talk about the NBA playoffs. I'm expanding past the UFC. So if you're interested in other sports content, make sure you subscribe to Doug Las Vegas Bets. I will also
Absolutely.
be keeping up the UFC content, of course, though. I have also been playing the old Pokemon games there, Brendan. Funny enough, I just got an old DS and I've been ripping through Pearl and my old Pokemon card collection. But yeah, I'm a card nerd.
People on Twitter are pointing out that fucking a cut underneath Hamzat's left eye. That's good.
Yeah, he had it at the media day. It was just it's the
I didn't watch the interview yet. I didn't catch the interview yet.
it doesn't like
Darren
I
Pop.
love
Hanzo
watching.
Mark.
Yeah, I
Darren
love
Pop
watching
with a
Darren.
greasy fucking
Yeah,
greasy
I love
shot.
watching Darren's body type kind of almost transform. It's like it's almost getting beefier now. It's like, what did they fucking put him on? Some Chechnyan sauce?
No,
Like,
the guy's
looks
actually just
kinda
being
crazy.
a fucking proper athlete for the first time in his fucking career. That's what that's about.
I don't know, man.
what that
There's a
result
lot.
is.
There's a lot of question marks that still
do you
circle my
mean?
mind with that guy. When I heard him say, "I moved," when I came out here, and he gave 2 reasons. The first reason in the block asset video he said was for business, and I get it. You can tie in the
course.
business and the training because his second reason was training, and I was like, I get that. Like, well, what is the business? Is the business for you to make this partnership with a guy that you already see that's built his career up and you're at the tail end of yours? So you're trying to hopscotch off of it, trying to
don't be
make
saying-
something?
No, let's not end tonight disparaging our boy there, though. I don't
He's
want
not
that.
our
I am
boy,
a
though.
Darren Till. Darren
Yes,
Till's
he
my boy.
is.
Darren
Yes,
Till's
he
my
is.
boy. You
He's
speak.
been our-
You speak.
Don't
can
you
speak.
fucking. I hate when you
I
do
love
this. When
Darren.
you fucking take somebody, you cheer for them, and then you cast them aside like this. You did it with
Done.
You did it with Chiesa or fucking.
Right when his
Chiesa or
back,
whatever.
right when his back hit the ground against fucking Woodley, he was done. He was done. I'm kidding. No, let's fucking end this one off though. I'm just saying that. I just wanted to bring that up as a fucking because I heard it and I watched the block acid thing and when I heard him say that, I was like, why the fuck would that be the number one thing? I was like, oh, but I was like, okay, business and fighting, maybe they're the same thing in your world. I was like, sure.
Who the fuck would
Is
do it?
he? They're making millions in crypto off block
Oh,
acid.
they'll probably.
I don't think block acid's worth that much. And I was also watching the video where the
Darren's
guy,
also- he's got
where
some
the
other
guy
stuff
pulls
you gotta
up,
watch with
where
him,
Buddy
shit.
pulls. Yeah, I'm not saying Darren's fucking broke, but where the guy pulls up the block asset and they're showing the block asset and his block asset account logs in right away, and he's got 10 plus grand. He's got like 11 grand on the block asset. Less than it was 100. Could have
Yeah,
been.
I don't
I think it
it's-
was
I don't
10.
even think it.
Right? And then,
Well, the only
and then it.
NFT pulls anyone should care about is my UFC Strike NFT pull from last weekend when I pulled a UFC
Fucking crazy.
champion moment, a 1 in 100 worth
that
over
was awesome.
$1,000 that I've now sold. Stipe Miocic. In
Oh,
my
you sold
pack
it?
opening. Fuck yeah, I'm out of that market.
Beautiful.
I was gonna say probably not a bad idea. The market's probably
Look,
due for a dip.
I've got at this point, I still have a few. Like I'm not fully out, but I've cashed out to the point where I made significant profit from that market, and I'm never putting any more money into it.
There you go.
So I'm playing with house money now when it comes to just very selectively working with the UFC Strike NFTs.
Of course.
The way you want to do it. But Pat, like, yeah, he fucking has 10,000, but it's probably fucking.
That was
'cause
not financial
fucking-
advice.
A single one of those coins is probably worth a fucking fraction of a fucking cent. It fucking gets like a cent once if the fucking. The
I
business
know,
is
because
successful.
they're talking
Then they'll
about the
fuck-
buddy that's like one of the trainers there, and then he's like, Darren's like, you see how much he's got? If he fucking turns into fucking, I swear he will make a millionaire. And I was like, he's right, like, but I was like, they're talking about, because he's like, you see how much block he's got? And I was like,
I didn't know
well,
Darren
is that a
Till was
lot
one
of
the
block?
children in Mary Poppins.
But I was like, is that a lot of block in comparison to what they have? Like, I was like, is because they're talking as if this guy's got more block than they do. That's the way he said it. But like I said, you could look into too
He's
much of what
making
people
fucking
say.
Guys,
good money.
crypto
He's making
podcast.
fucking.
I know he's
getting
making good
from
money.
block asset. He's fucking making money from these fucking videos and profiting off that. Like,
I hope he is, because that's the game. Make it
but
and get
just
out.
because he was incentivized by that doesn't mean he isn't also fucking progressing as an athlete. And we're gonna fucking probably see the best there until we're probably ever gonna see next time we see him.
Hope so.
I would say he's on.
'cause
I wouldn't say he's on the tail
I don't
end
know
of his
wh-
career. We've already been.
I
over
don't
this
know
narrative.
where.
Yeah, he's
I don't know
young,
where
but-
it goes. I don't know where it goes from there, though.
Goes from where? What? He's been in the Shark Tank since he fucking got here. He's got to
That's
develop.
it, though. But
Get some fights that are a bit more favorable stylistically, and fucking eventually compete. Right now, it's a fucking like he is in a division where he does not need to have world class wrestling. He does not need to be. He's not welterweight. You don't have to fucking be a fucking D1 fucking wrestler to fucking compete.
I
He's
think
passable
his
grappling, which he doesn't have.
I think
And now he doesn't
I
have to
agree.
fight Hamzat ever. He's
I
got
think
that
it's
over
Exactly.
everybody
The
else.
smartest move of all time. He never
think
has
it's
to fight the biggest killer in the fucking sport across the two divisions that he wanted to fucking competitive in. That's
got-
the only problem.
he is a huge question mark for me. I like
Well,
the guy. I think
there's
he's got a
been
great
people who
attitude.
are
He's a
questioning-
question mark. He's
We
looked like
can't
shit.
really, you can't definitively say anything though, because look at it, it's not exactly a 1-to-1 because we're looking at a more well-rounded guy when I say this, but Charles Oliveira was a guy who,
Yep.
you know, when he
That's a
started
great-
to get
that's a great
pushed,
example,
he dipped down when he got pushed. They kept leaving him in there with top guys. He still struggled for a while, made that weight class change, and I mean, eventually he went on a run. Sometimes you just got to figure something out, and you don't know with him. Maybe Hamzat in his camp has helped him figure something out. Maybe it hasn't. We'll see.
I
Well,
hope so.
Well, what he's figured out is clear. The guy had never had fucking good enough conditioning to be competitive enough.
Which
He
is
never had
crazy.
good enough defensive wrestling. He's fucking continued to live in the UK, where you're not gonna fucking adequately get that. Sure, it's possible, but like if you're not like now he's in a fucking world class gym, and he's training with fucking maybe the best guy possible. So
I hear you.
fucking, I think Darren Till, he's not gonna be the fucking greatest fighter of all time, but hey, fucking Mike Bisping won a fucking UFC title after all he fucking went through.
I hear
Think
you.
about that too, like fucking-
But I don't think that the heart from Bisping and Till is comparable. But that's all I have to say on the scenario. That's all I have to say. I think there's similarities you can make through early in the career to where they've gotten in the sacrifices they had to make, similar to where Bisping leaving, Till leaving, doing similar things in their career. But I think that once they were given the spotlight, there was a guy who took his foot off the gas a little bit and said, well, I'm okay where I am. And then there's a guy who said, well, I think I can be better than what I was or what I was touted to be. I don't think that Till takes the job seriously, which is a little bit
isn't that
fucking
what he-
crazy
he-
to say.
We're seeing him doing it now. It's in contrast to what we're looking at right in front of our eyes.
But you're already into your tenure. You're already in your contract. That's your job, man. Your job's not for me to say, hey, wake
Better
up,
late
fucking.
than never.
Wait, what are
Agreed,
you
but-
what are you saying? It's your contract. Like the guys. If
Job's
you don't
to come
fucking
in and
think Derek
fight.
Till believes he can be a fucking champion in the UFC?
I don't
Yeah,
think he
like,
does. I think he knows he can't anymore. I think I heard it the way he was talking about it when they were all reflecting on it.
You
I was
fucking
in
make
it.
up narratives that people fucking have never even uttered. It's the opposite of what he fucking has said publicly.
I listened to the block acid, and I was like, he was like, oh, that's what happened to me. I got too caught up in cutting a weight and making a weight. Did you really get too caught up in making a weight and cutting a weight? Was that really what
Lemieux
held you
went
back?
blind before one of his fights.
Yeah,
Was that
one
really?
of his issues? Biggest issues early on. Yeah, it was.
But why? Why
Because
was
he's
it?
trying
Why?
to-
But
Because
why?
he thought it was necessary.
What are
to
you
try and get
just
an
gonna
advantage.
keep asking why
We've seen-
until we reveal some psychological
No,
trauma?
but I mean,
Like, is somebody is weight bullying
psychological
something that we need to
trauma.
I'm not
explain?
saying- I'm not
Is it
saying
Doug?
this-
Is it your job or not to come into fucking in shape into a fight? I don't show up to training camp and come in out of shape. You
guy
can't
was
do
trying
it.
to-
You can't do
the
it.
guy
And
was
then
trying
say,
to
well,
push
he
himself
showed up.
through a
he
weight
showed
fuck,
up
man,
and
I
beat a
really
bunch
didn't do
of
well when I tried to put my body through crunch time in the last 10 days of camp and really make the cut that, man, fuck, I didn't really put a lot of effort into making.
I don't even know what you're talking about.
So what?
Like,
You
the
don't
guy
think he
made a
showed up in
tough-ass
shape for the
cut.
Whitaker fight? You don't think he showed up for the Gastelum fight?
I
You
think
don't
yes,
think he showed up
yes, and I've said it live. I don't think he showed up in fight for multiple of his fights. I think it's
Well,
been
if he
a
had more
an
gas tank, but, like,
exclamation point
I
on his
think
career.
if you don't show up and work hard against Robert Whitaker, you get smoked out of the water. You don't put on a competitive performance.
No,
What?
the gas tank.
So
the
the
gas tank was
dictative-
the issue. He would have won that fight if he had a gas tank.
I remember watching that fight, and that was one of my arguments during the fight was, holy fuck, he's already breathing heavy? We're in the deep waters now with this tailback.
Yeah, no, Doug, 100%. He had very low output and did not have the ability to put it up volume to be competitive in that fight.
I
And
love
he still,
Derek.
and he still almost beat him, which was kind
Yeah,
of crazy.
he's fucking right there. That's what, you know what? Arguably, that's what makes me so mad with this motherfucker. It's like,
So like, how can you fucking witness
you've just
that? though?
given up
Well,
on
Right
how,
there.
How can
He's
you
right
witness
there.
that, Pat? How can you witness that? Like what? Not even 2 years ago. The guy's
Multiple-
fucking clearly working on it. He's young. We've fucking seen the craziest shit ever in the sport, and you're over here being like, "No, it's impossible. He'll never be champion. He can't do this. X, Y, Z. He doesn't believe in it." That's a
I don't
crazy
think,
thing to say.
I don't think at this point he can. I really don't. I'm
You can't
still
say
not
that.
on
You
board.
can't say that definitively, though. It's not
I
likely,
can.
but like the
I
guy
can.
has.
I
You
can.
can because you're the
We've
fucking.
seen
the
plenty.
mystic
We've
of
seen
the sport.
plenty. I'm not the man of the sport, man. I'm just a guy out here that just does my thing. Just watches the fights,
No,
been
but you're the
watching,
one with the tape.
and just say it. Exactly.
You've been wrong before.
I don't think
Exactly.
I don't know if Till's going to be a champion. I would venture to say that
I
it's
would
not
put
necessarily
money
a
on it.
bold prediction to say he's not going to be a champion, but I would say that to go as far as slimming his work ethic and his heart to the extent that you did is a bit much when
Slimming
he's
is worse.
That's
slamming.
time and time again, though.
and
That's-
you did
that's a pat-
repetitively.
that's on a weekly basis.
Come on, man. We're doing the same thing where we're being realistic about guys' careers. If we want to come in here and cookie cut and go, hey man,
No, but
you're
you
a
can- but you
fucking,
can-
you're
no,
a
but Pat,
fantastic
to be
fighter,
fair-
fantastic effort you put on in that fight, and it was a great effort, and you really showed up in about 3/5 commiss shape.
But are you
It's
saying
like,
everybody should just quit and retire if they're not the number one in the world and they're
Of
not
cour-
rocketing to the
of-
top?
Of course not, man. But let's not build a career off of doing one thing and it being built off of getting this shot, and then he built this stardom. The UFC put him in this position, put him on this pedestal, and then we saw
Because the guy is a
decline.
star. He's one of the greatest.
And I
greatest
still wanna
Don't get me wrong.
personalities in the sport.
100%.
He's fucking awesome.
100%.
I'll be a fan of the
But
guy's
but
entire career.
as
not
I
a
said,
forced fan.
if he
He's not
doesn't
forced
if he
faded.
doesn't
He's a
if he
fucking
doesn't win
natural
his
star.
next fight, what are we saying? Like, are we going, hey man,
It
wait,
depends. We don't know how the fight goes.
know.
What happens?
I think
we don't know.
he
if
won't
we
get
fucking...
cut. I can guarantee you won't get cut.
Of
I'll
course
put
he won't
any
get
money
cut. The UFC doesn't have that type of money to cut guys that they make money off of. They don't. They pay them so little that the revenue that they're making off
What
these
are you
high
saying?
revenue
What do I
guys.
think happens after the next fight? I think he's going to get a more favorable matchup that'll probably win. If he doesn't, he'll still get another chance. This is a fucking sport where it doesn't matter. Your past only matters so much. He's not fucking out here having to fucking go beat a Khabib. The top of the pinnacle right now is a fucking striker.
Also, losing
I
A lot of
hear ya.
guys are
do not matter necessarily as much in this sport, because I'm gonna painfully point something out. Cody Garbrandt, and now
Ugh,
I understand. I understand what happened after what I'm about to say,
You saw him
but
on the pads. You saw him on the pads last week, eh? He looked fucking so good.
but fuck.
You know the exact video I'm talking about too. That's what
Yeah.
I said it.
But what was I gonna say? Yeah, okay. So we saw a guy like him go on that down swing, and you could have said, well, you couldn't have said the cardio and the work ethic things necessarily. You could have just said it about his chin. But then you see the Asuncao fight, he wins and instantly gets a title shot again. If you're one of those guys that people like, you're never that far away. And I'm not saying Till's gonna
100%.
win and then get a fucking title shot. That's
100%.
a bit ridiculous. It's a bit different. But to say that he could win and then get another big main event fight, not ridiculous.
I hope
also-
Darren Till comes out and looks like he turned back the clock 10 years and he looks fucking like
it's not
the
about turning back the
cardio's
clock.
gone up.
It's not about turning back the clock. It's
19.
about cranking it forward and becoming a next level athlete.
He also turned back the clock 10 years on like
Yeah,
a 30-year-old guy.
Brazil, Portuguese fucking Darren Till. But yeah, that's exactly another one of these fucking factors that never helps with my whole thing of it's not getting any better. Like time is not on his side. I keep playing the time card tonight.
30s. Some people are their fucking athletic primes.
I would
What
say
about
it is.
You were saying Marco Madsen earlier was young in the sport.
Well, he's young in the
Depends on
sport,
the-
right?
I
Olympic
know
level
it's
caliber to a guy
different
in Darren Till who. Okay.
Yeah, but
well,
body
Who's
but
reached a higher level in
a
MMA
career of
than
wrestling
Madsen
puts a
did.
lot of strain on your body too.
Yeah, but Doug, come on.
But
Come
Like
on, man.
Darren Till-
Levels. Olympics,
no, but
MMA.
we also have he only needs
I
about
don't know.
probably
I'm not-
one or two good
Okay.
wins in a very shallow division to really
Yeah.
even get a title shot. Obviously, the obstacle is Hamzat's going to be fucking snatch it, and then he won't be able to beat him. But you know what that does? It gives him time to fucking develop, which is fucking what he needed from the beginning.
You know what
I
he could
agree.
be aiming
Needed
for?
it
30 is
from the
not
beginning.
old. 30 is not old for a middleweight. It's not old for
No.
a middleweight.
A
I
big
agree.
fight to
30's not
chase
bad.
too for him. The Adesanya fight, if Hamzat is to go and proclaim the middleweight belt, does Adesanya retire or go to 205 from there, or does he fight at middleweight? And then who does he fight at middleweight? If Till's there, they've both talked about wanting that fight. Whether there's a belt or not, Adesanya versus Till is a sick main event. I'm just spitballing here for things.
No,
that we could
I
see in
hear
a
you.
year or so
I
down
hear
the
you.
line.
It's not even far
Adesanya
off
loses
too.
the belt, and then Till's on a win streak over Uriah Hall and then someone else.
It would be
It's very. I could see that scenario. I could see it.
I could see that. 100%.
Hamzat will retire Adesanya.
I think so. Well,
Hamzat's
Adesanya, that's a different
gonna
story. I
start
think
going
he's
into
There-
retirement.
that's
Different
almost
story.
After fighting Hamzat is like the impossible question to answer. Where do you go? Unless you're like a
Gilbert might
guy
even
who
retire
wasn't
after Saturday.
really.
Who knows?
Look who's in the chat. Salute, sir. As we're ending it up, we hope you
move
get
goes
this.
well, man.
We hope
Yeah,
you get
that's
this
the
shit
sign to end it.
done.
When
Get
the rats start getting through the boards.
Oh my god! Just get this. All I gotta say to
That's
Mr.
a
100.
premium subscriber right there. We don't talk shit about premium plays.
Dad, you shut the
subscribers.
fuck
That
up.
man
But no,
likes money.
John, get your move done so we get your ass back on stream in the following weekends. We suck that we're missing you on the big card, but we just want you to get that shit done. It's the same. Yeah, it's a fucking. I don't know. Darren Till, a bunch of these guys, man. I love talking. Just
Talked
fucking
about Darren Till for like longer
30
than we
minutes.
talked about
But I
him.
said to Dan before the stream that we were gonna do it. I was like, I want to get into Till, but I'm not sure if it's now or.
Oh, Joey.
and
Doug, what do you think about DC hating on the bromance? Though that's the last thing I want to say.
Oh yeah. I didn't like that. I saw DC saying that, and it's like
He's like, oh, it's a joke. It wasn't a very tasteful joke. You're a shit comedian. Like, you're not that funny, DC.
no, I've got a problem with it too, because it's like Hamzat's a grown ass man. You don't tell grown ass men who they can be hanging out with or like.
I don't
what
even know what
to
happened.
do with their
what
life.
happened?
Just like relax.
Well, he's like, oh, why do you have your arm around him? And then literally he says the best. He's like Hamzat was literally like, look at you, you and Khabib. Like you, that's the exact you and Khabib, which is fucking.
Well, he
true.
also
Made no
he was
fucking
saying,
sense.
wasn't it part of it that, or correct me if I'm wrong here, but wasn't part of it that Darren, like, he didn't want Darren to rub off on him. He was like,
good. He doesn't. I don't want Darren
That's my
rubbing off on
favorite
Hamzat either.
narrative.
That's
my
probably
favorite-
that's
favorite
my
narrative
that's
on
my
like,
narrative
Twitter.
too. I
You're
actually say the
telling
same
me
narrative.
that Hamzat hasn't
What,
been around lazier guys than Darren Till in his life, and he hasn't been able to keep working?
Old bald head over there playing pool with him might have something to say. Yeah, I'm kidding. Of course, fucking Doug. I'm fucking.
I'm saying Hamzat's clearly he's able to think for himself. He doesn't need anyone's input on who he can train with or who's gonna rub off on him, who's gonna make him lazy.
No.
He's
Yeah,
a
and if you
grown-ass
think
man,
having like joy and having a good best friend who's also a training partner is bad for you, what the fuck are you?
I love
crazy.
this whole dynamic that we're all creating, and I don't want to talk about because we could fucking go.
What
I'll go for another
dynamic?
30 minutes. Oh, I could just say best friend. Like, are they really best friends? You sure
They look
Hamzat
like it.
didn't grow up? Yeah, great in 15-minute videos. I bet you Hamzat grew up with a bunch of boys that he's a lot more best friends with than fucking Darren Till.
He
but
moved to
he's
Sweden when he was 19. I don't know
Well,
how
nobody
much
needs to
close he is
also
with
who
his
ranks
friends
their
back from
friends. You just
Chechnya
whoever's
after
there, you
that.
hang out with, right? I don't rank my friends in my head. It's like if someone's there, I'm
course.
hanging out with them
Of
and I'm
course.
having a good time.
Of course.
Seems like fucking they're very, very, very close friends. I got it.
John, I got something cooking for you for that NBA playoffs. Just you wait, my guy.
I would agree. It does seem like they're very good. It almost seems like they're almost like too good friends. Like, holy fuck, you guys
last
either
thing I
love each
want-
other, like you're either.
What are the Masters plays before I'm going to bed? What are the Masters?
I got nothing about golf. I'm the worst golfer on the planet. All my expertise about golf and anything that I know about golf is discredited.
Pat,
Don't let me
anything?
near a
Play
golf
anything?
course.
No,
Actually,
I got
there's a
nothing. I got
legal
nothing. I got
restriction.
nothing.
There's a
got
legal
nothing.
restriction. I'm
Someone
not allowed
asked-
to
someone-
play 100
someone-
meters of a golf course.
Someone actually asked me about a gambling play in class today. He said, "Oh, you can help me out with my master's pool then," because I said, and I looked at him and I said, "I don't know shit about that, so you're not. Don't ask me."
Brady. Brady.
I know some sports very
playing
well.
Patrick
Golf is not
Cantley.
one.
Brady's playing Patrick
But I don't-
Cantley and
Yeah.
Cameron Smith, which I like the Cameron Smith.
Who was the guy that Jack played at minus 2,000 that he lost all that money on?
How
minus
do you
2,000?
play something at minus 2,000?
I
Jack
don't
played a
think-
guy
Plus
in a
2,000?
chat
Yeah.
plus 2,000. Jack played a guy to win a couple of weeks ago. Remember, and it got pulled away because it wasn't on. It's not on Betway. It's on 365, and they pulled it. Remember, he was like, "Honestly, look at the line now." You remember when he was texting us like a couple days ago, and he's like, "That's fucked me. That's fucked me for the master." He played this, Doug. He played this bet like months ago, right? When it was
Oh.
crazy. Now it's like nothing. Now it's
Yeah, maybe
peanuts.
around
Like,
that, yeah.
and he's like, "Oh, I can't even make a fucking dime off it now." Like, he's like, "You guys fucked me." Like, basically one of those. Like, he said his $20 would have made him like $1,000 or something crazy, and he was like, 20 now on that would make me 40 or something. Yeah, of course they don't line up because I'm spitballing.
but,
you got to go back and look at the same text you got.
Yeah, no, he did get fucked. I remember what he said. But
Yeah.
there's something. This is a crazy one. It was boosted on 365. Put a free bet on it. Dustin Johnson to lead after round one and win the Masters. It was like 100 to 1. I was like, okay, let's ride on the that one's a grand if that happens. So we need a big day tomorrow from
What's your
Johnson.
bet?
Dustin Johnson to lead after round one, which is tomorrow,
And
right?
win?
It's technically today, and win, which is at 100 to 1. That's
Can I
kind of
bet
nuts,
that?
eh?
What's that at? It's a bet your way?
No, this is one 365. You could probably bet.
I'm not touching
I don't know
it.
if that's.
I don't.
I don't know if that's
I
a
don't
thing.
touch-
But he won like 3 years ago, right? 2 years ago.
Yeah, they got the.
I don't think he's been playing that well recently though. I don't know.
Want me to tell you what they got? They got Corey Connors and Mackenzie Hughes to both
Oh
make the
yeah,
cut.
no,
and then,
those are all just Canadian traps. All right, let's wrap.
I
this
know.
up.
Well, they got
wrap
any
it up.
Canadian.
Shut it.
Yeah,
shut,
let's do it.
Shut it down.
Look at this! Look at this! Ah! Look at John's got
What's to make the
some.
cut? Nah, wait. Oh yeah, what does this fucking degenerate have? Wait, what is he even asking? Do you guys think? What?
I'm about to go in the lab tonight because I took that fat nap and learn everything about golf betting.
I know. Now you're like awake.
Yeah, that is kind of no. To answer that question, yeah, that is kind of like might as well fight him now. Like you're gonna wait until this guy's super
awesome.
fucking good and he has all this experience. Like might as
What
well
a
fight him.
fucking what a way of putting that though. That's an awesome way of putting it. Yeah, sure. I love it.
Yeah, no, that's good. There is kind of merit to that argument. Like better to
It took
fight
me
him
a
now.
second to realize what he meant with the Floyd Canelo reference. But yeah,
Yeah, it's hard to write in, Gilbert Burns is Floyd Mayweather, but I mean, hey,
No,
I
but-
like it.
but
Yeah,
for
not
the
quite,
analogy,
but-
it works.
I like it. Yeah, for the analogy,
It'd be more so Kamaru if Kamaru did.
I also don't know if that's what he did because it seems like he took it because this is the fight that'll get him a title shot.
Did you listen to the?
Brendan,
Did anyone listen to the?
It's because I bet on Tiger to fucking win the Masters the last time he won, and it was maybe one of the most thrilling things I've ever bet on and won in my life.
Did anyone
I'm at plus
watch the Gilbert
3,300
Burns
right
interview
now.
though? Did anyone watch the Gilbert Burns
No,
interview
that's
though
not
with
worth it.
with
It's
Luke
crazy
Thomas and
that
shit
he's
though, or
playing.
no? I liked that interview. I listened to it, man, and he even said it. They go, let's not even ask you about why you took the fight. Let's ask about why you think other guys aren't taking the fight. And he goes, well, I think it's a little bit of misconception that's being played on by the UFC. Obviously, he didn't say misconception. He goes, I think it's a little bit of like overplay by the UFC. I think guys do want to fight this guy. I think he goes and he starts naming off
How many guys
Magny.
did they offer?
He said there was
before
3.
Gilbert is the
I think
thing.
I don't
There
know.
were
But
there might have been 1 or 2 guys that said
yeah.
no.
He
but,
said maybe 1 or
like,
2 or 3. That's it. And he was like, there is guys.
I
And
think
was
like we know Nate Diaz said no, but that's like why would he say yes? That would be
Yeah.
dumb to say yes. That's
Yeah.
not that's not you can't hold that against anybody. And then as far as anyone else saying no, I don't know who
There's not
they
many
even would call
options.
other than
There's not many
Gilbert.
options like you just give him Neil Magny. We're not gonna get Neil Magny.
That's what I'm
back
saying. I
again
mean, they pick up
properly.
the
Like,
phone. Who do you call before Gilbert? that
Neil
says
Magny
no?
would never be the same again. You don't
Yeah.
necessarily. That's not necessary at this point.
agreed.
It's a good point. Like there are some
Well,
guys,
especially after we
said
just
no, but
saw
I
Neil
don't know.
Magny. I said that
Let's
last
not hurt
weekend, right?
everybody.
Like,
Let's not even hurt. Let's not hurt these guys. That's why I kind of like the subs. Let's just fucking save it for Kamaru. Oh, I'd love to see
he'll
that.
never
We
fight
never-
Kamaru. Okay,
I
yeah,
know,
let's
I'm
end this
saying I'd love
bitch.
to see it.
We're
We
gonna go
never
on. This is
will.
a 4-hour mark here. This is gonna be the longest
Yeah,
Fight
might
Guys
as well,
podcast.
might as well go all
fucking
the way to
ever.
4 hours. What do you think about it?
No, we're done. We're
I'm
done.
joking,
We're done.
I'm
We're done.
joking.
We're
Even
gonna
I'm
end it. We're
tired,
gonna
and I
end it.
woke up
Yeah,
halfway through the episode.
I know. We're gonna end at 3:55.
Part of the
30
reason,
seconds.
though, we need to spend our time with Doug. You get all the energy. We keep this train rolling. Fight
I
guys.
was,
But it's just such a
I
big
woke up and I
back
was debating like not even joining because I thought I'd be so low energy. Now I've.
But
turned it up.
the whole thing it is
Hard
like
not to-
we could spend
high energy.
2 hours just talking about bullshit, right? Like just talking about fucking Darren Till and
It's all
100%,
relevant.
man.
It's all relevant. That's the fight guys. That's the fight guys vibe, though.
100%.
Yeah, it is just what we do. It's what
It's
we'd be
mental.
doing whether it was a podcast or.
That's what I mean, right?
Crawl.
So I love it, right? Like, and we appreciate everybody for coming out. That's another week in the books. Would love to see you guys out on Saturday.
Yeah, I'll
Yeah.
be going out on the Masters. Legendary story about my first golf swing in the last 10 years. I hit myself in the foot with the ball. I'm not kidding. I hit the ball off the club and it hit my foot. I
That's
do not know
awesome.
how it happened.
That's
There
awesome.
are 2 witnesses.
That's awesome.
Bravo.
Love y'all,
But
Brennan.
yeah,
Yo, Brennan,
that's all I
hope to
got on
see
the
hope to see you
Masters.
on Saturday, brother.
Let's enjoy a good card, boys. Glad that
And
I
then-
woke up in time. Apologies for the lateness. and
no, fucking
Fuck yeah.
I loved it, man. It was awesome. I
Bookies should
appreciate
be
everybody.
crying. Bookies should be crying on Sunday morning again.
100%.
Fight guy.
As
Fuck
per
you.
usual. Thank you, Dan. Fucking perfect. Make a Discord chat. We will. Doug has one. So you
I
just have
have.
to
There
add-
is a
We
Discord.
just have to
chat.
add you to that then.
There's a
John.
Doug.
I don't
You're
know.
John
Yeah,
doesn't have it. John
No,
doesn't have it. John.
No, John's
John.
in the Doug Las Vegas Bets one is one you can put for the NBA playoffs.
Yeah, put
We have
whatever
a
you
fight
want in
guy.
there.
We have a
Put-
fight guys one in the Doug
put-
Las
put-
Vegas one. Just go in general and drop NBA bets. People will talk to you. I know who's in that.
There you go.
They'll talk.
But I don't know what he's talking about Discord chat because he obviously knows there's multiple. We just post in general. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Post in
You can
general.
post whatever you want in general. Nobody's really kicked things off in the Doug Las Vegas Bets one because, like, I don't know. I haven't been posting in there just because I post in other places. But like, there's guys in there who are gamblers that'll talk. I'll respond.
I forgot. I keep forgetting about the fucking. We got to add a picture to the Fight Guys thing because I forget about it. And we had a couple people actually randomly join too. So we gotta probably. I could probably do something with that. I don't know.
We'll figure it out.
We'll figure something out. I'll figure something out. Appreciate all you guys. Love everybody. Have a good weekend. Have a good night. Hope the bets go well. If we don't see you on Saturday, everybody, peace. We will be live Saturday for the card as per normal. Love you all. Good night.